The girl dozed off while taking a bath, and the next second, she accidentally fell into a lake. She struggled desperately, but couldn't feel the edge of the bathtub. After calming down, she looked around carefully and realized she was in another world. Lily thought she was dreaming, so she pinched her arm hard. It hurt so much that tears shot out of her eyes. Only then did she realize she had truly transmigrated. Suddenly, a strange sound came from the shore. If there are wild beasts right now, I'm totally done for. Lily closed her eyes tightly and lay in the water, hoping with all her heart she'd be in her own bathtub when she opened them. But when she slowly opened her eyes, she saw a pair of feet as thick as cattle approaching her step by step. She jolted in fear and shot out of the water, but before she could react, she was lifted up by a man like a little chick. Lily was completely dumbfounded. What a handsome man! Where did he come from? The man stared at her with glowing eyes. What an adorable little female. Being stared at like that made Lily's skin crawl. She instinctively looked down and instantly panicked. You pervert, put some clothes on. Tears the size of beans welled up in her eyes. Seeing this, the man felt a pang of tenderness and quickly promised he wouldn't hurt her. Only then did Lily lower her guard slightly. Then put me down. The man carefully put her down, and the moment her feet touched the ground, Lily bolted away faster than a rabbit. The man looked at her retreating figure. You're too slow. No matter where you run, I can catch up. Hearing this, Lily's steps instantly froze. Then can you please put some clothes on first? I was bathing. Of course I'm naked. Aren't you too? Lily was on the verge of tears. The man was right, leaving her speechless. She glanced to the side and spotted a piece of clothing. When she picked it up, it turned out to be her own towel. Little female, where is your male? Lily was completely confused. What female and male? I'm Blaze, a male beast. You're a female. Hearing this, Lily finally snapped out of it and realized she had transmigrated to a beastman world. At that moment, Blaze suddenly transformed into a majestic white tiger. TT tiger monster! Lily was so scared she stumbled and fell into the lake. If this is a nightmare, please let me wake up soon. However, reality didn't go as she wished. When she woke up again, she was already lying on the tiger's back. Lily instinctively touched the tiger fur. So soft. Is this a blanket? Blaze's voice sounded in her ear. You're finally awake. Lily's eyes widened. Not a blanket, tiger fur! Her spine instantly turned cold and she trembled. Seeing this, Blaze stopped. Then he transformed into human form. He leaped up into a tree. Stay here. As he spoke, he untied his leather skirt. Seeing this, Lily screamed loudly. You pervert, what are you doing? Blaze threw a bone knife and his leather skirt to her. Then he transformed into beast form and jumped down from the tree. What's this tiger going to do? Turns out he was going to hunt wild boar. The boar ran frantically on its hooves. But how could it outrun a fierce tiger? It was immediately caught by the throat. Lily was stunned. That bite force is terrifying. I wouldn't stand a chance, it'd crush me in an instant. After finishing off the boar, Blaze told Lily to jump down from the tree. Are you kidding? Jumping from this height would cripple me. She clung to the tree, hesitating repeatedly, not daring to jump. Seeing that she wasn't coming down, Blaze leaped to her side in a flash. Then he held her and jumped down. Blaze took the bone knife from Lily's hand and skinned the boar with quick movements. After treating the hide, he draped it over Lily. Lily suddenly heard a ding. Congratulations, host has acquired 1 boar hide. Newbie quest triggered. Collect 3 beast hides to receive newbie gift package. Lily was instantly stunned. Only when Blaze called her did she snap back to reality. Tiger monster. I mean Blaze, thank you. Her adorable appearance completely melted the little tiger's heart. Blaze handed her a bloody piece of raw meat. Want some meat? Lily firmly refused and kept backing away. Seeing she wouldn't eat it, Blaze turned and walked away. A few minutes later, he brought back bright red fruits. Lily picked one up and popped it in her mouth. You only eat fruit and not meat? Are you a herbivore, beastman? Lily laughed. I guess I'm an omnivore. I just don't eat raw meat. I quite like cooked meat though. Blaze was confused. How do you make cooked meat? Lily thought for a moment. First, you need fire. Have you seen fire? Blaze frowned slightly and nodded. Fire's destructive power is too terrifying for beastmen. Lily had a bright idea. She thought of making fire by friction. At first, she was full of confidence, but after drilling for half an hour, she hadn't even seen a wisp of smoke. After 2 hours without success, she completely lost it. TV shows really are all lies. Blaze took Lily's scarred hands and gently kissed her fair knuckles. Stop doing this. I'll take you to find fire. You're my female, whatever you want, I'll get it for you. Lily froze. She pushed Blaze away. I'm not anyone's female. Seeing the girl's intense reaction, Blaze's gaze remained gentle and firm. He took Lily's hand again and gently licked her fingertips. You don't need to be afraid. I'll protect you. Lily looked at this powerful yet gentle tiger beast before her and couldn't help but remember her childhood. After her parents passed away when she was 5, she started living alone. She had long grown accustomed to a world with no one to protect her. Blaze gently pulled the girl into his embrace. This was the first time since her parents left that she felt such warmth. And this warm feeling actually came from a beastman. She pushed away Blaze's hands. I'm fine now. If you're fine, why did you faint earlier? Lily muttered to herself. I can't exactly say I fainted because you scared me, Blaze emphasized again. You're my female. Even if you die, I won't leave you. Lily got goosebumps all over. She suddenly remembered the system quest, so she asked Blaze to get a few more beast hides. Blaze transformed into beast form, exposing himself. Seeing this, Lily jumped in shock. Her gaze involuntarily swept over the tiger beast's upper body. Only then did she notice his arm was injured. Lily gently touched Blaze's arm, feeling distressed. The little tiger excitedly hugged her and nuzzled against her. He was just like a clingy big cat. Blaze turned to clean the blood off himself. Lily waved at him. Suddenly, a ding sounded. Congratulations, host has completed the newbie quest. Newbie gift package will now be distributed. The next second, a package appeared in her hands. When she opened it, she thought it was a rotten stick, but she never expected it was actually a fire starter. She quickly lit the torch with a few strikes. Then she continued searching to see what other treasures were inside. She pulled out an encyclopedia of flora and fauna. At that moment, footsteps sounded behind her. Blaze was slowly approaching. Lily immediately put everything away. Blaze's lips curved slightly. Looks like my little female has secrets. Soon they arrived at the wolf clan's territory. The beastmen here were all tall and imposing. By comparison, Lily was like a small pet in front of them. Blaze scooped Lily up. Females are very precious. Be careful or these perverts will devour you. Lily couldn't help but shiver. Looking ahead carefully, she saw a group of wolf beasts surrounding a female. Turns out females here had very high status, they didn't have to work and could have multiple mates. Hearing this, Lily's eyes widened like saucers. Women here are really fortunate, but being surrounded by so many perverts is also terrifying. Blaze brought Lily to see the shaman. The wolf clan leader glanced over from the side. Isn't that Blaze? How could he, who always travels alone, have a female with him? Moments later, they arrived at the shaman's dwelling. When the shaman saw Lily's stunning beauty, the old man jumped up excitedly. Little female, how many male mates do you have? Blaze quickly stepped protectively in front of Lily. This is my female. No one gets to have designs on her. The shaman's old face instantly darkened. You actually found a female mate! Poor our wolf clan still has many single males fighting tooth and nail over one female. Lily stood there stunned. This old man is really dramatic. The shaman took out a pouch and said, Little female isn't sick, just rather delicate. He pulled out some magical fruits and handed them to Lily. Lily quickly waved her hands to decline, but the old man forced them into her hands. The old man leaned close to her ear and whispered, Our wolf clan boys are all handsome and gentle. You can stay a few more days and take a look. Blaze, standing nearby, heard this and jealousy surged within him. He snatched Lily away from the old man. No need. I'll take care of my own female. Afterward, they came to the marketplace. Blaze realized Lily was still bare-bottomed, with only a beast hide draped over her, so he planned to buy her some clothes. All the clothes here were made of genuine leather. Lily randomly picked one and ran to a corner to change. But the clothes in the beast world were ridiculously oversized. It could fit two of her. She wanted to alter it but only had rough hemp rope and a stone needle. Just as she was worrying, she suddenly had an idea. She removed the pin from her hair tie. Blaze pulled out crystal coins and asked the shopkeeper if there were smaller clothes. The money-loving shopkeeper grinned broadly. She's really petite. You can take several sets to try. But by then, Lily had already changed. Both beastmen stared in amazement. Like lovesick teenagers, they excitedly howled. Lily instinctively covered her chest. Blaze quickly stepped forward. So beautiful. Lily's face turned as red as a beet. She laughed awkwardly and scratched her head. Do you have shoes? The beastmen, who had never worn shoes, looked confused. Lily then remembered this was the beast world. How could beastmen possibly wear shoes? Blaze glanced over and saw Lily's delicate feet covered in scars. So he ordered the shopkeeper to bring him some beast hide. Lily took the hide, feeling touched. With this tiger beast by her side, this world didn't seem so scary anymore. They turned to leave, but were stopped by a wolf beast. The shaman invites you to visit. Blaze's eyes sharpened. The wolf clan has too many males and too few females, they're all single. My little female absolutely cannot stay here. He took Lily and left immediately. At this moment, wolf clan leader Frost returned from hunting. A wolf beast shouted at him. Frost, a stunning little female, came to the tribe. Frost couldn't be bothered with him and walked away. When he returned to the cave entrance, he heard moaning sounds coming from inside. He saw several male beasts having sex with a female. Turns out this woman was Frost's mother. Frost instantly burned with rage. He threw down his prey and ran outside. On the other side, Blaze was going hunting. He told Lily to stay put and not wander off. Lily secretly rejoiced. The big tiger finally left, so she took out the fire starter, and it actually lit. She immediately started happily roasting meat. The book in the package detailed information about this world. This was a beastman world with many males and few females. So females could have multiple mates. This world is way too wild. She let out a breath and closed the book. Suddenly, a burnt smell hit her nose. The roasted meat was burnt. Just then, Blaze returned from hunting. Seeing firelight in the cave, he sensed something was wrong. Thinking Lily was in danger, he rushed in. When he saw the scene before him, he was stunned. The little beauty was now a cute little mess, with smudges all over her face. Blaze roared, "There's a fire! Run!" Lily picked up a skewer of roasted meat and stuffed it in his mouth. "Don't panic. I lit this fire. The roasted meat is good, right?" The tiger beast, who had never eaten cooked food, was stunned. "This is too delicious." After tasting cooked meat, the little tiger couldn't stop. He roasted all the prey he'd caught. The two ate with relish, until they were so full they kept burping. Full and satisfied, Lily lay on the tiger's back to rest. It was warm and cozy, just like a big blanket. She noticed injuries on the tiger's back, so she took out a cloth pouch and bandaged Blaze's wounds. Blaze was so moved he licked Lily's face frantically. At night, the two snuggled, together to sleep. Lily suddenly felt warmth below. Looking down, she realized she'd gotten her period. She was instantly at a loss, not knowing what to do. "Are you hurt?" Blaze suddenly woke up. Lily was so scared she ran out bare-bottomed. I'm not hurt!" Blaze snatched her back. "You're bleeding and you say you're not hurt?" Lily died of embarrassment on the spot. "Don't look, you pervert." Blaze was exasperated. "I'm a tiger, not a wolf." Lily was so embarrassed she wanted to die. She tried to play it off as normal. "It's just that time of the month. It'll pass in a few days." but Blaze was worried she'd bleed to death. Without another word, he picked her up and rushed to the shaman. Lily wrapped herself up like a dumpling. "I'd rather die than let anyone see that." She quickly explained that she bled once a month, and it would stop on its own in a few days. The old shaman was fascinated. "What species are you exactly?" Lily blurted out instinctively, "I'm human." The shaman was completely confused. He didn't know what human was. Lily suddenly realized this was the beast world. Where would humans come from? She had a quick idea and made up a lie. She said humans and apekind were the same species. To her surprise, these two muscle-brained beastmen actually believed her. The old shaman handed her a bag of carrot-like fruits to replenish her blood. Lily took the fruits and politely thanked him. The shaman was surprised by her gentle nature. After all, in this beastman world with many males and few females, females were treated as treasures and most were extremely spoiled. But Lily was not only gentle, but also extraordinarily beautiful. The old man's eyes darted around as he schemed. He was thinking about introducing Lily to Wolf Clan leader Frost. Seeing this, Blaze glared fiercely at the old man. The next day, Lily planned to make underwear from beast hide. She accidentally pricked her hand. The little tiger frowned with concern. "Let me do it." He took the hide from her hands and started sewing. To her surprise, he made a pair of underwear. Lily really didn't expect a big man to know needlework, and the underwear he made was so delicate. Blaze stared intently. His tiger face flushed red as he swallowed. He couldn't help but get fresh, reaching out his perverted tiger paw. Lily instinctively backed away. "Pervert, where are you touching? I'm a tiger, not a wolf." Lily pouted. Is this tiger beast deliberately playing dumb? Next, Blaze suddenly lifted Lily's foot. She jolted in fright and didn't dare move. A tingling sensation spread from her feet throughout her body. She had no idea what this tiger beast was up to. Blaze told her to wait a moment. Then he took out a piece of hide. Before long, he'd made a pair of shoes. They were the trendy lace-up style. Paired with Lily's leather outfit, they were incredibly fashionable. She asked Blaze why he didn't make a pair for himself. Blaze explained that shoes were inconvenient when transforming into beast form. Lily suddenly understood. She'd almost forgotten he was a big tiger. Imagining Blaze wearing shoes and looking ridiculous, she couldn't help but cover her mouth and giggle. On the other side, Frost came to find the shaman with herbs. By coincidence, he ran into Lily. Frost mistook her for stealing. He immediately rushed over and grabbed her hand. "Shameless female, how dare you steal?" Lily was about to explain, but the wolf beast squeezed her hand painfully. "If you don't let go, I'll scream." Frost paused with a disdainful look. "You shameless thief, you dare scream?" Lily was furious. She turned sideways and shouted toward the wolf beast's back, "Elder Shaman!" Taking him by surprise, she headbutted his chin. Frost's face puffed up like a balloon on the spot. Then Lily even struck martial arts poses provocatively. The wolf beast was enraged. "You're asking for it!" Lily instantly chickened out. She turned and ran. Frost lunged forward and grabbed her hair. The soft texture instantly dazed him. His thoughts were all on Lily. That fair, smooth skin was completely different from the dirty females he'd seen before. Lily struggled desperately and kicked out and connected squarely with his most vulnerable spot. Only then did she escape his clutches. Frost suddenly snapped back to reality. "What just happened to me?" Lily was afraid he'd get handsy again, so she grabbed a big jar. "Pervert, come any closer, I'll smash your head." Frost was confused. He didn't know what pervert meant, but he could tell it wasn't anything good. Anger surged through him. He raised his fist to punch Lily. "Stop!" At the critical moment, the shaman jumped out and kicked his butt. The shaman stomped his feet angrily, cursing. "You fool! You deserve to be single forever." Frost had no comeback. "But she stole from you." Hearing this, the shaman exploded. "She's my guest, get out!" Frost sensed trouble and ran. The shaman turned back to Lily awkwardly. "That boy isn't bad, just momentarily confused. Don't take it to heart. It's okay, I'm not angry anymore." Hearing this, the shaman was delighted, thinking Frost still had a chance. But Lily's next words dashed his hopes. "I won't see him again anyway." The shaman looked awkward. Looks like Frost is completely done for. He wanted to fight for Frost a bit more. But just then, Blaze returned from hunting. He brought back Lily's things. "Why did you take so long? Don't you like collecting beast hides? I hunted several wild boars and skinned them for you." Lily didn't know whether to laugh or cry. "That was for the system quest." "You make me sound like a skinning maniac." Blaze thought to himself, this little female seems to have quite a few secrets. Then he produced a bouquet of flowers. "Do you like this?" Lily took the flowers with a beaming smile. Seeing the scene, the shaman's mouth twitched. Blaze's flirting skills totally leave Frost in the dust. Then Lily and Blaze turned to leave. They arrived at a field of flowers. Lily jumped around excitedly. Little did she know Frost was hiding in the shadows watching them. This woman is usually fierce like a tigress, but she has such a sweet side too. His face couldn't help but flush. He wanted to take a gift and apologize to Lily, but was afraid she was still angry and wouldn't accept it. Frost gritted his teeth and gathered his courage. He threw the gift to Lily and ran away. Lily and Blaze looked at the package puzzled. Opening it, they found red berries. "Looks like these berries are for you. Want to eat them?" Lily shook her head vigorously, afraid someone had poisoned them. Blaze's gaze swept over her lower body. "Has the bleeding from your bottom stopped? Why is there still a bloody smell?" Lily quickly covered her bottom, embarrassed and indignant. "It's only the second day. It usually takes 5 days to stop." Lily gave the berries to the shaman. "I don't know who threw them. You can have them." The old man grinned mischievously. "Frost is finally getting smart." He gave the berries back to Lily. "These are for you." Then he turned to find Frost. At this moment, Frost was sitting on a rock thinking about Lily. Suddenly, he heard the shaman's voice. "You sent the red berries, didn't you?" Frost denied it flatly. "What red berries?" "I don't know what you're talking about." The tsundere little wolf beast refused to admit it. The shaman turned to ask Lily. "Wait!" Frost panicked. "This is compensation for misunderstanding her, nothing else." The shaman covered his mouth and snickered. Little wolf cub, you're interested in her, aren't you? Frost's thoughts exposed, he bolted. Hee, looks like this boy still has a chance. A few days later, Lily's period finally ended. Blaze planned to take her away from the wolf clan. The shaman immediately jumped out to stop them. Winter is coming. You can't leave. Blaze fell into thought. He knew that once winter hit, prey would become scarce. Lily was too delicate, she definitely couldn't handle it. Thinking this, he pulled Lily into his arms. We'll stay for the winter. Hearing this, the old shaman got excited. I'll take you to pick a place for winter. A ding sounded in Lily's ear. System quest triggered. Winter is approaching. Please prepare a shelter. Requires no less than 40 square meters with a full set of furniture including bed, chair, and table. Then they went to select a place for winter. The wolf clan had long prepared for winter. They dug dozens of tunnels in the rocks, full of caves like an underground maze. Lily walked into the pitch-black cave. Suddenly, over a dozen eerie lights flashed in the darkness. Looking closely, she realized they were Beastmen's eyes. Frightened, she stumbled into Blaze's arms. The shaman told them to pick a spot they liked to dig. Blaze transformed into beast form in a flash. With a few strikes, he dug out a cave. Lily estimated the cave's size. She told Blaze to dig 2 more rooms inside. Half a day later, the cave finally met the system requirements. Now they just needed furniture. Lily planned to make furniture from wood. So they went to the forest to find wood. When they returned, they discovered a new cave next door. Lily looked inside and her heart skipped a beat. It was her frenemy, Frost. Back in their cave, she was furious. Why would that annoying guy dig next door? Just then, Blaze finished making a big bed. Lily stroked the wooden bed admiringly. She nuzzled against the little tiger. Blaze, you're amazing! Their affectionate sounds reached Frost's ears. Frost was both embarrassed and annoyed. Am I crazy? Why did I become her neighbor? At this time, Blaze took Lily to the forest again. Frost quietly followed them. Soon they entered the forest. Blaze chopped a pile of wood with his claws. Lily exclaimed how amazing it was, and kissed him on his tiger face. Frost, hiding in the shadows, was fed enough romance. He huffed and showed his wolf claws. My claws are amazing too. Why doesn't the little female ask me for help? They transported the wood back in batches. Lily stayed behind to guard the remaining wood. For safety, Blaze carried her up a tree. Wait in the tree. I'll be back soon. Lily leisurely read her book in the tree. Frost kept watching her from hiding. That tiger just left her here. It's too dangerous. But what you fear comes to pass. A mutated giant spider suddenly appeared above Lily's head. The giant spider viciously lunged at her. Frost quickly rushed over and grabbed her. He protected Lily behind him. Then he howled to the sky. Run! The next second, Frost transformed into beast form. He fearlessly charged at the giant spider. He defeated it in no time. Lily watched in amazement. Thank you for saving me. Frost glanced at her slyly. Just saying thanks isn't enough. Then what do you want? The wolf beast smirked wickedly. I want you to be my mate. Lily was embarrassed and annoyed. You wish, you pervert! She turned and walked away huffily. Frost suddenly went weak in the legs and collapsed. He'd been poisoned by the spider. Never thought I'd die from a spider. If my clan knew, I'd become a laughingstock. Just as he was nearly dying, Lily actually came back. Frost quickly hit his injured foot. What? Changed your mind about being my mate? Lily fumed. I came back to get my things. She glanced over and saw Frost's injured foot. You're poisoned! Get lost! I hate females the most! Lily wanted to check his injury, but he didn't appreciate it and told her to get lost. Lily scoffed and turned to leave. Frost lay on the ground, feeling dejected. Sure enough, all females are the same, cold and heartless. He slowly closed his eyes and gradually lost consciousness. Just then, Lily came back with herbs. Frost was unconscious and convulsing. Lily immediately pulled out the bone knife and cut his hand. She applied herbs to the wound. Following the book's method, she did what she could. The next second, Frost jolted awake. Why did the little female come back? Is this a dying hallucination? Lily let out a long breath. She held up 2 fingers to Frost. How many is this? Frost looked confused. What do you mean, how many? Lily smiled awkwardly, remembering beastmen couldn't count. Thank you for saving me. Lily deliberately turned her ear. What? I can't hear you. I said thank you. Louder. I still can't hear you. Frost couldn't take it anymore. I said you're an idiot. The two completely exploded and started arguing. Lily was livid. I should have never saved you, you pervert. Suddenly, footsteps sounded behind them. It was Blaze and others who'd come looking. Seeing the poisonous spider's corpse, everyone's spines chilled. Blaze pulled Lily into his arms. Thank you for saving my mate. Frost's eyes sharpened. This white tiger is thanking me on the surface but warning me not to have designs on the little female. And all the males he brought already have mates. This tiger is quite cunning. After returning to the cave, Lily made sheets and pillows from beast hide. Now it finally felt like a home. Just then, the system notification sounded. Congratulations, host has completed one of the series quests. Distributing quest reward now. In an instant, a big wok appeared before her. Lily jumped excitedly. Now I can stir fry and cook. Blaze picked up the spatula and banged it around. He was puzzled. What is this? Lily took the spatula with a grin. This is a wok for cooking. She immediately started a fire and began cooking. The aroma from the wok made the little tiger drool. Lily filled a bowl and handed it to him. Blaze wolfed it down. Lily wanted to send a bowl to Frost too. Blaze's gaze sharpened. Give me the soup, I'll take it. He went to the neighboring cave. Frost glared at him irritably. What are you doing here? Blaze handed over the soup. Don't want it? Then I'll take it back. Frost quickly grabbed the soup. She sent you to deliver it? Blaze snorted and turned away. Lily was so full she kept burping. Blaze's smile could captivate anyone. Thank you. The soup was delicious. Lily was instantly enchanted. You're so handsome. Blaze winked at her flirtatiously. His gaze grew hazy. Lily finally realized something was off. Is this tiger in heat? Is he trying to seduce me? Thinking this, she ran. But how could she outrun his tiger claws? Blaze lunged and pulled her tightly into his arms from behind. He opened his jaws, wanting to make cubs with her. Lily's body trembled. Her eyes nearly popped out in fear. I'll go sleep next door. Blaze's face darkened. He held her tightly and wouldn't let go. You want to find Frost? Do you like him? Lily was instantly scared to tears. I don't like him. Don't do this, I'm scared. Only then did Blaze slowly let go. Lily breathed a sigh of relief, her heart racing. That feeling made her both frightened and scared, yet stirred something else. Hearing the commotion next door, Frost's face turned red as a beet. His ears were too sensitive to block out the sounds. Lily's words flashed through his mind. His heart was mixed with emotions, feeling dejected. The little female doesn't like me. The next morning, thinking about what happened with Blaze last night, Lily bolted upright in bed. It felt like the sky had fallen. Her head was reeling. With a tiger. She was so mortified by the memory she could scream. Just then, Blaze walked in with a bowl of soup. I'm going hunting. I've asked Magnolia to look after you. She's a wolf clan female. Hearing this, Lily got nervous, afraid she'd be devoured completely if left with the wolf clan. So she wanted to go hunting with Blaze. Blaze firmly refused. Hunting in winter is extremely dangerous. Every time, many beastmen freeze to death. Lily thought for a moment and nodded helplessly. True, I'd only be a burden. Seeing her dejected, Blaze felt distressed. He pulled her into his arms. Don't be sad. What do you want? I'll bring it back for you. Lily pulled out her book. She told Blaze to bring back some cooking seasonings. She also gave him the bone knife for protection. Blaze nuzzled her head. Wait for me. They couldn't help but want to kiss. At the critical moment, a woman pushed the door open. The two quickly separated, in fright. The visitor was Magnolia. All three froze and laughed awkwardly. Sorry, I interrupted. Blaze entrusted Lily to Magnolia. He turned and stepped into the frozen wasteland. This time I must get enough food to safely get through winter. Lily begged Magnolia to take her out, to explore this wonderful world. Magnolia cheerfully agreed and pulled her along. Soon they arrived at the marketplace. The streets were full of elderly males and young males doing work, their gazes all focused on Lily. Lily looked around for females. Looking closely, she was stunned. The females were all plump and didn't have to do anything. If I become lazy, won't I turn out like that? She asked Magnolia how to tan hides. Magnolia looked puzzled. We females don't need to do this. Just focus on bearing cubs. Lily was completely floored. If all I did in this world was bear cubs, that would be too terrifying. Magnolia looked at Lily like she was a freak. She reluctantly agreed to teach her to tan hides. Then they came to the river. Lily bent down to wash the hides. Her figure was graceful, her appearance delicate. She immediately attracted the wolf beast's attention. A few young wolf beasts hid nearby, peeking. They'd never seen such a beautiful female. Because precious, beautiful females rarely went out. Their eyes were wide and drooling. They competed to approach her. Just then, Frost appeared before them furiously. He grabbed the young wolf beast's tails and angrily dragged them away. Magnolia watched, her lips curling into a mischievous smile. Are you close with Chief Frost? He's been watching you the whole time. Lily's face darkened. That big pervert again! But before she finished speaking, Frost appeared before her. What are you doing here? Lily roared sweetly. None of your business! Hearing this voice, Frost's face turned completely red. His mind wandered. His body involuntarily reacted. He immediately hid from everyone's view. Seeing this, Magnolia felt it was ridiculous. Chief Frost, who always hated females, was actually interested in one. Lily struggled to lift the washed hides. Seeing this, Frost took the hides from her hands. Let me carry them. Wet hides are heavier than you. He hoisted the hides and turned away. Lily quickly followed. This wolf isn't so bad after all? But then Frost's tone changed. Can't even carry this much. Females really are useless. Lily's face darkened. This guy is still annoying. Magnolia was speechless. Chief Frost used to be so domineering, but now he's like a bumbling fool. Back at the cave, Lily was about to cook. She suddenly remembered a bowl was left at Frost's place. She hurried to the neighboring cave. Frost's wolf head popped out. What? Lily jumped, nearly scared out of her wits. Her teeth chattered in anger. Where's my bowl? Frost played dumb. What bowl? Lily completely exploded. You think I'm some kind of Care Bear? Time I showed you what I'm really made of. Frost instantly chickened out and slunk into the cave. Soon he came out carrying the bowl. Here, you stingy thing. Lily took the bowl and left. Frost felt regretful and dejected. This was the only thing the little female gave me. Just then, Blaze finally returned from hunting. Seeing him, Lily quickly ran up. She couldn't stop and crashed into his solid chest. This time, Blaze brought back some strange fruits. These fruits were extremely salty and could substitute for salt. Lily immediately grabbed the spatula. She heated the wok, ready to show off her cooking skills. Soon, delicious dishes were ready. The fragrant aroma filled the air. She filled a bowl and handed it to Blaze. Take this food to Frost. He helped me a lot while you were gone. The little wolf beast smelled the food and rushed out excitedly. But seeing it was Blaze, his face darkened. Lily says you helped her a lot. I'm thanking you for her. Frost pouted and snorted. I helped her. If there's thanks, she should come herself. He turned to enter the cave, but Blaze stopped him. After winter, we're leaving. Don't have designs on her. I'll do what I want. You can't control me. On the other side, Lily was waiting for Blaze to return. Suddenly, a ding triggered a system quest. Please collect enough food before winter arrives. Lily froze. She wanted to ask how much was enough, but the system disappeared. What kind of system is this, dropping a message and disappearing? Just then, Blaze returned to find Lily muttering to herself. He looked puzzled. System? Enough food? Lily gave an awkward laugh and explained, "Didn't we say we needed to prepare more food for winter?" Blaze moved closer to her, his eyes full of affection. "With me here, I'll get you as much food as you want." Lily tilted her head up, looking at Blaze's muscular chest and 8-pack abs. She couldn't help but smack her lips and drool. Blaze's gaze grew increasingly intense and smoldering. Lily sensed trouble. She dove under the covers in a flash. The great white tiger slowly approached her, gently stroking her silky hair. Lily felt a tingling sensation. Her body jolted upright. "Where are you touching?" Before she could finish, Blaze pulled her into a tight embrace. "Lily, I missed you so much these past few days." The white tiger's hormonal scent grew stronger and stronger. He couldn't help but plant a kiss on Lily's forehead. Frost listened to the commotion next door, both embarrassed and angry. The aroused wolf beast scratched his ears in frustration. "That damn tiger is definitely doing this on purpose." The next morning, Blaze was refreshed and energized. Meanwhile, Frost was looking utterly drained, with huge bags under his eyes. Lily's heart skipped a beat at the sight. "This pervert looks like he didn't sleep well. Did he hear everything last night?" She glared at Blaze irritably. "This is all your fault." Blaze chuckled mischievously. "Then next time you'll have to hold it in and not make those sounds when I hold you." Lily finally snapped, fuming with rage. The little tiger took off running. Over the following days, Blaze brought back large amounts of prey every time he went out. Everyone looked on with envy, praising Lily for having such a good husband. Even the stunning Magnolia was envious. "He catches more prey alone than my whole family does together." Lily was puzzled. "Your family?" "Yes, I have 5 mates." Lily's jaw dropped. Her eyes bulged out. "You're really something." Magnolia shrugged. "Compared to your Blaze, they're nothing." Lily quickly explained. He and I aren't mates." Magnolia's lips curved into a mischievous smile. "If you're not mates, why do you live in the same house? And sleep in the same bed?" Lily was instantly speechless, stammering with no answer. Ever since arriving in this world and meeting Blaze, they had naturally lived together. Sometimes they even did things that crossed the line. Thinking about this, her face turned bright red with embarrassment. "I guess we're family." Magnolia rolled her eyes and teased. "Mates are family too." Lily was about to explain. Magnolia cut her off directly. "If you don't want such an excellent man like Blaze, then give him to me." Lily panicked immediately. "No way, he can't be your mate." Magnolia hid a smirk and pressed her advantage. "You don't even like him, so why not just step aside and let me have a shot?" Lily quickly retorted. "Who said I don't like him?" Magnolia smiled slyly. "So you do like him." Only then did Lily realize she had been played. Just then, Blaze returned from hunting. He scooped Lily up in his arms. Lily's jaw dropped in horror. "What on earth did I just say?" Blaze casually tossed Magnolia a bag of fruit as thanks. Magnolia caught the fruit and winked at Blaze. "She's adorable, you're really blessed." Then she turned and left. The young couple fell silent for a moment. Lily was so embarrassed she wanted to crawl into a hole. Blaze nuzzled her forehead. "I heard everything you said." Someone's face instantly turned red, her heart racing. "Which part?" "You said you like me." The embarrassed girl refused to admit it, but Blaze seemed to see right through her. His intense gaze became burning hot. "Lily, do you not like me?" Lily couldn't control her fluttering heart. She involuntarily leaned against his muscular chest. "I don't not like you." Blaze's gaze grew even more intense. "So you do like me." With that, he kissed her, stealing Lily's first kiss of the day. Lily instantly exploded in rage. Her face had turned as red as a beetroot. Blaze's lips curved into a mischievous smile. "Want to go again?" Lily was mortified. "Shameless." She took off running. After returning to the cave, she organized all the winter food. Suddenly a ding sounded with a system notification. "Congratulations, host, on completing the system task. Reward will be distributed shortly." As soon as the words fell, the reward dropped into Lily's hands. Taking a closer look, it was actually a pack of sanitary pads. She was so moved that tears welled up in her eyes. No more worrying about the embarrassment when her period came. Just then, the little tiger suddenly popped his head in. Lily quickly hid the sanitary pads. If Blaze saw this, explaining it would be way too awkward. Outside, heavy snow was falling and it was getting colder. Lily was sneezing from the cold. "Cold? Come here, I'm warm." Lily thought that made sense. After all, Blaze was a fluffy big tiger. So she plopped down on Blaze's lap. But her bottom squirmed restlessly, as if sensing something unusual. Her face instantly turned as red as a big tomato. She tilted her head back, sneaking a peek at the muscular man behind her. Blaze lowered his head and their eyes met. Lily's little heart pounded wildly. "Oh no," caught red-handed. The next morning, Lily was awakened by a commotion. Blaze walked in carrying a basin of water, just as the young couple was being lovey-dovey. Suddenly there was a loud crash. 2 fierce-looking wolf beasts burst through the door. "Get out! Our female wants this house." Lily was startled and thought to herself, "Are these all Blackwater wolf tribe beasts?" Blaze quickly stepped in front of her protectively. A red-haired brute reached out to pull them out. Seeing that Blaze didn't budge, Red Hair raised his fist and swung. Blaze easily caught his hand with one palm. With a crack, he broke the opponent's wrist. Then with a reverse twist, he disabled his arm. Finally, he kicked and crushed his groin. Blaze roared angrily, "Get lost!" The 2 wolf beasts grimaced in pain. "You'll pay for this." Then they fled with their tails between their legs, limping back to their own cave. Their mate saw them in such a pathetic state. She cursed irritably. "I sent you to take a room. How did you come back like this?" The 2 told her everything that had happened. The woman flew into a rage, furious. she suddenly hatched a plan to use a honey trap to seduce Blaze. I'd like to see which male dares refuse me, the #1 beauty of the beast world. She then stormed over to the neighboring cave, ordering her mates to break down the door. Lily heard the crashing and sensed trouble. Sure enough, a group of people came barging in. How can you barge into someone's home like this? Get out! The woman froze the moment she saw Lily. How is this female's skin so fair, and her waist so slim? Her mates couldn't help but become infatuated when they saw Lily. The woman's face contorted with anger. Being prettier than me is unforgivable. She pointed at Lily, spewing venom. Where did this wild female come from? I'm the mate of the wolf tribe chief. Be smart and get out. I've never seen you. You're from the Blackwater wolf tribe, right? Who said I'm the Blackwater chief's mate? I'm Frost's mate. Hearing this, Lily looked shocked. Since when does Frost have a mate? Just then, Blaze walked in. I don't care whose mate you are. Get out of here right now. Lily quickly walked to his side. Leaning close to his ear, she whispered, "This crazy woman says she's Frost's mate." Before she could finish, the woman interrupted. "I've taken a liking to him. He must become my mate." Lily was speechless. "So it's just wishful thinking on your part," the woman shouted angrily when she heard this. "Frost should be honored that I chose him." As soon as the words left her mouth, Frost walked in with a dark expression. "Should I kneel down and thank you profusely?" The woman's heart skipped a beat, feeling flustered, but she still didn't give up, removing her outer clothing to deploy her seduction strategy. Frost frowned deeply. What is this crazy female trying to do? The woman's eyes grew increasingly seductive. Her hands wandered over Frost's muscular chest. Her alluring gaze seemed soul-stealing, trying to use Frost against Lily. Lily covered her eyes, unable to watch. Frost's eyes flashed coldly with disgust. He mercilessly kicked her flying. "Touch me again and I'll chop off your hands." Everyone was instantly stunned. Females in this world were precious as treasure. No one expected a male to dare lay hands on a female. Lily was utterly speechless. Frost truly is the beast world's #1 weirdo. The woman cursed at Frost. "Are you even a male? How dare you treat me like this?" Frost's eyes flashed. "Only my mate has the right to know whether I'm a male or not. As for you, get as far away from me as possible." She seethed, her teeth grinding audibly. She turned and fled the scene crying. Frost turned to look at Lily with a slight frown. "You're being bullied right at your doorstep and still don't know how to fight back." "Who says I don't know how to fight back? I was just about to when you arrived." Frost was instantly speechless, stammering. I was just passing by coincidentally." He thought to himself. "Damn, I ran over as soon as I heard she was in trouble. She didn't figure it out, did she?" Lily nodded in agreement. "I know you were just passing by." Hearing this, the little wolf beast was inexplicably annoyed. Stupid female. Lily looked bewildered. What's wrong with this guy? Blaze secretly felt relieved. It's best that Lily hasn't noticed his feelings. To prevent another incident, Blaze repaired the kicked-in wooden door. Lily looked at the broken wooden door. A ripple stirred in her heart. If only the system could give me an iron door. But the next moment she suddenly realized. She had unknowingly started getting used to this place. Am I going to stay here forever and deal with all this? On the other side, the scheming Livia returned to her cave crying. She viciously kicked her mate. "You watched me get bullied and did nothing. What use are you?" The cowards didn't dare say a word. Seeing them so pathetic, Livia was even more furious. "Go kill that wild female for me." The wolf beasts hesitated. "But she's a female and she's so pretty, we." Before they could finish, Livia completely exploded. She beat and cursed them. "Lily Chen, you just wait." At this moment, heavy snow was falling outside, and the entire forest had officially entered winter. This kind of weather was perfect for hot pot. Lily grabbed a large pot and started bubbling away at the hot pot. She told Blaze to go to the cellar to get ingredients. But thinking about it, hot pot with just 2 people wasn't very lively. So she went to the neighboring cave to invite Frost. She found 2 Blackwater tribe wolf beasts inside. A dark-skinned beast drooled profusely at Lily. Lily shuddered with fear. Seeing this, Frost warned the dark beast. "Don't get any ideas about her, or don't blame me for being rude." The dark beast was about to retort, but was stopped by his companion. He snorted coldly and left in a huff. Watching the 2 Blackwater tribe beasts gradually leave, Frost glared at Lily. "What are you doing out here?" "I made hot pot. Came to ask if you want to eat with us." Hearing this, Frost's serious expression instantly softened. "What the heck is hot pot? Is it edible?" Seeing him question her, Lily turned to leave. "Fine, don't eat it then." Frost panicked and roared loudly. "I want hot pot!" But when he got to Lily's door, he froze in shock. Steam was rising inside, flames burning fiercely under the pot. He immediately pulled Lily outside. "There's a fire, let's go!" Lily didn't know whether to laugh or cry, beckoning him in. "This is hot pot, it won't hurt anyone." Then Blaze came over with ingredients. "Lily, the meat's cooked, come eat." Frost looked astonished. He didn't expect this tiger to not be afraid of fire. He gathered his courage and sat down cautiously. Who knew meat could be eaten this way? Lily couldn't wait to dig in. She picked up a piece of meat and stuffed it in her mouth. She looked like she'd gotten some bad lip injections. Blaze quickly checked if she was burned, gently cupping her face, blowing gently on her reddened little mouth. The meat in Frost's hand instantly dropped. "I want to blow on the little female's mouth too." Lily covered her mouth and quickly changed the subject. "Were those 2 from the Blackwater tribe earlier?" "Yes, they came to discuss business with me." Lily was curious. What kind of business can beasts discuss? "Wait a moment, I'll get that thing from next door." Soon, Frost brought over a bamboo tube for Lily. Inside the bamboo tube was the water they wanted to sell. Lily opened the bamboo tube and sniffed. "This isn't water, it's alcohol." Frost looked blank, not understanding what alcohol was. Lily explained that alcohol warms the body and improves circulation, but shouldn't be drunk in excess. Once drunk, people easily lose control and may even go berserk. Blaze and Frost jolted upon hearing this. This is important, I'll remember it. But Lily was excited. She told Frost to find out what this alcohol was made from. If they could grow crops in the future, they could not only eat but also brew and sell alcohol. Frost nodded in agreement. For the little female, I should try hard too. Lily poured 3 bowls of alcohol, then raised her bowl. To tonight's hot pot, cheers! Blaze and Frost didn't understand what cheers meant, but they raised their bowls along with her. The 2 beasts each took a sip. The taste was actually pretty good. They drank it all down. In no time, they'd polished off all the alcohol in the bamboo tube. Lily suddenly felt something was wrong. She saw the wolf and tiger staring intently at her. The little wolf beast's face was flushed red, his eyes glazed. Suddenly, he went into a drunken frenzy and lunged at Lily. Let me be your mate, I really like you so much. Lily pushed hard against his head. You're drunk and talking nonsense. But Frost wouldn't let up. With a bang, he instantly transformed into beast form, declaring he wanted to have cubs with Lily. Blaze on the side was seething with jealousy, his eyes full of murderous intent. He kicked the drunk Frost flying. Lily worried Blaze might kill Frost. Don't worry, this wolf's hide is thick, he won't die. With that, he grabbed Frost and dragged him out, then tossed him back into his own cave. The little wolf beast was passed out drunk, snoring away. Blaze scooped up Lily. His eyes also gradually became hazy. The 2 returned to their own cave. Blaze, intoxicated, gave her a dominating wall slam. Lily was about to tell him not to do anything crazy. The next second, Blaze silenced her with a kiss. Blaze's mind was clouded by alcohol, his whole body burning. Suddenly, his eyes went vacant, losing all reason. Frost was awakened by the commotion next door. In an instant, all drunkenness vanished. He rushed frantically into the neighboring cave. In a flash, he transformed into beast form. Let go of Lily! He opened his bloody maw and lunged at Blaze. Only then did Blaze snap back to consciousness. Seeing Lily curled up in the corner, Frost immediately picked her up. Don't be afraid, I'll take you to Shaman Lang. Blaze wanted to check Lily's injuries, but Frost stopped him. Don't come closer, don't you know how badly you hurt her? With that, he carried Lily to find the shaman. Blaze was filled with regret. He wanted to slap himself hard. On the other side, the shaman was leisurely applying a mud mask to his face. Suddenly, a bang startled him. Looking back, it was Frost bursting in carrying Lily. Lily's hurt, check on her quickly. The shaman saw Lily's battered body. Without a word, he jumped up and flying kicked Frost. No, it wasn't Frost. Hearing this, the shaman stopped. Which scumbag did this? Frost said aggrievedly it was Blaze. That white tiger usually seems so gentle, how could he? The shaman told Frost to take out all the herbs and crush them, then apply them to Lily's body to stop the bleeding. After doing this, Frost stormed out furiously. He was going to beat up Blaze. Then he viciously charged into the neighboring cave. With one swipe, he knocked Blaze to the ground. But Blaze didn't fight back. He had no memory of what he'd done while drunk. Beat me if you want, just tell me if Lily's okay. Frost's eyes flashed. I won't tell you. You hurt Lily so badly you're not qualified to be her mate. Blaze's heart felt like it was being stabbed, waves of pain. Lily, what have I done? Am I really not qualified to be with you anymore? When she slowly regained consciousness, she felt her whole body aching as if torn apart. Last night's nightmarish scene kept replaying in her mind, leaving her shaken and terrified. Just then, the shaman rushed in hurriedly. Lily jumped in fright. Fortunately, it was a false alarm. It was Shaman Lang bringing her medicine. Then Frost walked in, carrying Lily's clothes in his mouth. Lily saw the clothes. She couldn't help but remember Blaze had made them all by hand for her. Tears immediately started falling. The little wolf beast whimpered in distress. Only then did Lily slowly stop crying. She just didn't know how to face Blaze in the future. Frost lowered his head and nuzzled against her. A person and a wolf huddled together sobbing. Just then, Blaze came to visit Lily, but was mercilessly turned away by the shaman. Blaze recalled the vile things he'd done while drunk. He left shamefully with his tail between his legs. A few days later, Lily's injuries healed. She came to say goodbye to Shaman Lang, then returned to her own cave. She knew she had to clarify their previous relationship with Blaze. However, when she pushed open the cave door, she found it quiet and empty. Lily's heart was filled with mixed emotions. She waited angrily for the big white tiger to return. She had originally just wanted to live out her days peacefully with Blaze, but thinking about having tiger cubs, she couldn't help but shudder with fear. No, it's too scary. She waited from day until night. Blaze was still nowhere to be seen. Meanwhile, Frost had already come and gone several times. Do you know where Blaze went? Frost ground his teeth when he heard Blaze's name. Don't know. Lily anxiously turned to find the shaman. It was freezing cold outside. She worried Blaze would freeze to death. The shaman told Lily that Blaze had come looking for her a few days ago, that Tiger went into the deep mountains, said he was going to find source leaf fruit to nourish Lily's body. Hearing this, Lily threw on her cloak and was about to find Blaze. Seeing this, Frost grabbed her. Feeling Lily's trembling little hands, Frost roared loudly, I'll go find him for you. A warm current flowed through Lily's heart. You're guests of the wolf tribe. As chief, I can't stand by and watch someone die. The shaman couldn't hold back a snicker. I didn't know your sense of responsibility was so strong. Shut up. Frost cursed. His true colors were exposed. Lily worried that Frost going out shirtless would freeze into an ice sculpture. She quickly took off her cloak and draped it over him. If you really can't find Blaze, come back quickly. The little wolf beast's heart pounded looking at Lily. If I can come back safely this time, can you promise me one thing? Lily froze. This guy doesn't want me to be his mate, does he? The old shaman seized the moment for a perfect assist. Lily, Frost is risking his life for you this time. Just agree. Lily steeled herself. I agree. Frost excitedly hugged Lily. Without a word, he planted a kiss on her little mouth. Lily instantly froze in shock before she could react. Frost had already turned and headed into the deep mountains. Just then, Magnolia came running urgently. Someone's stealing from your house. Lily's jaw dropped. She took off running back. The shaman quickly told Magnolia, go get the young males from the tribe to help. Magnolia immediately ran to get reinforcements. At this moment, a gang of bandits was ransacking Lily's cave, facing these tall and mighty beasts. Weak little Lily had no way to fight back. Any one of them could kill Lily with a single punch. And the mastermind behind all this was the scheming Livia. She stared viciously at Lily. Your males have all frozen to death outside. Let's see who can help you now. Lily was furious and wanted to shut her jinxing mouth. But Livia grabbed her chin. Believe it or not, I'll ruin your pretty face. Before the words finished, Lily headbutted Livia hard. The scheming woman didn't react and was knocked sprawling. She ground her molars in rage. Grab her! But the males Livia brought looked at each other. Looking at cute Lily, none of them wanted to lay a hand on her. Seeing this, Livia's eyes went straight with anger. Ash, take your female away now! Hearing this name, Lily's heart jolted. Looking back, it was that dark wolf beast. Ash had admired Lily for a long time. He couldn't help but drool profusely when he saw her. Lily grabbed a wooden club and fought back with all her might. The dark beast's face instantly turned ferocious. He threatened with bared teeth. If you don't come with me, you'll starve to death. Livia on the side was triumphant and arrogant. All your food is mine now. If you don't go with Ash, you'll die. Lily raised the wooden club, preferring death to submission. Livia had lost patience and urged loudly, Ash, what are you dawdling for? Grab her now! As soon as the words fell, the dark wolf immediately rushed up and grabbed Lily, trying to force her to have cubs with him. Lily cried out for help. But the more she cried, the more excited the wolf beast became. He reached out and tore Lily's outer clothing. At this critical moment, words Shaman Lang had said flashed through Lily's mind. Male beasts can only have one mate in their lifetime. Once abandoned by a female, they will suffer painful backlash from the mate bond. She immediately gathered courage and roared at the evil wolf. Even if you force me, I will definitely abandon you. Hearing this, the wolf beast indeed became wary, but the scheming woman on the side kept egging him on. Ash, don't hesitate. Give her some of our special water and she won't resist. Lily's heart skipped. They're planning to force alcohol on me. The scheming woman had just turned to get the alcohol when a stone suddenly flew and hit her belly hard. She tumbled and fell on her behind, clutching her stomach and wailing in pain. Who hit me? Show yourself! As soon as she spoke, a familiar figure slowly approached. It was Frost, who had returned from the deep mountains. His eyes flashed coldly, full of murderous intent. The evil wolf instantly trembled with fear. I have things to do, I'll leave first. But as he tried to slip away, Frost grabbed him by the throat. You dare lay hands on Lily? Frost, this is a misunderstanding. Too bad Frost gave him no chance to explain. A few punches and he was about to beat him to death. Everyone was shocked, speechless. The terrified woman turned and ran, but was blocked at the door by a group of adult males. It was the reinforcements brought by the shaman and Magnolia. They swarmed forward and captured the scheming woman. Magnolia told Lily that Blaze had also returned. He was slightly injured and resting at the shaman's place. Lily cried tears of joy upon hearing this. Only with Blaze by her side could she feel at peace. However, Ash the perverted wolf hadn't died. It turned out the Blackwater Wolf Tribe shaman wanted to save him. As long as Chief Frost spares Ash's life, all the special water we brought is yours. Frost just smiled coldly, thinking the shaman Ma was crafty and sly. It was this kind of water that made Blaze lose his mind before. What is that old geezer got up his sleeve now? Lily leaned close to Frost's ear and whispered, let me handle this matter. Such a meddlesome little female, do as you please. Lily asked the old geezer how much magical water he brought. The shaman said he brought 2 wooden barrels. Leave both barrels of water and tell me the brewing recipe and we'll call it even. The old geezer laughed in anger. Dream on. Frost again grabbed Ash by the throat. We do dream on. If you don't agree, we'll kill this perverted wolf. The old geezer faced such a crazy Frost, had no choice but to reluctantly compromise. He had people bring over the 2 barrels of alcohol. Frost forced him to reveal the recipe. The old geezer could only tell Lily the recipe, thinking this little female is really something. Then he left with his group of beasts. Just you all wait, we'll meet again. After they left, Lily had just breathed a sigh of relief when Frost suddenly collapsed to the ground. Lily quickly reached out to support him. When she touched his body, a cold chill hit her. Lily's eyes widened. A rune appeared on Frost's arm. This is a star mark. Take him to my place first. They brought Frost to the shaman's clinic. Lily immediately saw Blaze lying on a grass mat. Seeing Blaze still alive, she secretly breathed a sigh of relief. Shaman Lang told the beasts to guard the door. Lily asked the shaman what the star mark was. Star marks only appear when beasts are evolving. Once they appear, combat power greatly increases. However, many beasts die from failed evolution. Lily's jaw dropped. Frost won't die, will he? Survival of the fittest is the law of beasts. If he can't get through this, he'll be eliminated. At this moment, Frost's whole body convulsed in painful moans. Lily felt inexplicably pained watching the scene. Tears kept flowing out. Although this wolf beast had a bad temper and a sharp tongue, he had saved both me and Blaze after all. He's a good beast. Thinking this, she cried even harder. Blaze was suddenly awakened by her crying. He sat up abruptly. Lily buried herself in his arms, tears streaming. Don't cry. I have a way to save Frost. With that, Blaze removed his leather skirt. A beast mark appeared on his waist. Shaman Lang jumped excitedly upon seeing this. This is a 3-star soul beast! A 3-star soul beast can soothe Frost's white wolf soul beast. With that, the shaman dropped to his knees, begging Blaze to save Frost. Blaze readily agreed, but proposed a condition that troubled even himself. Lily must become mates with both him and Frost simultaneously, because to soothe the beast's soul within Frost, it must be his family. Lily becoming mates with both the tiger and wolf simultaneously. Only this way could save the dying wolf beast Frost. The tiger beast Blaze cut his own finger, letting crimson blood drip into a cup. At the same time, the shaman cut Frost's hand, letting their blood mix together. Lily looked at the cup of blood, her heart full of anxiety. She tremblingly picked up the cup and took a big sip, then added her own blood to the cup, having both Blaze and Frost drink it. Instantly, dazzling golden lights flashed. With the light, the three completed the mating bond. Frost's originally pale face gradually returned to normal, but Lily felt an inexplicable sense of foreboding. After all, Frost had been extremely averse to females before. Now waking up to find he'd been forcibly bonded as a mate, he'd probably be furious. Blaze comforted Lily not to worry. If he dares reject you, I'll kill him. Lily broke into a cold sweat. Blaze is too brutal, the shaman quickly explained. Actually, Frost really likes Lily in his heart. But Lily would sooner believe pigs could fly, than believe Frost liked her. Don't worry, the blood bond only lasts 3 months. If after 3 months you don't want to have cubs with us, the mate bond will automatically dissolve, the shaman chimed in. That's right, if you're not satisfied you can dump them anytime. Hearing this, Lily breathed a slight sigh of relief. Although these two beasts were a bit weird, she'd just treat it like a 3-month relationship. Then Blaze walked to Frost's side, placing his hand on the soul beast mark on his shoulder. In an instant, light radiated. Frost's pupils dilated and he suddenly regained consciousness. He had finally evolved successfully. The shaman grabbed Frost's shoulder, crying with joy, while Blaze swayed, exhausted from the energy drain. Help me back, I want to go home. Lily froze for a few seconds, then helped Blaze back to their cave. As soon as they got home, Blaze handed Lily a bag of source leaf fruit. Lily took the fruit, deeply moved. I'm sorry, Lily, that night Before he could finish, Lily interrupted him. Don't say it, I've already forgotten about that night. The little tiger was anxious like a child who'd done something wrong. Can I still hold you? Of course. Lily realized she had grown deeply dependent on Blaze. The two embraced tightly. The next morning, Lily was awakened by deafening rumbling. Getting up, she discovered a huge hole in the living room wall. It turned out this was all Frost's doing. He had broken through the wall between their homes. Lily was furious. Are you crazy? Why are you smashing my wall for no reason? You're my mate now, your home is my home, this wall obviously has to go. The two argued for nearly 2 hours. Lily was livid. Even if we're mates, you can't just smash walls. Hearing this, Frost was delighted instead. Is the little female admitting I'm her mate? Then Blaze walked over. Lily, food's ready. Lily immediately scampered off like a little greedy cat to eat. Blaze glanced at Frost with sharp eyes. Don't even think about luring Lily to your room. From now on, we compete fairly. With that, he turned and left. Frost roared at him. Don't think I'm afraid of you just because you're a 3-star soul beast. Blaze snorted coldly. Come at me if you dare. Lily heard their exchange and groaned inwardly, having to live with these 2 beasts for the next 3 months. The future would probably be full of disasters. The first day of the 3 living together, Frost shamelessly demanded to sleep in the same bed as Lily, and was ruthlessly rejected by Lily. I'm used to sleeping alone, I don't want to sleep with anyone else. Hearing this, Frost became intensely jealous. You're lying! You sleep in the same bed with that tiger every night. Lily was thunderstruck. Are the cave walls really that thin? Her face turned as red as a beetroot. Blaze and I have mutual feelings. I only see you as a friend. Hearing this, Frost felt a chill run down his spine. He grabbed Lily's hand and roared angrily. You don't even like me. Why did you bond with me as a mate? Because I couldn't just watch you die. After 3 months, our mate bond will dissolve. Frost's heart completely shattered into dust. He wanted nothing more than to pin Lily down and solidify their mate status completely. Lily saw Frost's predatory expression. Terrified, she quickly pulled her hand back. Only then did Frost realize he'd frightened Lily. He immediately put on a harmless smile. It's just running an errand. I'll go, okay? With that, he grabbed the items and left. But this guy changed his tune faster than you can blink. He furiously kicked open Shaman Lang's door and tossed the thank you gift Lily had prepared to the shaman. You had another fight with Lily. I like her so much, but she just doesn't like me. The little wolf beast whimpered pitifully. The little wolf beast begged the girl to have cubs with him, and was kicked out by Lily. Lily turned over and fell fast asleep, but the little wolf beast didn't give up. He sneaked onto Lily's bed. Lily, I really like you so much. Lily was about to refuse. The next second, Frost sealed her cherry lips. Frost was kissing enthusiastically. At this critical moment, Lily slapped him. Who knew Frost got more excited the more he was hit? He even tried to force Lily to have cubs with him. The next day, Lily was yawning and listless. Seeing this, Magnolia leaned close with a mischievous smile. Did you secretly do naughty things with Chief Frost last night? Lily's jaw dropped. Don't talk nonsense, nothing happened. As soon as she spoke, Frost's voice came from outside. Lily jumped in fright, feeling the awkwardness of being caught. Her face instantly turned as red as a beetroot. You don't need to be shy. Having cubs isn't urgent. I have something else to tell you. Who wants to have cubs with you? Speak up or get out. That scheming Livia is pregnant. Lily was stunned. Why tell me this? Is it your child? Frost exploded in rage. What are you talking about? You're the only one in my heart. Shaman Lang told me to release Livia. With that, he grabbed Lily's arm. That woman has caused you trouble again and again. Want me to kill her for you? Lily was somewhat touched. After all, harming a pregnant female was a serious crime. This silly big gray wolf was willing to risk everything for her. Let Livia go. The child in her belly is innocent. Frost thought Lily didn't want to make things difficult for him. His heart bloomed with joy. Hee, you really do like me. Lily was speechless. This guy is such a narcissist. Before she could react, Frost planted a kiss on her forehead, then turned and fled, leaving behind a line. Stay home and wait for me. Bah! Who wants to wait for you? In a blink, Frost arrived at the prison, ordering his men to release Livia and her group. The scheming woman was overjoyed, thinking Frost had feelings for her. You're such a tsundere, you actually care about me so much. These words nearly made Frost sick. He was about to turn and leave, when Livia saw the evolved soul beast mark on his shoulder. The scheming woman's eyes instantly lit up. She immediately approached and took Frost's hand. Her gaze gradually became seductive. Frost, you've evolved! I can definitely bear you the strongest cubs. Frost bristled instantly at these words. He grabbed Livia by the throat. Come one step closer and I will absolutely kill you. Livia trembled with fear. Her mates were about to rush forward to help. Frost threw Livia directly at them. Watch this crazy woman. Don't let her wander in front of me, or I might not hold back and actually kill her. Livia stared viciously at Frost's retreating figure. One evening, Lily Chen sat down for dinner with Blaze and Frost. She kept stealing glances at the two beastmen across from her. If she really had to choose a mate, she knew deep down she only wanted to be with Blaze. Just then, Blaze started to get up and head outside to sleep. Lily grabbed his hand. He turned back, looking at her with a puzzled expression. Her face flushed red as she stammered, would you stay tonight? Blaze could hardly believe what he was hearing. He never imagined Lily would actually accept him. Frost, standing nearby, was strongly opposed. Are you really asking Blaze to stay so the two of you can have cubs? Lily had no idea how to respond. Meanwhile, Blaze beside her was absolutely beaming. Frost watched the two of them, grinding his teeth in fury. He turned and stormed off without looking back. Lily, have you really made up your mind about having cubs with me? Lily's face burned bright red with embarrassment. Blaze eagerly pulled her into his arms and held her close. But Lily pushed him away. Wait. She reached into her bag and pulled out a pouch of source leaf fruits. Magnolia said these can help ease the pain. Blaze took them and crushed them in his hand without a second thought. Then the two of them kissed. Frost, in the next room, heard the sounds. He was so angry his teeth were chattering. At the worst possible moment, Lily felt a sudden sharp cramp. She quickly pushed Blaze away. Her period had arrived. Their plans for the night were completely ruined. The next day, Lily had no choice but to curl up in bed. When Magnolia heard what had happened the night before, she couldn't help but burst out laughing. Blaze brought over a bowl of deep red berries, saying they would help replenish Lily's blood. Just then, Frost came charging in, dragging Shaman Lang behind him. Lily immediately had a bad feeling about this. The shaman looked her up and down, then he handed her a bowl of medicine. The color was strange and the smell was absolutely awful. Lily backed away in alarm. She would rather die than drink it. But in the end, under pressure from the two of them, she gave in. After she drank it, Frost gently tucked the blanket around her. Lily stared at him in a daze, wondering how this wolf had suddenly turned so gentle. The way she was staring made Frost's face go red. Lily couldn't help but smile warmly. You're such an adorable dummy, you know that? Frost was speechless. Cute is a word for girls and little kids, not me. 7 days later, Lily's period finally ended. She stepped outside and soaked in the sunlight she had missed so dearly. Just then, Magnolia walked over. Lily learned that Magnolia was expecting cubs. She couldn't help glancing at her belly. She wondered what a beastman baby would look like. Would it be like a little animal? Just then, a group of uninvited guests arrived. It was the scheming Livia, coming to cause trouble once again. Livia immediately started mocking Lily. I heard you found a mate, so why aren't you pregnant yet? Maybe something's wrong with you and you just can't conceive. Lily turned her head and ignored her. Livia's face twisted into a furious snarl. She rushed forward and grabbed Lily by the arm. Lily winced in pain and threw her hand off. But Livia deliberately threw herself to the ground, crying out dramatically. The crowd erupted in shock, all turning to blame Lily. Lily's mind went completely blank. Magnolia stepped forward to defend her. You fell on your own, she never pushed you. Livia threw herself on the ground, screaming and thrashing. Lily is trying to kill me and my unborn child! Seeing Lily standing there completely flustered and helpless, Livia felt a surge of smug satisfaction. Then she suddenly leapt to her feet and lunged at Lily, shoving her hard toward the edge of a cliff. Lily stumbled, her foot slipping off the edge, and she plunged into the cliff below. In that moment, she thought she was going to die. But at that critical moment, the system suddenly activated its emergency protocol, teleporting Lily to a completely different location. When she slowly came to, she found herself lying in the middle of a vast, endless sea of snow. Lily jolted awake and quickly checked herself for injuries. She was unharmed. The system had really come through for her. But when she looked around, all she could see was a sea of white in every direction. The system had saved her life all right, by dumping her in the middle of absolute nowhere. She had no choice but to trudge slowly in the direction of the tribe. As she walked, the sun began to sink toward the horizon. Fortunately, she found a cave along the way and took shelter inside. She opened her pack and stared at the meager supplies inside. Her stomach growled. If only she'd packed more food. To keep warm, she decided to go gather some firewood. She carefully peeked outside and spotted a figure lying at the cave entrance. She rushed out to investigate. To her surprise, it was a strikingly handsome man. and it looked like someone had seriously wounded him. Lily couldn't bring herself to just let such a handsome man freeze to death, but he was tall and powerfully built. She couldn't lift him no matter how hard she tried, so she just dragged him inside the cave. Lily looked him over carefully. His features were so sharp and refined it was almost unreal, and his clothing was clearly far above what an ordinary beastman would wear. The fabric was rich and finely made, and the blue gemstone gleaming on his forehead left Lily dazzled and confused. Were there other humans in this world? Before she knew it, she had drifted off to sleep. The moment she fell asleep, the man regained consciousness. Where am I? What happened to the ones chasing me? He looked around and spotted Lily. His eyes narrowed sharply. A fire! How is there fire here? He quickly checked himself over, half worried that Lily had taken advantage of him while he was unconscious. Confirming everything was still intact, he let out a long breath of relief. He studied Lily closely, and couldn't help but feel a quiet admiration. He hadn't expected her to be this cute. When Lily opened her eyes, she found the man staring straight at her and nearly jumped out of her skin. He quickly said, "Thank you for saving me." Then he turned to leave. "Don't move, your wounds were just bandaged." His eyes sharpened. "Are you a shaman?" That cold, piercing gaze sent a shiver down her spine. I'm just a regular girl," she stammered. "My name is Lily Chen. You can just call me Lily." His expression softened, and he said quietly, "I'm Shade." "Lily, that's a lovely name." Hearing that, Lily felt a warm tingle run through her. This man was definitely trying to charm her. She just couldn't prove it. Lily thought about where Shade had been wounded. She couldn't help but wonder if someone had been trying to kill him. But looking at that cool, impassive face of his, she didn't dare bring it up. The next morning, Lily's stomach was growling with hunger. Shade saw this and offered to go out and hunt. But Lily stopped him. "You're injured. You can't just go running around." At that, he pulled open his shirt. His wounds had completely healed. Lily's jaw dropped. That was insane. His wounds had healed overnight on their own. Shade put his shirt back on and headed out to hunt. But all Lily could think about was getting back to the tribe. He frowned, and that icy expression was enough to make her lose her nerve instantly. She watched Shade disappear into the distance, and figured he definitely wouldn't be back for a while. This was the perfect chance to slip away, so she took off running toward the tribe. Along the way, she tried eating some wild berries she found by the path, but one bite was enough. They were nearly impossible to swallow. It made her think of the meat she and Blaze used to roast together. The memory only made her feel worse. Then the sky opened up and heavy snow began to fall again. Hungry and freezing, Lily's vision began to blur. Her strength gave out, and she collapsed to the ground. When she struggled to lift her head, she found herself looking at a pair of long legs. Of all people, it was Shade. "What are you doing out here?" "I want to go home. My mate is waiting for me." Those words hit Shade like a cold wave. He picked Lily up in his arms. "Have you been with him?" "No," Lily said, flushing with both embarrassment and indignation. "Then he's not truly your mate yet. You're coming with me." With that, he held her tightly and carried her swiftly back to the cave. Back at the cave, Shade started roasting some meat. Lily noticed his hand was getting burned and looked at him in surprise. He wasn't even flinching. His kind must be a higher-tier beastman race. Shade handed the cooked meat to Lily and started eating his own portion raw. The sight made Lily's skin crawl. Shade simply didn't like eating anything warm. The only reason he'd bothered with the fire was because Lily needed cooked food. It was only then that Lily understood. Beneath that cold, distant exterior, he wasn't cold at all. She bent down and picked up a piece of ice. "After all that roasted meat, a little ice is just what I need." Shade stared at her. "Why do you keep staring? Want a piece?" "I don't eat things that cold. Only cold-blooded creatures enjoy that sort of thing." Lily wanted to smack him. "You eat raw meat. Who's the cold-blooded one here?" After eating her fill, Lily fell into a deep sleep. A gust of cold wind made her shiver. Shade watched her and felt a pang of concern. He got up and walked over to her. Then he took off his shirt, and in a flash shifted into his beast form, using his massive body to shield Lily from the wind. He also blocked the cave entrance to keep the cold from getting in. Only then was Lily able to sleep peacefully. The next morning, as she slowly woke up, she found a massive python coiled up beside her. She was so terrified she nearly wet herself. She spun around and bolted. But the giant black snake coiled around her and dragged her back. "Stay still. I'm not going to eat you." The familiar voice made Lily freeze. The enormous python was Shade. She turned and looked, feeling utterly hopeless. Of course, in this world, it was tigers, wolves, and now snakes. Staring at the massive black snake in front of her, Lily managed an awkward smile. Could you maybe shift back to human form?" Shade's eyes narrowed slightly, and there was a quiet sadness in his expression. Then he flicked out his tongue and moved in as if to give her a snake's kiss. Lily slapped her hands over her mouth, trembling all over. "Don't be afraid, I would never hurt you." Those words made Lily's heart ache. Why did Shade sound so sad? Was he afraid she was disgusted by him? Lily steeled herself. She gently reached out and touched his forked tongue, so soft and smooth. She couldn't help but press and squeeze it a little. A shiver ran through Shade's entire body. Unlike the other females, she felt no fear toward me. Shade's face went red, and he thought to himself that he really wanted to keep pestering her like this. No one wanted to snatch her away. Then Shade coiled around Lily and shot out of the cave to go hunting. They moved like a black train cutting through the jungle. Lily laughed awkwardly to herself. This snake ride was surprisingly smooth. Then, suddenly, the snake came to a sharp stop. He set Lily up in a tree and slowly slithered toward a gap between some rocks. He used his tail to knock away the stones at the entrance. Then he snatched up a few rabbits that were still half asleep. Lily had never seen anything like it. The whole rabbit family had been peacefully dreaming, and in the blink of an eye, they became someone's meal. After the hunt, they returned to the cave. Shade gently lowered Lily down. then shifted back into human form in an instant. Lily's eyes went wide. She was met with the sight of Shade's perfectly sculpted abs. Her face blazed red and she threw her hands over her eyes. "You pervert!" Shade looked genuinely confused. "You don't like my physique. That's not the point. You can't just walk around like that. Men and women are supposed to keep their distance." Shade had absolutely no idea what she was talking about. Then it hit Lily. This was the beast world. Beastmen didn't have those kinds of social rules. She bent down and picked up a vine from the ground and accidentally triggered a system quest. "Host, please collect 300 plant seeds. You may consult the illustrated parchment guide for reference." Lily immediately flipped open the guide. To her delight, she discovered that the vine she had just picked up contained multiple types of starch. Her eyes lit up with excitement. "Does this mean I can actually make buns, noodles, and dumplings?" She carefully tucked the vine away. Just then, Shade handed her the roasted rabbit meat. Lily took it and paused. She noticed Shade's hand had been burned again. "Let me be the one to cook from now on." A faint smile tugged at Shade's lips. "Are you worried about me?" Lily nodded. "I don't want you to keep burning your hands." Shade immediately leaned in closer. "So does that mean you want to be with me?" Before he could finish, Lily cut him off. "No, I already have a mate." Shade's expression darkened. "You haven't been with him. That means he's not truly your mate." Lily's jaw dropped, her face full of shock and indignation. "To me, if two people genuinely care for each other, that makes them true mates." Shade grabbed her by the arm. "Then what about me? Don't you like me? I like you the way I'd like a friend. Nothing more." Those words left Shade feeling utterly cold inside. He declared he would challenge Blaze and Frost to a fight, and whoever lost would have to give up Lily. Lily was about to protest when Shade suddenly let out a wave of bone-chilling killing intent. "If you keep refusing me, I'll have no choice but to swallow you whole." Lily was terrified out of her wits. She had no idea what to do. Then Shade realized he had genuinely frightened her. Those words had been said out of frustration, nothing more. Watching her standing there, flustered like a startled little kitten, he couldn't help himself and stole a quick kiss. Lily yelped and stumbled backward. "You shameless snake! Why do you keep doing that?" Before the words were even out, she found herself pinned against the cave wall. Face to face with this infuriatingly handsome, incorrigible snake, Lily's face burned red and she refused to meet his eyes. But Shade kept moving closer. Lily could feel the overwhelming warmth radiating from him. Shade's eyes narrowed. "Let's make a deal." He stepped back. "If I can make you fall for me within 10 days, you'll become my mate. And if I can't, I'll let you go and take you home myself." Lily thought it over. There was no way she could ever fall for a scoundrel like him. She gritted her teeth and agreed. A sly smile spread across Shade's face. Without a word, he stole another quick kiss. Lily twisted away, her face red as a tomato. She desperately wanted to slap that smirk off his face, but she was too afraid he might actually swallow her, so she swallowed her anger and let it go. Meanwhile, the scheming woman who had pushed Lily off the cliff had been thrown into the dungeon. Frost slowly walked toward her. A flicker of hope crossed the woman's eyes. She thought he had come to set her free, but Frost's face was cold and unreadable. His eyes were filled with murderous intent. "Livia, how would you like to die?" Livia was so terrified she could barely stand. Even in her panic, she tried to talk her way out of it, claiming Lily had fallen off the cliff on her own. Frost let out a cold laugh. He saw through her lie instantly. "You're at death's door, and you still dare to lie?" He turned and walked away without a second glance. Livia knew then that things were very, very bad. Frost ordered his men to drag Livia out of the dungeon and threw her into a barren wasteland far from any settlement. The place was crawling with wild beasts. A savage wolf caught her scent and locked onto her immediately, launching itself at her with bared fangs. Her screams pierced the air, and Livia was quickly devoured by the beasts. It was the fate she had earned, nothing left but bones. At the same time, Blaze risked his life climbing down the cliff to search for Lily deep in the mountains. Meanwhile, Lily was riding her snake express through the jungle, collecting plant seeds as part of her system quest. The giant python suddenly flicked his tongue at her, then opened his mouth wide and dropped 2 fruits into her hands. According to the guide, these fruits were not only delicious and crispy, but also a rare medicine for treating external wounds. Lily took them, delighted. The big black snake lowered his head and rolled his eyes toward her expectantly. Lily was puzzled. Was he waiting for her to pet him and praise him? What a clingy little serpent. She reached out and gave his head a gentle pat. A shiver of pleasure ran through Shade's whole body. Lily's hands are so soft. When they got back to the cave, Lily suddenly started coughing non-stop. She had caught a cold and developed a high fever. Her body shook with chills she couldn't control. Before long, her legs gave out and she crumpled to the ground. Shade rushed to her side immediately. Since his body naturally ran cold as a snake beastman, he quickly opened his shirt and let Lily lean against him to help bring her temperature down. Lily felt immediate relief. Without thinking, she pressed herself closer against his cool, sculpted torso. But the next second, she erupted into another violent coughing fit. Shade picked up a piece of ice and held it in his mouth, waiting until it melted, then carefully fed the water to Lily. After drinking the cool water Shade gave her, she felt a little more lucid, but then another violent coughing fit hit her. She coughed up blood. Shade pulled her into his arms, his heart aching. "I finally found someone I care about. I refuse to lose her." Lily suddenly felt dizzy and lost her voice. In that desperate moment, she suddenly remembered the crispy fruits from before. She rummaged through her pack and ate one. The pain in her chest eased significantly. She quickly told Shade to go find more of them. The moment Shade learned those fruits could cure her, he charged out into the blizzard. But outside, everything was buried under thick snow. The fruits were nowhere to be found. So he broke into a wild boar tribe in the dead of night, hoping to trade valuables for the fruits. but the boar chieftain flatly refused. Shade offered wild rabbit meat instead. That was refused too. Shade's expression turned hard. Lily's life was on the line. Fine, I'll take them by force. He shifted into his beast form and opened his massive jaws, and swallowed the boar chieftain whole. Good grief, the chieftain had just been eaten alive. The other boars swarmed toward Shade. He caught the scent of the crispy fruits, followed it and dove into a cave. Inside, there was a massive stockpile of the fruits. He coiled a bag of them up and was about to leave, when the furious boar horde blocked the entrance. They lit torches and tried to burn Shade alive. Shade endured the flames, fighting with everything he had to protect the fruits. He gritted his teeth through the searing pain and burst out of the cave in one desperate charge. Battered and covered in wounds, Shade pushed himself relentlessly back toward the cave. The boar horde gave chase right behind him. Back in the cave, Lily was still coughing without stop. Finally, Shade made it back. He found Lily had lost consciousness. He shifted back into human form at once, chewed one of the crispy fruits in his own mouth, and fed it to Lily directly. After taking in the fruit, Lily slowly opened her eyes. Shade, was that you? Did you just feed me that fruit? Shade nodded. How are you feeling? Much better, thank you. Just then, a chaotic thunder of footsteps approached from outside the cave. The boar beastmen had caught up. For Lily's safety, Shade decided to send her back to the tribe first. But when Lily saw the state of his injuries, she refused to leave without him. You saved my life. I have to repay you. Shade was deeply moved. Lily's feelings toward me seemed to be changing, but this wasn't the time for that. He looked at her steadily. These are just minor wounds. I don't need your sympathy. That's not what I mean, she said, wrapping her arms around Shade's waist and trying to pull him with her back to the tribe. But Shade, determined to protect her, insisted on staying behind to draw the boars away. He had just one condition, that she would consider making him her mate. Lily looked into his sincere, unwavering eyes, and her resolve began to waver. She told him that taking a mate wasn't something she could decide alone. She needed the agreement of her other two mates. Shade felt a surge of joy inside, but the situation was urgent. He had to get her out of there first. The boar horde was closing in. In an instant, a brilliant light radiated from Shade's entire body. He slowly removed the blue gemstone from his forehead and placed it gently in Lily's hand. Keep it close to your body. As long as you have it, I can always sense if you're safe. Lily was stunned. So the gem hadn't been a natural part of him after all. With the gemstone, they could stay connected at any time. Lily glanced up and immediately caught an eyeful she hadn't asked for. Her face went red and she quickly spun around. Wait for me! I'll come back, I promise! Then she ran as fast as she could toward the wolf tribe. By then, the boar horde had reached the cave entrance. From inside the cave, a pair of gleaming eyes slowly appeared. Shade burst out with his jaws wide open and charged at the horde, ready to fight to the last. She had barely escaped the clutches of the boar horde when she stumbled straight into a wolf den. She nearly fell victim to the savage wolves. Fortunately, Blaze managed to rescue her, but the wolf pack pressed on and stormed straight into the tribe. Their leader, Ash, was especially brutal. He savagely tore the heads off the tribe's beastmen. A beastman came sprinting back in a panic to report the news. Ash has led a pack of male beastmen into the tribe. Frost heard the report and told Blaze to stay behind and look after Lily. Then he led the other beastmen out to fight, but the enemy was cunning. They turned and fled immediately. They split into two groups, with some running ahead to draw Frost away, while Ash took the rest and quietly circled back into hiding. On the other side, Lily slowly regained consciousness. She suddenly bolted upright and cried out Shade's name. When she realized the person in front of her was Blaze, she couldn't hold back any longer and buried herself in his arms. Then she suddenly remembered Shade and whether he was safe. She urgently begged Blaze to go rescue him. Blaze was completely lost. Shade is a giant python. He was badly wounded, saving my life. Please go help him. She pressed the gemstone from Shade's forehead into Blaze's hand. Blaze then set off with a group of beastmen to find Shade. Just then, Shaman Lang brought Lily a bowl of medicine. Lily stared at the bowl with dread. It looked like something a witch would brew. It was even harder to stomach than the worst medicine imaginable. Just then, another beastman came rushing in with urgent news. The wolves from the Black River tribe are attacking again. They were coming with overwhelming force. There was no holding them back. Everyone realized they had fallen for the enemy's trap all along. Shaman Lang quickly ordered all the women to hide in the underground cellar. No matter what you hear outside, do not come out. Lily was worried about Shaman Lang. She urged him to hide with them, but his mind was made up. His eyes held the calm resolve of a man ready to give everything. He was going to fight to the death. Shaman Lang took off the necklace from around his neck and handed it to Lily. Give this wolf fang necklace to Frost. Tell him to avenge us. Then he shut the hidden cellar door. Lily's tears broke free and streamed down her face. She understood. Shaman Lang was giving his life to protect them. After concealing the hidden door, Shaman Lang's eyes were sharp and unwavering. He shifted into his beast form and charged at the enemy without a trace of fear. There are no cowards in the Stone Wolf clan. The sounds of fierce battle erupted, and the Stone Wolf clan suffered devastating losses. Though Shaman Lang was covered in wounds, he refused to fall. One of the savage wolves lunged and sank its teeth into his neck, then hurled him hard against the stone wall. The wolf shifted into human form and sneered with a twisted grin. Shaman Lang looked up at the face before him. Ash, it's you! Ash raised his claws. That's right. Surprised? And he slashed his claws across Shaman Lang. Shaman Lang lay on the ground, barely clinging to life. His body trembled faintly, then his eyes slowly closed. Frost, you must lead the Stone Clan people through this darkness. Down in the cellar, the women were gripped with fear. Suddenly, Magnolia doubled over with intense pain. Her labor had begun. but above them, the enemy wolves were searching everywhere for Lily. Lily barely dared to breathe. Only when the footsteps finally faded away did she allow herself a small breath of relief. Magnolia bit down hard, enduring the pain in silence. She was clearly nearing her limit. With no other choice, they had to deliver the baby right there in the cellar. Lily found a roll of hide and pressed it between Magnolia's teeth. No matter how much it hurts, you cannot make a sound. Summoning everything she had, Magnolia bore down with one powerful push. The first cub was born, then came another, and another, 8 in total. Wait, there was one more. In all the chaos, Magnolia ended up delivering 9 cubs in all. After the last one arrived, she finally went still. Everyone let out a collective breath of relief. But then one of the little wolf cubs let loose and sprayed everyone in the face. At the same time, Frost sensed something was wrong. He immediately ordered everyone to head back to the tribe. But the ambushing wolves cut off their path. The wolves hurled themselves forward with vicious snarls. Frost didn't flinch. Who dares stand in my way? He shifted into his beast form and leapt into the air, his entire body radiating a bone-chilling glacial light. Everything in his path froze solid in an instant. In the blink of an eye, every enemy had been turned into an ice statue. Frost shattered them all with a single strike. The enemy shaman at the front froze in absolute terror. He only now realized that Frost had awakened a first-star soul beast. He turned and ran as fast as his legs could carry him. Frost immediately ordered everyone to rush back to the tribe at full speed. On the other side, Blaze sensed that Lily was in danger. He turned around and raced back to the tribe, but by the time they arrived, it was too late. Every beastman in the tribe had been killed. Blaze arrived shortly after, breathless. "Where's Lily? Is she okay?" Frost snapped back to his senses. He noticed there were no women among the fallen. Lily and the other women must have hidden somewhere together. But the next moment, he froze. He saw Shaman Lang's body. Just then, Blaze found the entrance to the cellar. The women were finally rescued, but Lily had lost consciousness. Blaze quickly took her in his arms. Lily was barely aware of anything. She couldn't force her eyes open. Am I dead? Maybe all of this has just been a dream. Maybe I'll open my eyes and find myself back in the bathtub. But a familiar voice echoed in her mind, refusing to fade. Lily, you said you'd come back for me. Why haven't you come? The vision of the great black snake jolted her awake. In her panic, she threw herself into the arms of the man beside her. Then she came to her senses and shoved him away. You shameless scoundrel! Blaze looked completely innocent and confused. Lily, do you not recognize me? Lily pretended not to know who he was. You're Blaze, you big dummy. Oh, so you're playing games with me now, are you? With that, Blaze reached over and pinched her little nose, tugging it upward. Lily sneezed and toppled backward. Just then Frost came charging in, just in time to see Lily about to faceplant on the ground. He lunged forward and caught her in his arms. His eyes slid toward her with a gleam. Lily frowned. What are you thinking? I want to have cubs with you. And he dove in for a kiss. The next second, Blaze kicked him clean across the room. Lily looked down at the seeds she had collected. Something felt missing from her memory, like a piece had been torn away. Then a familiar voice suddenly surfaced in her mind. Lily, why haven't you come back for me? The voice made her head throb with pain. Just then, a large hand reached toward her. Lily flinched in alarm. She turned. It was Blaze. Lily shook her head. Never mind. My head hurts too much. Blaze watched her walk away, thinking quietly to himself. Lily seems to have forgotten who this gemstone belongs to. That evening, the three of them sat together eating a simple hot pot. The tribe's food stores had been completely plundered after all. Frost planned to take the food back and avenge Shaman Lang in the process. But the Black Water tribe had far too many mixed-breed fighters. Blaze came up with a plan. He wanted to use Shade's gemstone to lure in the Wild Horse tribe. How did you come to have such a rare crystal? Lily brought it back. Lily looked up and stared at the stone. She had absolutely no memory of it. But something deep inside told her this pendant mattered. Blaze reached over and ruffled her hair. Don't worry, we'll give it back to you when we're done. But we were never robbed of a crystal like this to begin with. Blaze smiled slyly. All we have to do is insist the Black Water Wolves stole it. If the Wild Horse tribe can't find it on them, that's not our problem. Frost agreed to Blaze's plan. Lily quietly rolled her eyes. This guy acted all innocent, but he had no problem slinging mud without batting an eye. Frost then went to the Wild Horse tribe. At first, the Horse Beastmen treated him like dirt. Get out of here. But the moment Frost produced the rare crystal, the greedy Horse Beastmen's eyes lit up with pure greed. Frost leaned in and whispered a carefully crafted pitch in his ear. The two struck a deal with a handshake, agreeing to join forces against the Blackwater Wolf tribe. When Frost returned, he gave the gemstone back to Lily. Lily sat turning the stone over in her hands, trying to remember where it had come from. Then another system quest triggered without warning. Host, please collect 5 different colored crystals. A special reward will be granted upon completion. Lily had nearly forgotten the system existed entirely. The mention of a special reward snapped her right back to attention. Frost, are crystals hard to come by? Frost found her absolutely endearing, though he kept his composure. Crystals strengthen a beastman's soul power. They're genuinely hard for most people to obtain. Lily deflated like a punctured balloon. Frost saw her expression and handed her a small pouch. She opened it. Crystals. These colorless ones are called crystal coins. They're used as currency among the tribes. Something about that jogged Lily's memory. Back when she used to go to the market with Blaze, he had paid for things with crystal coins. She took just one crystal and handed the pouch back to Frost. Frost's feelings were absolutely crushed. He thought she was rejecting his gift because it wasn't enough. Lily explained that she simply didn't need that many, but Frost stubbornly shoved the whole pouch back into her hands and stormed off in a huff, determined to go earn even more. Lily brought out the food she had been storing. and distributed it to the beastmen of the tribe one by one. She glanced down and noticed a pile of fruit pits on the ground. They were the ones she had scooped out of the sweet fruits earlier, and there were quite a few of them. Just then, the system chimed. "Congratulations, host. You have collected 300 seeds." A new interface appeared. "Your reward is about to be delivered. Please stand by." A face slowly materialized in the interface. Lily's jaw dropped. "Since when do you have a face?" The system's little yellow-haired avatar looked completely unamused. "Host, please refrain from wasting time on irrelevant topics." A seed dropped into Lily's hand. It gave off a distinctive, pleasant fragrance. Lily immediately flipped through the guide, but found no record of the seed anywhere. "This is the seed of the sacred tree. The first volume of the guide wouldn't have it. To learn what the sacred tree is, you'll need to collect the remaining volumes." Lily was buzzing with excitement. "So if I collect all 7 volumes, is it like gathering the Dragon Balls? Can I summon Shenlong to make a wish?" The system was speechless. "What is this, Dragon Ball? You think you're Goku now? Stop daydreaming about summoning dragons." Lily burst out laughing. Teasing the deadpan system was genuinely entertaining. The system continued. "This is a spent seed. It can only be consumed directly." Lily wrinkled her nose. "Is there any chance I could get a different reward instead?" The system went silent. "Hello? Don't you dare ignore me." The system's avatar looked about ready to explode. "Eat it or I'm taking it back." Lily could see things were going south fast. She lifted the seed toward her mouth, but before she could eat it, the seed shot straight into her on its own. Lily was completely baffled. What is it even supposed to do? The sacred tree is the source of all life. It will enhance your affinity with the natural world. Then the system vanished in a flash. When Blaze wasn't looking, Lily suddenly pulled him in and kissed him without a moment's hesitation. She gave herself to him completely. Blaze was completely caught off guard. When he came to his senses, he gently pushed her back. "Are you sure about this?" "I've never been more sure. I know exactly what I'm doing." Lily had been haunted by a terrible nightmare. In it, Frost had given his life to save her, cut down brutally by the enemy. In her previous life, she had lived alone, no one to love her, no one to care for her. But ever since she crossed over into this world, she had finally found 2 people who truly loved her. And in this life, she refused to be alone again. Blaze looked at Lily's tear-filled eyes and gently took her hand. "I don't want you to give yourself to me on impulse. I'm afraid you'll regret it." "I won't regret it," Lily said, her voice firm and unwavering. She wiped her tears, her voice soft and broken. "Will you have children with me?" The moment the words left her mouth, her face blazed red and her hands trembled. She was terrified he might say no. Blaze pulled her into a tight embrace. Then he took off his shirt, revealing his powerfully built physique, and he leaned down and kissed her. This time, Lily didn't pull away. His kisses were soft and gentle, like feathers brushing across her heart, and like a single spark catching on dry earth. They ignited something that had been waiting all along. That deep, aching love spread between them with every breath they shared. The next morning, Lily was so exhausted she could barely drag herself out of bed. Even rolling over took tremendous effort. Then came the creak of the door being pushed open. Blaze walked in carrying a basin of water. Lily was flooded with embarrassment, unsure how to face him. "Lily, let me help you clean up." Lily shot upright to refuse. "No, I can do it, mice." Before she could finish, a sharp crack came from her lower back. Yesterday had been intense, and her whole body was paying for it. After Blaze persisted with gentle coaxing, Lily swallowed her pride and let him help wipe her down. Blaze's eyes softened with a dazed look. "Lily, your skin is so soft, so smooth and fair." Lily wanted to disappear into the floor. The thought of what he might be thinking made her panic. She scrambled to get dressed and bolted out the door. "I'm going to find Magnolia." Once outside, she finally exhaled. That was close. She felt like she could have been devoured at any moment. She hobbled off with small, unsteady steps to find Magnolia. Magnolia leaned in and took a sniff. A sly grin spread across her face. "Heh heh, that's Blaze's scent. So you two finally." Lily clapped a hand over her mouth before she could finish. "Keep your voice down." Her face turned as red as a ripe apple. She quickly grabbed one of Magnolia's cubs and buried her flustered face in its fur. "I'm not talking to you about this. When Frost finds out Blaze beat him to it, he's probably going to lose his mind." Lily's eyes went wide. "It won't really come to that, will it? What if they actually fight over it?" "Don't worry, males competing over a female is completely normal around here. They'll fight it out and end up like brothers." As she said it, tears gathered at the corners of Magnolia's eyes. She was thinking of her own mates, the ones who had fallen in battle. Lily remembered then what Magnolia had been through. She was just about to say something comforting when a beastman came rushing in. "Lily, Bluebell is going into labor." A female beastman named Bluebell lay on the ground, wailing continuously. Lily Chen was speechless. Why had they specifically called her for childbirth? She wasn't an obstetrician. Just as she was about to turn and leave, she heard the pregnant woman constantly calling her name. She had no choice but to go for it, and it was her Hail Mary. Immediately, she instructed the nearby beastman to boil water, and she asked Magnolia to fetch the pain-relieving source leaf fruit. Bluebell gripped Lily's hand tightly, as if clutching a lifeline, afraid that she might leave. "Don't worry, everything will be fine." At this moment, Blaze brought over a basin of hot water. Lily had the pregnant woman eat the source leaf fruits. Bluebell's mates waited nearby, craning their necks anxiously. Through everyone's combined efforts, Bluebell successfully gave birth to 5 cubs. Among them was even a female. Everyone cheered collectively at the sight. After all, females were extremely precious in the beastman world. Lily gently lifted a little wolf cub. The little one smothered her face in kisses and nuzzles. She couldn't help but marvel at the wonder of this world. Would she also get pregnant and give birth in this world? After returning home, Lily was exhausted. Blaze wrapped his arms around her waist and gently squeezed. "You must be tired. Let me massage you." As he spoke, his hands kept wandering over Lily's body. Lily instantly felt tingles all over her body. Stop, that's enough! Blaze pressed tightly against her back. I'm just giving you a massage. Massage my foot. You clearly have ulterior motives. Lily clearly felt Blaze's burning hot body. Her face instantly flushed bright red. Would you be a little more… Before she could finish, Blaze pinned her against the bed. They were trying for a cub again. Lily cried out that she couldn't take it anymore and surrendered. She finally had a chance to catch her breath, but Blaze asked her to look at his lower body. Lily thought the tiger wanted to have sex again. The next second, she instantly exploded. Shameless! I'm not looking! Blaze looked speechless. Then the corners of his mouth curved into a mischievous smile. Little troublemaker, where's your mind going? I wanted you to look at the star marks on my waist. Lily was so embarrassed she could dig a hole and hide. Who told you to mention such? An easily misunderstood location. She carefully examined the beast soul mark on Blaze's waist. The tiger tattoo now had a ring of thorny vines around its head. It appeared on the night of our mating ceremony. Lily looked surprised. So you're leveling up? Is this a coincidence? Blaze shook his head. It's not a coincidence. It's because you have something magical inside you. As long as I mate with you, it can make the beast soul stronger. Only then did Lily realize it was the divine wood seed the system had given her that was taking effect. Blaze was very curious and pressed Lily about how she obtained the divine wood seed. Lily's heart tightened and she hurriedly avoided Blaze's probing gaze. She came up with a lame excuse. Someone gave it to me. She thought to herself, I can't exactly tell you I transmigrated here, can I? Seeing that Lily didn't want to say more, Blaze stopped pressing. Remember, you absolutely cannot tell anyone you have the divine wood seed inside you, or those beasts will tear you apart. Lily nodded repeatedly. I'll remember. Suddenly, Lily thought of an even trickier problem. Then she went to find Magnolia. Blushing, she asked how females could prevent pregnancy. Magnolia was stunned. Why are you asking this? Lily expressed that she didn't want to have cubs so soon. Magnolia laughed at her words. We've never had the concept of contraception here. I'm still looking forward to whether you'll give birth to a little tiger or little wolf cub first. Lily's face darkened. The Beastmen here had absolutely no concept of contraception. After all, having children meant the future of the tribe. But in this world full of dangers, getting pregnant and giving birth now was really too dangerous. She tried calling the system. To her surprise, the system actually appeared. How may I help you, host? Lily immediately put on a flattering smile. Do you have any contraceptive pills? The system froze, eyes wide as saucers. Then without a word, it instantly disappeared. Lily had no choice but to flip through the guidebook to find a solution. Her eyes lit up. She discovered a record in the book about a plant called root block flower that had an inhibitory effect on female ovulation. She thought this root block flower might work. So she went to find Blaze. Acting coy, she said she wanted to go hunting with him. Blaze readily agreed. Lily happily burrowed into his arms and nuzzled against him. Thank you, Blaze. Are you cold at night? Do you want me to warm you up? Before he could finish, she guessed what Blaze was thinking. She dodged to the side in a flash. No need, I'm really tired today and need to sleep early. At night, Lily dreamed again of that haunting voice. You can't even remember me, yet you said you'd come save me. Don't you know I've been waiting for you? You liar! Lily jolted awake from her dream. That cold voice with a hint of chill made her feel inexplicably familiar, yet she couldn't remember who it was. The next day, Lily followed Blaze out hunting. A group of beastmen followed closely behind. The beastmen snatched up the little white rabbits in their jaws, while Lily focused on searching for the contraceptive root block flower. She pushed aside the grass and looked carefully. Finally, she found the root block flower. Then she ran joyfully to meet up with Blaze. But the next second, she suddenly froze. What's wrong? Look over there. Blaze looked in the direction she was pointing. A group of beastmen was slowly walking toward them. It turned out to be Frost returning from his revenge mission. Lily was immediately overjoyed. Frost shouted excitedly, "Everyone, we won!" Not only did he recover all the stolen supplies, he also raided the enemy's lair while he was at it. Lily ran up to greet him excitedly. Frost swept her up in his arms, kissing, hugging, and lifting her high. The couple who hadn't seen each other in a long time embraced tightly. But Frost's expression suddenly changed. He smelled Blaze's scent on Lily. He pushed Lily away and roared angrily. You mated with Blaze! Lily stammered, not knowing how to explain. Frost was so angry his face turned livid and steam came out of his head. That damn tiger! He took advantage while I was away. Blaze frowned. Lily and I are mates. Mating is only natural. You said we'd compete fairly. You're a despicable liar who doesn't keep his word. With that, Frost angrily attacked Blaze. Unfortunately, his punch hit nothing but air. Frost continued attacking fiercely, but Blaze easily deflected them all. Frost transformed into beast form, baring his fangs viciously. Blaze's expression turned stern at the sight. He was about to transform into beast form as well. The two rivals instantly became hostile. At this critical moment, Lily stepped between them. Frost, stop it. I was willing to give myself to Blaze. Frost's heart shattered into pieces, pitiful and teary-eyed. You don't like me at all. In your heart, there's only that tiger. Of course not, Lily was about to explain. The little wolf was consumed with jealousy. Overwhelmed with jealousy, he burst into angry tears. In a rage, he turned and ran. Lily was about to chase after him, but Blaze stopped her. Frost has a hot temper. Let him cool down first, just as Lily was pondering how to handle this situation. Crying and shouting suddenly came from behind. A female beastman was crying her heart out. She was worried about her mate's injuries. With Shaman lying dead, the tribe had no healer. Lily stepped forward. She began examining the injured beastman's wounds. The female cried and begged, "Lily, please save him." Inside the cave, the injured males moaned in pain. Frost paced anxiously, not knowing what to do. At that moment, he heard Lily call out, "Frost, do you have any alcohol and crispy fruit?" The little wolf muttered sulkily, "If you want crispy fruit, go ask Blaze. You don't like me anyway." Lily was utterly speechless. This guy's jealousy was unbelievable. Then she couldn't help but snap. "I need the alcohol and crispy fruit to save people. Are you going to get them or not?" The little wolf instantly cowered. Huffing angrily, he brought over the alcohol and fruit. Lily shouted angrily, "Stop huffing! Come help hold him down while I treat his wound." The beastmen on the side were astonished. They didn't expect Lily to know medicine. Then they held down the injured beastman's limbs. The injured one still looked confused. Before he could react, Lily wiped his wound with alcohol, making him scream in pain. Lily then applied crushed crispy fruit to the wound. After all these procedures, it was finally done. The injured one's pain immediately lessened considerably. Everyone praised her, calling Lily a miraculous healer. Lily took the opportunity to mobilize everyone to bandage the other wounded. After working for a long time, Lily was exhausted and panting. Then Frost walked over. His proud expression showed a hint of distress. He bent down and squatted. Lily asked in confusion, "Are you going to carry me back?" Frost huffed, "Of course! Hurry up and get on!" Lily secretly smiled. What a tsundere. Then she carefully climbed onto Frost's sturdy wolf back. The rugged mountain path rose and fell beneath his wolf paws. The gravel made Frost's paws hurt, but his steps remained steady without the slightest wobble. The mountain wind carried the unique scent of wolf fur. Lily couldn't help but kiss Frost's perked-up wolf ear. Frost's face instantly flushed red. "What are you doing? Don't seduce me." Lily hugged his neck tightly. "I'm glad you came back safely." Frost didn't quite understand what she meant. Lily explained, "I had a nightmare that something happened to you all." Frost noticed her body was trembling slightly, so he quickly changed the subject. "Don't think you can just sleep with Blaze and abandon me." Lily's mouth twitched. In this world, with Frost and Blaze's companionship, her fear dissipated. After returning to the cave, Lily handed Frost a piece of roasted meat. The little wolf reluctantly took a bite on the surface, but inside he was already bursting with joy. After all, this was roasted meat Lily made for him personally. He was so excited his ears turned pink. Blaze handed Lily a bowl of meat soup. Lily's face lit up with joy. Frost felt the meat in his hand suddenly didn't taste as good. Bold words spilled out. "You're sleeping with me tonight." Lily nearly spit out the meat soup she just swallowed. Tonight! I'm your mate. If you can sleep with that tiger, why can't I?" Lily was speechless, not knowing how to respond. She could only look at Blaze with pleading eyes. Blaze indicated that as long as Lily agreed, he wouldn't interfere. Frost took Lily's hand. "Lily, let me show you something." With that, he pulled Lily to his room. A large bed was covered with flowers and jewels. "I arranged this. Do you like it?" Frost went full tycoon mode, showering Lily with jewels and flowers like it was nothing, and placed a diamond-studded flower crown on her head. His eyes and words were incredibly determined. "Lily, let me become your true mate, will you?" Lily's heart pounded from all this romancing. The hungry little wolf could wait no longer. He yanked off his mate's clothes. Lily hurriedly covered her chest. "What are you doing?" Frost proudly displayed his beast soul. Then he pinned Lily against the bed. "I've upgraded to a 2-star soul beast. Our cubs will definitely be amazing." Lily firmly refused, saying she wasn't ready to be a mother yet. Frost's eyes welled up with tears, his face full of disappointment. But he didn't want to force Lily. He could only suppress the burning desire within. Seeing Frost so distressed, Lily felt sympathetic. She suggested that applying the contraceptive potion on her body might work. Frost instantly turned from sorrow to joy. His face flushed red to the ears. He got so excited his nose bled. "Lily, can I help you apply the medicine?" In order to sleep with Lily, Frost actually wanted to help apply the potion that prevented cubs. Lily was shocked and dumbfounded. She snatched the potion from Frost's hand. "No way! That is too embarrassing. I'll do it myself." Frost looked aggrieved and pitiful. "I'm your mate. I should be the one doing this." Lily was firm, insisting that Frost turn around. The little wolf could only obediently comply. Then Lily poured out the potion, carefully applying it to herself, but at this critical moment, Frost suddenly turned around. Lily instantly felt a burning passion from behind. She whipped around, about to speak, but Frost pulled her into a tight embrace. "Lily, are you done? My heart's about to explode." Lily couldn't resist Frost's burning gaze. The potion in her hand unconsciously rolled away. Then between each other's lips, they carved their own romantic verses. This eternal love bloomed brilliantly like flowers. Lily barely made it through to daybreak. The couple had been at it all night, but the energetic hungry wolf still wanted to continue. He ended up getting kicked out by his mate. Frost came face to face with Blaze. His expression was incredibly smug. "Lily's first litter will definitely be mine." Blaze's face immediately filled with murderous intent. "We'll see about that." Seeing Frost successfully mate with Lily, Blaze felt so hurt he could barely breathe. While Frost was grinning from ear to ear, he turned and cooked up a large pot of meat. Lily had a wolf feeding her meat in front, and a tiger handing her soup from behind. This made her feel both awkward and stressed. She felt like she might get devoured by 2 beasts at any moment. A few days later, the injured beastmen fully recovered. This was all thanks to Lily. Frost swept his mate up and lifted her high. "Lily, you're amazing! Worthy of being the female I chose." Lily's face darkened as she thought to herself, "Is that praise for me or for yourself?" Frost also proposed that Lily become the wolf tribe's shaman. Lily was stunned speechless. She quickly said she only knew the basics and couldn't handle the position of shaman. But Frost kept emphasizing, "The tribe really trusts you now." Blaze also chimed in. "That's right, everyone trusts you. You should try." Lily thought for a moment. She still felt her limited skills weren't enough for this role. If someone in the tribe got injured, she could help take a look. At this moment, Lily noticed the beast soul mark on Frost's shoulder. The wolf mark now had a thorny crown on its head. She remembered it wasn't there before. After mating with Frost last night, this thorny crown appeared. Frost looked at his beast mark with confusion. After Blaze's explanation, he learned. Mating with Lily could strengthen the beast soul's power. Upon learning this news, Frost couldn't wait to sleep with Lily again. Lily quickly hid behind Blaze. "I'm not sleeping with you. I need rest tonight, just sleep." The hungry wolf looked disappointed. "Do you like Blaze that much? How am I inferior to him?" Frost insisted on sleeping with Lily. Blaze said Lily was too tired and should sleep alone tonight. Frost snorted. "How do I know you won't sneak in?" The two rivals instantly became hostile. Lily shouted angrily. "Stop arguing, let's all just sleep together." The three looked at each other, and the scene fell silent. Blaze was first to agree. Frost declared, "Good idea, sleep together then. Who's afraid?" Lily was utterly speechless. "I was just speaking off the cuff," and neither of them objected. Then the two beasts began to act. They pushed two beds together. Lily looked at the supersized bed. She wanted to cry. Now she couldn't even use the excuse that the bed was too small. The three lay quietly on one bed. The scene couldn't be more awkward. Blaze urged Lily to sleep quickly. Frost moved closer. "Let me warm your feet." Lily quickly refused. "I really don't need it. You're making me nervous." 5 minutes later, Lily was fast asleep. The little wolf pouted. She actually fell asleep. Blaze sat up. She must be really tired. He kissed his mate's forehead. Frost huffed and rolled his eyes. "Kissing Lily in front of me? I want to kiss her too." With that, he puckered his lips and nuzzled Lily's face. Although the scene of three people sleeping in one bed was strange, there was a warm atmosphere of mutual comfort. As the ice and snow gradually melted, winter was leaving. The injured beastmen gradually healed. More and more beastmen came to Lily for treatment. She prescribed remedies according to the records in the guidebook. Most were appropriate for the symptoms. Thus, she temporarily took over the shaman's position and earned everyone's genuine respect. Spring arrived in the blink of an eye, and everything came back to life. Suddenly, a system notification sounded. "Congratulations, host, on successfully completing the winter survival mission. The reward will be distributed shortly. Please check." As soon as it finished speaking, Lily felt her hand burning with pain. She looked closely and saw something in her hand. It was 5 shiny rings. She casually picked up a pink ring. Without thinking, she put it on her hand. But after putting it on, she regretted it deeply. The system informed her this was a slave ring, and only by wearing the master ring could the storage space be activated. And once the ring was on, it could never be removed. Lily had a bright idea and thought about putting on the master ring too. She tried hard but couldn't get it on. The system reminded her again. The slave ring is controlled by the master ring. Whoever wears the master ring will be in the dominant position. Looking at the system's mischievous appearance, Lily was furious. "I don't want to be controlled by anyone. I'll keep this master ring for myself." But if no one wore the master ring, the space couldn't be activated. After returning home, Lily was listless. Blaze thought his mate had been bullied. He gently pulled her into his embrace. "Did something happen? Tell me and I'll help you solve it." Lily fell into thought. In this world, the person she trusted most was Blaze. After much consideration, if she ultimately had to choose someone to wear the master ring, Blaze was undoubtedly the most suitable. So she personally placed the master ring on Blaze's hand. Blaze looked at the ring on his hand, bewildered. Lily didn't explain much. She just asked Blaze to try saying "open space." Blaze complied. "Open space." As soon as he spoke, a dazzling golden light burst forth. When they slowly opened their eyes, a square opening appeared in front of them. Lily was astonished. It really is a storage space. She tried throwing a pillow inside and found it really could store things. Then she put all her treasures into the space. The space was unimaginably large, as if it could store things indefinitely. She just didn't know if it could store living things. Lily suddenly remembered there were 3 rings left. She gave one to Frost and hid the difference between the master and slave rings. The little wolf was delighted inside, but Lily felt a bit guilty. Frost's eyes stared at her cunningly. The next second, he suddenly pounced on Lily. "You gave me a gift. Does that mean you like me equally now? You'd be way more attractive if you weren't so horny all the time." Frost was stunned. "That won't do. I only have feelings for you." With that, he sealed his mate's lips with a kiss. The two couldn't stop kissing. The little wolf wanted to sleep with his mate again. He ended up getting slapped, but Frost still wouldn't give up. 2.5 hours later, Lily staggered out of the room. Unexpectedly, she ran into Blaze. Her heart panicked, feeling inexplicably guilty. Blaze's eyes sharpened. He saw the hickeys on Lily's neck. Jealousy surged through him. He wanted to destroy Frost right then. He turned and walked away with a dark expression. Lily sensed Blaze was in a terrible mood. She quickly chased after and grabbed him. "Your mood's off today. What's wrong?" Blaze's expression turned glacial. He pulled Lily into a tight embrace. "Lily, I regret it. I should have taken you somewhere else for the winter. Then you wouldn't have become mates with Frost." The little tiger was so angry his entire body hurt, plus the influence of the master ring. He actually developed murderous intent toward Frost. Lily quickly calmed his emotions, promising she wouldn't seek other males in the future. At this moment, the system let out a cold laugh. "Hey, woman, don't speak too soon. Why do you think there are 4 slave rings?" This infuriated Lily. "Hateful system!" On the other side, Frost finished cooking meat. He cheerfully brought a bowl to Lily. Casually, he noticed the ring on Blaze's hand. He proudly raised his hand to show off. "I have a ring too." Blaze's face instantly darkened. He was so angry he wanted to smash this smug wolf's head. A few days later, Lily had collected more and more seeds. Frost ran in excitedly. He told Lily there was a plot of land at the foot of the mountain perfect for growing seeds, so they went to the foot of the mountain. But this beast world had no shovels. Lily had to tie polished stones to wooden sticks to make simple hoes. But with her small frame and limited strength, she couldn't dig the soil at all. Seeing this, Blaze took the hoe from her hand. He began digging according to Lily's instructions. Watching Blaze's perfect muscle lines, Lily was drooling. Frost rolled his eyes on the side. It's just digging? I can do it too. But with one swing, he broke the hoe handle. He simply used his claws to dig frantically. In no time, he had the ground loosened. Lily couldn't help but praise him. Amazing! Frost's mouth was practically grinning up to the sky. Blaze's face darkened. No, my possessiveness is acting up again. He gripped the hoe handle tightly and made up his mind. For Lily's sake, he must train his self-control. Lily transmigrated to the beast world, with a wolf husband helping her farm, and a tiger husband catching fish. Life was wonderful. Tonight, Lily decided to show off her skills, making a full fish feast for her two beast mates. The little tiger took a small bite. The exquisite taste instantly spread through his mouth. Even the little wolf, who never liked fish, was completely conquered by Lily's fish feast. Frost gazed at his mate affectionately. Lily sensed trouble. That look, could he want to? Thinking this, she quickly dashed out, but just as she escaped the wolf's den, she fell into the tiger's jaws. Blaze suddenly wrapped his arms around Lily's waist from behind, then pinned her against the bed. The two began making love again. In the blink of an eye, spring arrived. The vegetables Lily planted sprouted. However, these vegetables grew very strangely. Their size was ridiculously large. She used all her strength to tie the leaves into bundles. When cooking them, she worried they wouldn't be edible. Unexpectedly, they tasted incredibly delicious, even better than fish soup. However, Blaze and Frost thought they tasted ordinary. Frost complained while chewing the leaves. These are too tough. Are they for grinding our teeth? Lily's face darkened. You males don't like them, but the females love them. Just then, Magnolia walked in and asked, Lily, do you have more of those sweetwater vegetables you gave me last time? Other females also praised the cabbage, seeing how much everyone loved them. Lily decided to distribute the seeds to everyone. And so, the Rockwolf tribe's collective farming mode began. But Lily discovered a strange phenomenon. The vegetables the Beastmen grew were pitifully small, while hers grew monstrously large. Just as she was pondering the reason, the system notification suddenly sounded. This is because you have the divine wood seed inside you, host. The divine wood seed increases your affinity with nature, so plants grow like crazy to please you. Lily gently flicked the cabbage. You've all worked so hard. Then Frost walked over, wanting to take Lily fishing. This river was abundant with fish. Frost was confident. This time I'll show you what I'm made of. With that, he plunged into the river with a splash. But after half an hour, Frost hadn't caught a single fish. Lily looked disdainful. Your fishing skills are far worse than Blaze's. You haven't caught even one. Frost was indignant. Who says I can't catch any? With that, he dove back into the river, paddling frantically. Lily couldn't help but laugh. What a silly wolf. Suddenly, a fish jumped out of the river, flopping in front of Lily. Then another jumped out. Lily just picked up the fish. One after another, several. More fish jumped ashore. In no time, she had a full haul. When luck comes, you can't stop it. These fish seemed to deliver themselves. She walked along the river picking up fish, while Frost finally caught one fish, only to find Lily had disappeared. Lily unknowingly walked farther and farther. Just as she was about to turn back, the sound of splashing water came from behind. She turned to look and saw a naked man. The man's face was stern, his tone cold. I finally found you. Lily looked bewildered. She had no idea who this handsome but cold man was. Why was he looking at her with such resentment and pain? So you've forgotten me? You promised you'd come back for me. Hearing this, Lily's head throbbed with pain. Shade began recounting the memories with Lily. I waited for you in the stone cave for a long time. The snow outside the cave melted, the flowers on the hillside withered, but you still didn't come back. But Lily couldn't remember anything about Shade. Shade's face was full of fury. You lied to me. Lily sensed the murderous intent in his eyes. She turned and ran. Shade raised his indestructible snake tail and wrapped it around Lily. Lily's jaw dropped. Oh my God! A snake! As the fish basket in her hand fell, the fish flopped around. When Lily slowly woke up, she found herself in an unfamiliar cave. She quickly got up from the ground. I remember now. I was brought here wrapped in that man's snake tail. Suddenly, there was a rustling sound outside the cave. It was Shade walking in. You're awake? Lily quickly asked where this was. Shade answered seriously. This is our home. Lily looked confused. You've got the wrong person. We've never met. Before she could finish, Shade crushed the fruit in his hand. The large black snake flicked out his long tongue, licking Lily's face. Then he lifted her high and slammed her against the wall, his eyes cold and sharp. You promised to come back, but you never returned. You lied to me. Lily's legs went weak with fear. I'm sorry, I might have forgotten some things after my fever. Tears welled up in Lily's eyes. Shade remained cold on the surface, but inside he was heartbroken. He pulled Lily into his embrace. His tongue kept licking her face. The next second his expression turned ferocious. You smell of other males. I waited so long for your return, yet you slept with others. He viciously tore Lily's clothes and ripped off the pendant from her neck. Do you remember this gem? I gave it to you. Lily looked blank. She had no memory of it at all. Can you not come closer? I feel awful. Hearing this, Shade, his eyes instantly sharpened. I'm covered in scars because of you, yet I can't win your heart. Rather than watch you leave and fall into other males' arms, I'll keep you by my side forever. He bit down on Lily's neck. Blood slowly flowed down her neck. It hurt so much. Is he going to bite me to death? Lily felt dizzy. Shade's image gradually appeared in her mind. Those past memories flooded back. She remembered Shade getting severely injured to save her, remembered Shade's devoted care for her, yet she left him alone in the cold stone cave, letting winter pass and spring come without going back for him. Lily suddenly snapped awake. First, I remember now. She hugged Shade tightly, tears wetting her cheeks. Shade, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have forgotten you. Shade froze for a few seconds. He asked in disbelief. You remember me? At this critical moment, suddenly there was a loud explosion, debris flying everywhere. It was Frost who had found them. Snake Beast let Lily go. Lily was too weak and suddenly couldn't make a sound. Frost was shocked at the sight. He transformed into beast form. How dare you hurt Lily? I'll kill you. He viciously lunged at Shade. Shade's eyes sharpened. He raised his indestructible snake tail and sent Frost flying with a smack. Fortunately, Blaze caught him from behind. Blaze, perfect timing. This snake beast captured Lily. Let's kill this snake together. Blaze's face was full of murderous intent. Let Lily go, now. With an angry roar, Blaze also transformed into fierce tiger form. Shade wasn't backing down. Even if I die, I won't give Lily up. He also transformed into giant python form and bit at Frost beside him. At this moment, Lily's breathing was weak, barely alive. Blaze sensed something wrong. He roared at Shade. What did you do to Lily? She's dying. Only then did Shade realize Lily had been poisoned by his venom. To neutralize the snake venom, snake blood was the best antidote. Blaze suggested testing it on Frost first. If Frost was fine after drinking the snake blood, then they'd save Lily. You damn tiger, you're using me as a test subject. But seeing his poisoned claws, he had no choice but to be the guinea pig. Shade bit his own hand and had Frost drink the snake blood. Miraculously, after drinking the snake blood, Frost's wound slowly healed. Shade quickly picked up Lily and fed her his blood. Everyone waited anxiously. Before long, Lily finally woke up. She was about to apologize to Shade, but could only make incoherent sounds. You're weak. The venom just neutralized. You'll be able to speak after tonight. Then Frost rushed over. Give Lily back! You hurt her this badly and still won't let go. Shade's heart ached at these words. He thought about how Lily got hurt every time she was with him. This time she almost died from his venomous fangs. He remembered childhood, when everyone treated him like a jinx. Any beastman who got close to him met misfortune. Shade's heart was full of helplessness and reluctance. In the end, he handed Lily over to Frost. Maybe it's better to let her go. She never liked me anyway. Frost carried Lily and turned to leave. Lily looked back at Shade. She wanted Frost to put her down. She had something to say to Shade but couldn't make a sound. Blaze saw through Lily's thoughts. Lily, you haven't recovered yet. Don't talk. He turned to Shade. I know you saved Lily last time, but this time you nearly killed her. Now we're even. Their eyes met. The air was thick with tension. Shade ultimately chose to let go, watching helplessly as Lily left him. In the end, he became that lonely self again. Ever since Lily was poisoned, she couldn't speak. However, the day after drinking the snake blood, she could speak again. As soon as she could, she immediately ran to find the big black snake Shade, but was stopped at the door by Blaze. The little tiger hauled her back. Rest properly. Don't run around. Lily struggled and waved her little fists. She lied. I'm going to water the vegetable garden. But Blaze saw right through it. I already had Frost water them. You must stay home in bed. Don't go anywhere. Seeing Lily still wouldn't give up, Blaze came up with a sympathy ploy. Frost got his leg bitten by that big snake trying to save you. Hearing this, Lily became worried. Blaze continued to embellish. If Frost knew you wanted to find that snake, he'd throw a tantrum again. Thinking of Frost's pitiful appearance, Lily felt guilty. Then I'll stay home and cook while waiting for him. Blaze rubbed her head. Good girl. Now I'm relieved. Then Frost walked in. Learning that Lily still wanted to go find Shade, his expression instantly darkened, baring his fangs viciously. Once my injury heals, I'll go kill that snake, Blaze whispered to him. Don't be impulsive. Use your injury to your advantage. Stick to Lily and don't let her go down the mountain. Frost thought the sympathy ploy was pretty good. Lily vaguely heard their conversation. Frost immediately shut up and became obedient. Lily checked Frost's wound and found it covered with scabs and dirt. She took out the medicine, carefully cleaning and bandaging the wound. Stay home honestly. Don't get the wound wet. If it gets infected, you'll need amputation. Frost didn't understand what amputation meant. Lily gestured with her hand. It means cutting off your arm. Frost fell on his butt in fright. Then I'll listen to you and won't go out. For the next few days, the couple stayed close together. Frost was delighted inside, but Lily was absent-minded. Frost saw through her thoughts. Do you want to go down the mountain to find that stinking snake? Lily's heart skipped a beat. I promised to find him before. I need to clear up the misunderstanding. Frost instantly became jealous, afraid his little mate liked that snake. But Lily's mind was made up. She ran out angrily. She sat alone by the river, taking out the gem Shade gave her. I need to let him know I didn't abandon him on purpose. Lily was about to get up to find Shade, when Blaze suddenly appeared. Lily, why are you here alone? Lily felt guilty and stammered. Blaze frowned slightly. He picked her up. Come on, I'll show you something good. Before long, they arrived at their destination. Lily's eyes lit up. It turned out the feather vines they had planted had borne fruit. According to the manual, this fruit could substitute for flour. Lily asked Blaze to cut the fruit open and take a look. Blaze swung his sharp claws and easily split the fruit in half. Lily scooped out the flesh and laid it out to dry. Then she drew a pattern of a millstone on the ground. Blaze, can you find a stone and make it like this? Blaze immediately went to fetch stones after hearing this. After a bout of clanging and banging, he actually made a millstone. Lily put the dried fruit flesh into the millstone to grind it. At that moment, Frost jumped out huffily. Don't just let Blaze do all the work, I can help too. Lily had no choice but to let him help grind the fruit flesh. Through everyone's joint efforts, flour from the Beastman world was finally made. Lily tasted a bit. This was exactly the flavor. With flour in hand, dumplings I can make! She danced excitedly with joy. She scurried back happily to make dumplings. Before long, fragrant dumplings were ready. The two beasts ate with relish. Lily couldn't help but shed tears. It really tasted like dumplings. She never expected to eat dumplings in the beast world. Seeing this, Blaze's lips curved upward. He indicated they should plant more feather vines in the future. Lily clamored that she wanted to go along too, but she felt inexplicably guilty inside. Blaze's eyes flashed. He saw through Lily's little scheme. Frost also sensed something was off. He immediately became alert. You're not thinking of going to see that big snake, are you? Seeing she'd been exposed, Lily could only laugh awkwardly to cover her embarrassment. Frost's eyes were full of jealousy. What's so special about that stinking snake? Is it just because he's got an extra move in bed? Lily's head buzzed. What kind of wild talk is that? The two beasts stared at her intently. Lily, does it have to be just the two of us? Before they could finish, Lily hastily interrupted. Okay, fine. I promise I won't go see Shade anymore. After saying this, she turned and left huffily, holding the pot. Frost couldn't help but hesitate, wondering if they were being too harsh. Blaze's eyes flashed. So you want Lily to go find that snake? Hearing this, Frost immediately panicked. Of course not. Then that's settled. With that, Blaze went to find Lily. At this moment, Lily was washing dishes. She was single-mindedly thinking about going to find Shade. She was so absorbed in her thoughts that she didn't notice Blaze had quietly come up behind her. Blaze suddenly reached out and wrapped his arms around Lily's slender waist. Then he lifted her up high. Lily, I can give you anything you want, but I don't want any other males sharing you with me. As he spoke, he began to unfasten Lily's outer garment. Lily's heart jumped. Wait, Blaze, let me apply some medicine. Blaze looked puzzled. What medicine? Lily pulled out a small medicine bottle and explained. I'm not ready to have babies yet. Applying this potion will prevent it. Blaze snatched the potion from her hand. Pouring it onto his own hand, I'll apply it for you. Lily's jaw dropped. Why do you all have to do this before she finished speaking? She was pinned against the stone wall by Blaze. Lily squeezed her eyes shut, her face instantly turning as red as a ripe apple. Then the two began to mate. When Lily woke up, it was already the afternoon of the next day. Half a month later, Shade seemed to have left. Only then did Blaze and Frost agree to take Lily to the vegetable field. Sweetwater vegetables needed lots of irrigation, and Lily worried that carrying water would tire Frost too much. So she came up with the idea of digging a water channel. Frost was full of questions. What's a water channel? It's digging a trench to channel water from the river to the vegetable field. Frost hesitated, worried this method wouldn't work. But Blaze thought it was a good idea. Lily always has all kinds of amazing ideas, and they always succeed in the end. Frost huffed and stated, I also believe Lily's ideas will definitely work. Soon after, the water channel plan was quickly launched. Frost led a group of beastmen to dig the trench. Lily had planned to make some hose for them, but when she saw the beastmen's claws were much stronger than hose, Frost spotted Lily nearby and immediately scurried over happily. Seeing Frost in wolf form looking so cute, Lily couldn't help but rub and nuzzle his face enthusiastically. After she'd had enough affection, she waved and left. Come back early. We'll wait for you to have dinner together. The bachelor wolves nearby were incredibly envious. Chief Frost, that's too much. On her way back, Lily discovered many fruits had fallen on the ground. She casually picked one up. Suddenly, a dark, glossy thing silently descended behind her. It was actually a snake tail. It turned out Shade hadn't left. He had been secretly protecting Lily all along. 3 days later, the first water channel was successfully dug. The fruit trees had also matured. Blaze went full tiger mode up the tree in one leap, then shook the hell out of it. Fruits instantly came cascading down. Although the harvest was abundant, Lily became worried. The amount of food far exceeded what the wolf clan could currently consume. Blaze suggested they could sell some. They could also take it to the market to trade for things. Lily immediately got excited when she heard this. That's actually a good idea. At the first market after spring began, beastmen from various tribes came with goods to trade. Lily appeared particularly small among the crowd of beastmen. Blaze scooped her up. Don't wander off, or you might get eaten by wild beasts. On the other side, Frost had already found a stall location. They arranged the vegetables and fruits on the stall, preparing to sell them. Lily's lips couldn't stop curving upward. With so many beastmen here today, we'll definitely sell everything. Then we'll get crystals, complete the mission, and reach the pinnacle of life. However, half an hour had passed, and the stall was deserted. Not even a fly had come by. No beastmen visited at all. Seeing the neighboring stalls doing booming business, Lily couldn't sit still. She raised her voice and shouted loudly, "Don't pass by without stopping. Delicious sweet vegetables and fruits. Males who eat them will gain immense strength. Females who eat them will enhance their beauty." Blaze and Frost looked embarrassed. Lily sure can exaggerate, but the beastmen looked disdainful. That's a lie, right? They don't even smell like meat. Frost grabbed this talkative beastman. How dare you say what Lily grows isn't good? Are you looking for trouble? At that moment, a female curiously tasted a bite and thought it tasted pretty good. Then another female was attracted over. This female's mate wanted to trade dried meat and animal hides, but Lily only wanted medicinal herbs and crystals. The beastmen were completely confused. They couldn't understand what medicinal herbs Lily was describing. Only a little rabbit's eyes lit up. I know the plant you're talking about. After saying this, she dashed home to get it. Soon, the little rabbit came back with the herbs. It was exactly the kind Lily wanted. The little rabbit got the sweet vegetables she'd been longing for, and happily carried it home. Lily got the medicinal herbs she wanted, and was full of hope that she could also trade for crystals. But even when the vegetables and fruits were almost sold out, she hadn't received a single crystal to complete the system mission and obtain enough crystals. Lily decided to go to the Wild Horse Clan. She planned to trade vegetables for crystals with them. The moment the Wild Horse Clan's shaman saw Lily, his eyes darted around shiftily. Seeing this, Frost immediately blocked Lily's outstanding appearance. Only then did the shaman withdraw his lecherous gaze. Frost, what brings you here to see me? Frost held up the vegetables in his hand. My female wants to trade these vegetables for crystals. The shaman was so surprised his jaw nearly dropped. You've actually changed your ways and got yourself a female? I thought you'd be a bachelor. For life. Hearing this, Frost wanted to punch the horse's face crooked. However, he then showed a meaningful smile. Pointing at the horse beast, he retorted, You old bachelor, you'll probably never experience this feeling of being in love in your lifetime. The old shaman seemed to take a critical hit. Nonsense! I'm only 58, in the prime of my youth and vigor. But even he felt embarrassed saying these words. Lily was utterly speechless. What a pair of childish fools. The shaman was quite irritated, and directly refused to trade supplies with Frost. Seeing this, Lily took out a sweet water vegetable from the basket. Taste this before you make your decision, it's not too late. The shaman skeptically broke off a leaf and put it in his mouth to taste. His eyes instantly lit up, it really did taste quite good. He looked Lily up and down. The Rock Wolf clan never had this kind of food before. This female is no simple character. So the shaman pulled out 2 crystals. These should be enough to buy your vegetables and fruits. Lily took the crystals. Too bad they're colorless crystals, but having them is better than nothing. At that moment, the Wild Horse Clan's chief walked in. Learning that Lily was Frost's mate, he was thunderstruck, filled with envy and jealousy. Such a beautiful and lovely mate, yet here I am, also a chief, still a bachelor, the shaman whispered in Chief Storm's ear. And only then did he learn the purpose of Lily's visit. At first, Chief Storm looked dismissive, but when he saw Blaze's 3-star soul beast, his expression changed dramatically. To avoid causing trouble, he decided to take out colored crystals to trade. Lily finally collected all the crystals. Suddenly, with a whoosh, the system's voice sounded. Congratulations, host, on completing the 5-colored crystal collection mission. You've received a special reward. The system rewarded her with a compass and a complete mineral encyclopedia. The system notification sounded again. The compass can help you find mineral veins. Lily's eyes instantly lit up, as if she'd fallen into a pile of money. Am I going to achieve financial freedom in this beast world and reach the pinnacle of life? But then she thought about her current conditions. She couldn't smelt metals at all. She couldn't help but want to cry without tears. Even if I had minds, it would be useless. The system seemed to see through her thoughts and grinned. Host has completed the beginner tasks. The system will now upgrade and enter dormancy. After the upgrade, different functions will be unlocked. Lily was momentarily stunned. That sounds pretty impressive. System, I wish you a successful upgrade. I'll work hard too. The system's eyes flickered shut. Well, hope you and your beasts make some cute cubs. Lily's face went dark. That won't be necessary. After saying this, the system whooshed away and disappeared. Lily also withdrew from the third world. Lily, we should head back, Blaze said as he bent down and instantly transformed into tiger form. Come on up, Lily. They then embarked on the journey back to the Wolf Clan territory. If it were 2 months ago, Lily wouldn't have dared to imagine she'd be riding on a tiger's back. Now that she was actually riding on the tiger's back, she couldn't be more excited. Thinking about her cross-species union with the Beastmen, she might give birth to little tigers or wolf cubs in the future. Though it was hard to imagine, she felt that if they were her children, they'd definitely be adorable. Just as she was thinking this, a large bird suddenly flew over her head. Seeing this, Frost howled angrily. That stinking bird dares to frighten my Lily! Cursing, he chased after the big bird. Lily couldn't help but laugh out loud. In this beast world, she would never be alone again. Meanwhile, a group of bird beasts circled above the Wolf Clan territory. Seeing the vegetables Lily had planted, and the fruits on the trees, this group of bird beasts immediately had devious thoughts. They plotted to steal the fruits and vegetables Lily had grown. At night, when no one was around, the bird beasts sneaked in to steal the fruits. They took a bite, and then casually threw them away, wantonly wasting the food. A blue-feathered bird saw the fresh cabbage and lunged at it like he hadn't eaten in days. But before he could touch the cabbage, he was bitten on the leg by a large black snake that suddenly appeared. Blaze hugged Lily, nuzzling affectionately. This scene was witnessed by Frost. He immediately rushed to Lily in just a few steps, looking aggrieved. Why do you only let Blaze hug you? I want a hug too. Saying this, he pouted and wanted to kiss Lily. Seeing this, Blaze quickly pulled Lily back into his own arms, but Frost still wouldn't give up. Grinning mischievously, he seized the opportunity and planted a kiss on Lily's lips. Blaze wasn't about to let this go. He also showered Lily with kisses. Lily was instantly so embarrassed her face turned red. Annoyed and flustered, she glared fiercely at both Blaze and Frost. In a fit of anger, she kicked them both out the door. On the other side, the vegetables the Beastmen had planted were devastated and plundered. When Lily came back and saw this mess, Her heart sank, worried that her own vegetable field hadn't been spared either. But when she turned to look, she found her vegetables were perfectly fine. This was all thanks to Shade. He had been silently guarding Lily's vegetable field all along. Blaze found feathers dropped by bird beasts in the vegetable field. A wolf beast pointed at the Rocky Mountain and said, "Right after you left a few days ago, a group from the Feather Clan came to the Rocky Mountain." Hearing this, Frost clenched his fists in anger and was about to lead everyone to settle accounts with the bird beasts. But unexpectedly, this group of bird beasts flew down from the mountaintop. As soon as these feathered people appeared, they aggressively demanded, "Where is the snake beast who injured our young? Hand him over!" Lily's heart jolted. What snake beast? Could it be Shade? He didn't leave? The bird beast shouted loudly. "Hand over that snake beast, or you'll suffer the consequences." Frost's expression darkened instantly. What does this have to do with our wolf clan? Look at how these vegetable fields have been ruined. It was clearly you feathered people who did it. The bird beast snorted coldly. They're just a few broken vegetable fields, yet you dared to harm our Feather Clan young. You're even harboring the snake beast. We'll definitely make you pay. Lily couldn't tolerate it anymore and pointed at this group of feathered people, scolding them harshly. The bird beasts' faces turned ashen from the scolding, and they became furious with embarrassment. One of them stomped on and ruined the fruits Lily had grown. With a sinister smile, he said, "You're asking for death." At this critical moment, Shade suddenly burst out from the tree. Baring his venomous fangs, he roared, "If you want revenge, come at me. It has nothing to do with anyone else." Seeing this, the feathered people all transformed into beast form and viciously attacked Shade. Lily was extremely anxious and wanted to rush up to help, but Blaze held her back. "Don't go, it's too dangerous." Although Shade's attack power is strong, his opponents are from the Feather Clan, they can fly and are fast. Shade doesn't have the advantage. Sure enough, Shade was gradually losing ground. His body was even wounded by the bird beasts. Lily wanted Blaze and Frost to step in and help, but neither of them wanted to get involved in this matter. Left with no choice, Lily had to steel herself and run toward Shade alone. She had just reached the base of the tree when the bird beast spotted her. "Quick, grab that female." Seeing Lily in danger, Shade hastily swung his tail and pulled her to his side. "What are you doing here? It's dangerous." Before he finished speaking, a bird beast aggressively lunged at them. Shade dodged to the side, holding Lily tightly in his embrace. The bird beast's claws still slashed his back. "Stop!" At this moment, Blaze and Frost finally stepped forward. "Get lost. This is a grudge between our Feather Clan and the snake beast. Mind your own business." Frost clenched his fists so tightly they cracked. "You'd better show some respect or I'll pluck all your feathers." The Wolf Clan Beastmen also stepped forward one after another. "Whoever dares touch our chief, we'll slaughter them." Seeing the situation turning bad, the bird beasts spread their wings and had to retreat for now. "Just you wait, this isn't over." Frost cursed at the flying bird beasts and planned to take people to meet with the Feather Clan leader. At this moment, Lily was bandaging Shade's wounds. Seeing this scene, Blaze's fists also clenched with a cracking sound. "Lily, do you remember what you promised?" Lily looked at the seriously injured Shade, her heart full of guilt. "I remember, but he's injured like this. I need to take him back to recover." Blaze's brows furrowed deeply. In a fit of anger, he turned and walked away. Lily watched Blaze's retreating figure, feeling bitter. In his heart, I'm probably a terrible female, but she really couldn't bear to abandon Shade. While bandaging the wounds, tears couldn't help but fall. Her small hands trembled uncontrollably. Shade looked at her with heartache. "I'm fine. Go back with them. Don't worry about me." Lily sniffled. "It's not your fault. I just didn't handle things well myself." Saying this, she took Shade's hand. "Come back with me. I'll take good care of you until your wounds heal. Consider it compensation for breaking my word." Hearing this, Shade became a bit unhappy. "I don't want your compensation. I only want you." When the two returned to the cave, they were blocked by Frost. Because Shade had bitten a Feather Clan young to death, the Feather Clan leader led people in an aggressive attack on the Wolf Clan. For a moment, the tribe fell into chaos and turmoil. At this tense moment, Lily arrived hurriedly with Blaze. The bird beasts were extremely arrogant, loudly demanding that the Wolf Clan give them an explanation. Blaze was burning with anger and was about to rush up and fight them, but was quickly stopped by Lily. "Don't be impulsive, I'll negotiate with them." Having said this, Lily calmly stepped forward. "I'm the Wolf Clan shaman. Whatever you have to say, just say it directly." However, the bird beasts didn't believe Lily was a shaman at all. At this moment, the Wolf Clan Beastmen stepped forward to vouch for her. "Lily knows so much, she's definitely our Wolf Clan's rightful shaman." After hearing this, the bird beasts were so surprised they instantly transformed back to beast form, gathered together whispering, muttering something quietly. Lily was full of confusion, completely unable to understand what these bird beasts were saying. Just as they were hesitating, a large bird swooped down rapidly from the sky. This bird was extremely distinctive, crimson wings, golden hair, and his entire body was adorned with countless gleaming gold and silver jewels, dazzlingly brilliant. Lily stared in amazement, and instinctively caught a red feather that floated down. Seeing this, the bird beasts exclaimed in unison, "Elder Scarlet!" Lily looked over at the sound, and her gaze was instantly drawn to the gold and silver jewels covering Scarlet's body. Her eyes sparkled, with longing for wealth, completely overlooking Scarlet's jaw-droppingly handsome appearance. She couldn't help but gasp. So extravagant, ridiculously wealthy. "The wealth gap in this Beastman world is way too huge." Scarlet raised an eyebrow and said teasingly, "Had enough of looking? Whatever grievances we have, let's settle them once and for all." Only then did Lily snap out of it and quickly looked away. With a serious tone, she said, "Shade did strike too hard, but your young weren't entirely innocent either." Scarlet let out a cold laugh. "We lost one young, you give us back one young, and this matter ends." Lily thought this demand was absurd. How are we supposed to give you one back? Seeing Lily at a loss, the bird beasts immediately cheered. Scarlet's lips curved slightly upward. In a flash, he flew like an arrow to Lily. You and I can have a young together. Wouldn't that repay the Feather Clan's young? Lily's eyes flickered, and only then did she notice Scarlet's stunningly beautiful face. The bird beasts were stunned by Scarlet's words. Elder Scarlet, what are you saying? Scarlet paid no attention to the bird beast's astonished gazes, and simply turned to look at Lily, his eyes holding a trace of expectation. So, do you agree? Lily was furious. In your dreams. The angrier Lily became, the more excited Scarlet seemed. Just now you were staring at me intensely. Clearly you're smitten with me. Why reject me? Lily was utterly speechless. She couldn't help but burst out, You narcissist! Who's smitten with you? I was clearly looking at the crystals. Scarlet spread his hands with a playful expression. What a contrary little female. Lily stated bluntly that she had no interest in Scarlet, but said she could introduce him to other females from the Wolf clan. But Scarlet was determined to pursue Lily. I don't want anyone else, I only want you. Lily felt her head buzzing. The scene instantly fell silent. The bird beasts couldn't help but marvel. Elder Scarlet, that confession was incredibly bold. Lily gritted her teeth in frustration. Damn it, Beastmen's values have no concept of propriety. In modern times, this guy would be a pervert who'd get thrown in jail. Seeing the usually aloof and icy Scarlet openly pursuing someone, the bird beast couldn't believe it. Is the sun rising in the west today? Lily couldn't stand it anymore and really wanted to rush up and punch this narcissist flat, but was stopped by Blaze again. Elder Scarlet, please stop teasing Lily. She doesn't like this kind of joke. Lily, what a lovely name. I like it. Scarlet said this while licking his lips, savoring the taste. Lily ground her teeth so hard they cracked. Lovely my foot, you old pervert? Blaze's eyes flashed with a sharp, cold light. Are you seriously trying to pursue Lily? Of course. I've never seen such a delicate and delectable little female before. Hearing this, Blaze's eyes instantly filled with murderous intent. Then let's duel. Only by defeating me will you have a chance to stay by Lily's side. Lily was worried Blaze would get hurt. She quickly tried to dissuade him. Don't fight. I'm worried you'll get hurt. Blaze gently rubbed his mate's head. I must fight him. It's the rule between males. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Having said this, he slowly released his hand from caressing Lily's cheek and resolutely walked towards Scarlet. Lily rushed forward in one swift step and tightly grasped Blaze's hand, her watery eyes already brimming with tears. Seeing the couple being lovey-dovey for so long, Scarlet rolled his eyes in jealousy. Lovey-dovey, huh? Just wait, I'm about to ruin your day. Blaze glanced at Scarlet with disdain. Let's see who falls first. As soon as he finished speaking, he instantly transformed into tiger form and pounced at Scarlet like an arrow released from a bow. Scarlet reacted extremely quickly. With a swoosh, his form disappeared, causing Blaze to miss. The next second, Scarlet appeared ghost-like behind Blaze. Raising his hand, he conjured a blazing fireball. At this critical moment, Lily shouted anxiously, He's behind you! But by the time Blaze reacted, the flames had already surged toward him like a raging fire dragon. They pierced straight through his body. With a tremendous boom, Blaze was sent flying by the powerful impact. Lily rushed forward shouting loudly, Scarlet, stop! Only then did Scarlet slowly withdraw his flames. The law of the jungle is nature's rule. If your mates can't protect you should leave them and find stronger males as mates. Lily didn't back down and firmly stood in front of Blaze. Blaze isn't weak, he's strong. Hearing his mate's words full of trust and encouragement, Blaze seemed to be instantly infused with infinite power. He stood up at once. Lily suddenly felt a burning heat on her back. Looking down and behind her, she discovered Blaze's star mark had appeared on her waist. At this moment, Blaze's entire body emitted sparks and lightning, his aura tremendous. Seeing this, Scarlet remained calm. Is this white tiger about to level up? Blaze gathered his momentum again and launched an attack. Scarlet nimbly dodged to the side. Blaze missed again. The powerful impact created a large crater in the ground. Seeing this scene, Scarlet was deeply shocked. Blaze's power kept rising, pressing his advantage. Scarlet could only keep dodging. He knew that if this continued, he would surely lose. Left with no choice, Scarlet actually violated the duel rules. Flapping his wings, he unleashed even more intense flames. Blaze wasn't about to be outdone and released electric currents to counterattack. The powerful energies of both sides collided. In an instant, the earth shook and debris flew everywhere. After quite a while, the two finally stopped dueling. I lost. I just used my wings. The bird beasts couldn't believe it. We never thought the always powerful Elder Scarlet would have a day of defeat. Scarlet looked at Lily. You were right. Your mate is indeed strong. I underestimated him. Having said this, he soared into the air and left. Seeing Scarlet leave, the bird beasts also dispersed and returned to the Feather Clan. The wolf beasts cheered collectively. Blaze is amazing! We won! Watching the departing bird beasts, Blaze finally breathed a sigh of relief, but his body couldn't hold up after the intense battle. Suddenly, his vision went dark, and he collapsed to the ground with a thud. Lily hastily ordered the nearby beastmen, Quick, carry Blaze back to treat his wounds! Seeing Blaze injured so severely, Lily was flustered and at a loss. She hurriedly helped clean Blaze's wounds, anxiously calling for him to wake up quickly. Tears kept falling. Don't leave me, I'm scared. Her tears slid down her cheeks, dripping onto Blaze's face, and then onto his wounds. In an instant, the beast mark on Blaze's waist emitted a soft golden light. It merged with Lily's tears. The warm glow enveloped them both. Miraculously, the wounds on Blaze's body gradually healed. Before long, those wounds had completely disappeared. Seeing this scene, Lily could hardly believe her eyes. The burn that had covered nearly half his chest had completely vanished just like that. Blaze slowly woke up. Lily immediately threw herself excitedly into his embrace, crying and nuzzling against his muscular chest. "You finally woke up!" Blaze tenderly wiped the tears from her cheeks. Just as the two were about to make love, someone suddenly burst in. It was Frost and Shade. They'd interrupted the couple's moment. Seeing Blaze without a single wound, Frost looked astonished. "I heard you were seriously injured. How come you don't even have a scratch? And you've upgraded to a 4-star soul beast." Blaze was also puzzled. He only remembered that he was indeed seriously wounded at the time. But when he woke up, all his wounds had disappeared. Shade speculated this might be healing magic. Everyone looked at him questioningly. Healing magic uses the life force of plants to heal beastmen's wounds. Frost turned to ask Lily, "You were by Blaze's side the whole time. Do you know what happened?" Lily felt uncertain. She couldn't very well say that she cried while bandaging him, and the wounds miraculously healed, could she? Who would believe that? So she could only say she didn't know. Blaze asked if there was anything unusual when the wounds healed. Lily thought for a moment. "I think I smelled the scent of plants." Frost and Blaze exchanged glances, suspecting this matter was definitely related to Lily. Blaze raised his sharp claw and made a cut on his own arm, seeing the shocking wound on Blaze's hand. Lily's tears uncontrollably spilled out, sliding down her cheeks and dripping onto the wound. A miraculous scene occurred. The wound gradually healed. Frost was utterly shocked. Lily was also stunned for a moment. Blaze leaned closer to her and gently licked away the tears at the corners of her eyes. In an instant, the wound on his hand completely disappeared. Frost couldn't help but marvel. "Lily, you're amazing!" Lily herself couldn't believe she had this kind of miraculous ability. Blaze pulled her into his embrace and warned, "Lily, don't cry easily from now on, and don't let others know you have healing abilities." Lily sniffled. "I'll remember." Blaze speculated that Lily's healing ability might not be limited to just her tears. Any part of her body, tears, saliva, even her blood and flesh might possess this ability. Hearing this, Frost's expression became serious. If people found out Lily's flesh could heal wounds, she'd definitely be eaten until nothing was left. After Blaze's wounds healed, Lily remembered about Shade. She asked him why he had harmed the Feather Clan's young. Shade smiled slightly. "Those bird beasts maliciously destroyed your orchard and vegetable field. I couldn't just stand by." Learning that Shade was protecting her orchard, Lily felt deeply touched. She turned to go prepare food for Shade. On the other side, Blaze sat alone by the river, feeling gloomy. At this moment, Frost walked over. "The sun's about to set. Aren't you going home?" Blaze remained silent, treating Frost as if he were invisible. Frost's face went dark. "That's enough. No matter how much you sulk, that snake still moved in." Blaze turned the ring on his hand. "It seems Lily really cares about that snake. Sharing Lily half with you is already my limit." Frost huffily plopped down on the ground. "Today we drove away one snake. Tomorrow maybe an eagle beast, lion beast, or leopard beast will come. Can you stop them all?" Hearing this, Blaze fell silent again. Frost was completely speechless and got up to leave, bored. Blaze returned home and saw Lily cutting meat. He quickly walked up behind his mate. "Let me do it." Lily's body trembled slightly, biting her lips. "Lily, what's wrong?" Blaze said as he grasped her shoulders. Lily turned around already, a little crybaby. She buried herself in Blaze's embrace. "I thought you weren't coming back." Blaze smiled gently and gently wiped away the tears on her cheeks. "Didn't we agree you wouldn't cry easily? I was too selfish before. Seeing how much you cared about Shade, I went to the field to cool down." Lily tightly grasped Blaze's hand. Her voice choked. "Once Shade's wounds heal, I'll make him leave. After all, he saved you before. Let him stay a while longer." Lily wiped the tears from the corners of her eyes and hugged her understanding little tiger. At this moment, Shade walked in. Blaze's eyes sharpened as he and Shade locked eyes. That evening, Lily prepared a lavish dinner. The four sat together, the atmosphere particularly heavy. Blaze was the first to break the silence, continuously putting meat in Lily's bowl. Shade watched enviously from the side. "If only I'd met Lily earlier and could have become her mate." Just as he was thinking this, Lily handed him a skewer of meat. "It's delicious." Shade tasted it and praised it repeatedly as the most delicious meat he'd ever had. Blaze's lips curved into a mischievous smile. "Lily's giving away the fatty meat she doesn't like again." Lily guiltily turned her head and quickly changed the subject, handing Shade a vegetable leaf. "Too much meat gets heavy, have some vegetables." To Shade, as long as it was made by Lily, even poison would taste wonderful. The next morning, Shade found his wounds had healed. He really couldn't bear to leave Lily. He was about to scratch himself to create some wounds, when at the critical moment, Frost popped up. "Since you're healed, stop being lazy and come work in the field with me." Hearing this, Shade realized they weren't kicking him out but asking him to work. His heart bloomed with joy. He came to the vegetable field and displayed his unique skill. He actually sprayed water from his mouth, watering the vegetable field. Frost couldn't help but marvel. Impressive. What would take half a day to water, Shade did in just a few minutes. Everyone marveled. "This big snake is amazing." They invited Shade to go hunting together. Shade looked astonished. He'd never encountered beastmen so friendly to him. At this moment, Lily's voice came. "Go ahead, Shade, just remember to come back early." Shade nodded eagerly. Lily smiled at me. I must seize this opportunity to stay by her side. From then on, Shade gradually integrated into this big family. Lily stared intently at the three handsome beastmen, becoming a bit love-struck. "They're way too handsome. Even when working, they're so attractive." In no time, they finished harvesting the crops. Lily turned the ring on her hand and stored the crops in the storage space. In the blink of an eye, the crops on the ground vanished without a trace. Shade looked amazed. Lily explained. This ring has storage space. I've put all the vegetables and fruits inside. Hearing this, Shade pondered to himself. Lily is definitely no ordinary person. The next day was market day. Lily's family set out again to set up a stall at the market to sell vegetables. Just as they finished arranging the vegetables and fruits, the little rabbits came running over to buy, trading medicinal herbs for fruits. At this moment, Chief Storm walked over. He boldly bought all the vegetables and fruits. He also brought shocking news. Yesterday, some people from the Dark Moon Temple came to the Black River tribe. They're all looking for a snake beast named Shade. Hearing this, the three froze. They all turned to look at Shade. Chief Storm looked at them puzzled. Why aren't you saying anything? Blaze couldn't help but cough twice. What do they want with this, Shade? Chief Storm shook his head, indicating he didn't know, and reminded Lily. If they see any snake beasts nearby, you must stay away. The three nodded in unison. We know. The snake beside them had a face full of black lines. After Chief Storm left, Frost asked Shade, how did you provoke the Dark Moon Temple people? I stole the temple's sacred relic and killed the high priest. Blaze and Frost's jaws nearly dropped. They knew Shade had committed a capital offense. Shade didn't want to implicate everyone and planned to leave. Hearing this, Lily lost control of her emotions. We're family, we can't lose anyone. You and Blaze and Frost are family, I'm not. There's no relationship between us. Hearing this, Lily became even more agitated. Blaze quickly soothed her. While the temple envoys haven't found us yet, let's discuss a solution together. But Shade's mind was made up. Seeing that Blaze and Frost were taking good care of Lily, he felt at ease. That night, he braved the raging storm and walked away from the wolf clan without a second thought. The next morning, everyone realized Shade was gone. Lily was sick with worry and wanted to go look for him, but Frost blocked her way. Your body is too weak, you can't just go running around out there. But Lily was genuinely terrified for Shade's safety. Frost had no choice but to promise he would bring Shade back. Blaze said he'd go with Frost too. A family sticks together. Hearing that, Lily's heart was filled with warmth. Blaze had finally acknowledged Shade as one of their own. Blaze gave Lily a kiss on the cheek, and Frost, seeing that, decided to follow suit, smothering her face with kisses and nuzzles. Then Frost led a group of beastmen, setting off with Blaze to search for Shade. Meanwhile, Shade hadn't gotten very far before he ran into the divine envoy sent to capture him. They instantly shifted into their fearsome giant serpent forms. Shade's eyes sharpened. We're too close to the wolf clan. I need to draw them away. He darted into the river, and the serpents gave chase without letting up. They quickly coiled around him. There were simply too many of them. Shade couldn't break free. One of the great serpents sank its fangs deep into him. Bad. Every one of these snakes carried deadly venom. Shade fought with everything he had to break loose, but the venom was overwhelming. His vision began to blur. At that razor's edge moment, Blaze came crashing in, sinking his teeth into the lead serpent. The two sides erupted into a fierce brawl, and the wolf beastmen surged forward to join the fight, swarming the serpents from all sides. Only then was Blaze able to drag Shade free. By then, Shade was covered in wounds and was slowly losing consciousness. Blaze was just about to carry him back for treatment when the serpents caught up again, screaming, "Put him down!" Blaze immediately called out to Frost, and Frost let out a thunderous howl toward the sky. In an instant, ice and snow exploded outward, and the entire swarm of serpents was frozen solid. But within moments, they shattered through the ice. Frost shot Blaze a meaningful look. Blaze caught it immediately. The two split up and lured the serpents into a swamp. Frost jumped in first and froze the surface solid. The serpents had no idea it was a trap and came charging straight at Frost and Blaze. Frost watched them take the bait, then stomped through the ice, sending the serpents plunging into the swamp. They were slowly swallowed by the bog. Blaze hoisted Shade onto his back and shouted, "We're going home!" Shade had been hit with a deadly poison. Ordinary antidotes were completely useless. Left with no other option, Lily decided to sacrifice herself. She grabbed a dagger and sliced open her own hand, using her own blood as the antidote. Blaze took the bowl from her hands. "Let me feed it to him." Frost gently propped Shade up, and Blaze carefully fed Lily's blood into Shade's mouth. In an instant, the wounds on Shade's body began to slowly close. He snapped his eyes open and spat out the poisoned blood from inside him. Shade came to and found Lily and the others gathered around him. He looked completely lost. "You guys, how did I end up here? I slipped away from the clan." "You were poisoned. We brought you back. Lily used her own blood to cure you." Shade felt a sharp pang in his chest. He pressed his lips together. "Why did you save me?" "Because we're family. But I'm not your mate. We have no ties to each other." Those words made Frost furious, and Lily felt her heart go cold. Shade stared at Lily's wounded hand, hurt because of him, and it only strengthened his resolve to leave. He was afraid of being a burden, but Lily didn't care about any of that. Blaze also wanted Shade to stay. Shade was losing control of his emotions. "It's different. You're Lily's family. I'm not." His voice broke. "Just let me go." And with that, he turned and walked away. Watching Shade's retreating figure, Lily felt a storm of emotions she couldn't name. Blaze murmured quietly, "If he leaves like this, he won't survive." Lily clenched her jaw and made up her mind. She ran after him and called out his name. The moment Shade turned around, Lily grabbed him by the collar and then she kissed him. The kiss lasted a full 2 minutes. Shade stood there completely stunned. "I just kissed you. That makes you mine now. Are you really going to tell me we have nothing to do with each other?" A flush crept across Shade's usually stoic face. Lily instinctively stepped back a little. "I kissed you. You're mine now." Frost, standing off to the side, was clearly unhappy. "If a kiss is all it takes to make someone family, you didn't need to be the one to do it. I could have handled that myself." Everyone just stared at him speechless. And just like that, Blaze and Frost had accepted Shade. To Lily, it felt like a dream too beautiful to be real. "Lily, will you treat me the same way you treat Blaze and Frost?" Lily froze for a few seconds, and when it finally sank in, her face turned as red as a ripe apple. Ask me again when you're fully healed." Shade's eyes lit up with anticipation. He said he'd recover in no time. Frost snorted in irritation. Sneaky little snake! Lily gave Blaze a look. Blaze gave a subtle nod, and so Lily took out the bond ring and slipped it onto Shade's finger. From that day on, Shade was no longer alone. He finally had a home, and someone who loved him deeply. Blaze and Frost went to gather meat and vegetables to celebrate. Lily wanted to help too, but Shade caught her by the hand. I didn't steal the sacred relic, and I didn't kill the high priest. Lily turned to look at him puzzled. Shade's voice broke. I was framed, no one believed me. Lily, do you believe me? Lily could see the sincerity in his eyes. Her answer was simple and straight to the point. She reached up and lifted his chin and kissed him deeply. Her eyes were unwavering. I believe you. Shade's eyes welled up. He pulled Lily into a tight embrace. Lily felt something warm and wet against her. She knew it was his tears. I'm going to give Shade so much happiness that he'll forget all the pain of his past. 3 days later, Shade had fully recovered. But Lily had collapsed from blood loss. Then, out of nowhere came a chime, a system notification. System number 438 upgrade complete. The Crystal Stone shop is now open. Lily shot upright. Babe, you finally upgraded. The system was not amused. What kind of nickname is Babe? It's your pet name. Would you prefer I call you something worse? The system gave up. Fine, Babe it is. Lily asked Babe, so what exactly is this shop you mentioned? The system shrugged, and 2 types of plants appeared on the screen. The host can exchange crystal stones for items in the shop. Lily couldn't believe it, sunflowers and long green beans here in this world. She pressed the exchange button and traded 10 crystal stones for sunflower and green bean seeds. Lily handed the seeds to her 3 mates and sent them off to plant them. Watching her little family getting along so well, Lily's heart was full. She just wondered when these seeds would finally bear fruit. Market day had come around again. Lily and the others set out their fruits and vegetables as usual. They'd barely finished arranging everything when a wave of beastmen came flooding in. The sudden rush gave Lily a fright. Everyone was scrambling to buy, and a small rabbit beastman was nearly squashed flat in the crush. Lily panicked and had no idea what to do. At that critical moment, Blaze stepped forward. He bellowed at the top of his lungs, "Everyone, knock it off!" The roar hit like a thunderclap out of a clear sky. The chaos fell silent instantly. The beastmen didn't dare breathe. Anyone who cuts in line or causes trouble, I won't mind adding an extra meat dish to tonight's dinner. The sheer weight of Blaze's presence made everyone tremble. They fell into an orderly line without another word. The little rabbit beastman who'd been shoved aside ended up being first in line. Just as the queue was settling down, a purple-furred beastman shoved his way to the front, bold as anything. Shade saw it happen, and immediately whipped up his serpent tail, sending the purple-furred troublemaker flying. After that, everyone behaved and got in line without complaint. When Lily saw the fruits and vegetables were almost gone, she turned the ring on her finger, opened her storage space, and brought out the reserves to keep selling. The moment the new stock appeared, the crowd surged forward again. Shade hissed, anyone who cuts the line gets swallowed whole. By midday, every last fruit and vegetable had been sold. Blaze started tallying up the herbs and crystal stones they'd earned. Lily had worked herself into a sweat, so she hired some helpers to take on the load. She paid them fairly for their work. Just from watching her hire workers, Blaze got the idea to start buying up land. Lily was quietly amazed. If Blaze had been born in the modern world, he'd have been a ruthless business tycoon without a doubt. The land acquisition went smoothly. Lily distributed the seeds to everyone. As the days went by, the seedlings in the fields grew strong and lush. Then, without warning, something went wrong. The farmhands all showed up with their faces swollen like balloons. Lily assumed they'd been roughed up by other beastmen, but it turned out the plants in the field were responsible. The sunflowers had pelted them with seeds, leaving their faces black and blue, and the green beans had exploded and blasted them from behind. Lily's jaw hit the floor. She suspected the seeds she'd bought from the shop were defective. She headed straight to the field to check. But when she got there, the plants looked perfectly normal, except the sunflowers were a full 2 meters tall, completely out of Lily's reach. Blaze saw and reached out to help. But the moment his hand came close to the sunflower, it blasted a volley of seeds straight at him. Blaze spun around instantly to shield Lily. Only once they stepped back did the sunflower stop firing. Blaze decided to test the green beans next. He picked up a rock from the ground and hurled it at the green bean plant. There was a tremendous crackle and bang. The rock was blasted clean away. So that's how the farmhands got hurt. Lily felt she owed them an explanation. She went to a cave nearby and called up the system. The seeds you had me buy are attacking people. What's going on? The system replied, just be gentle with them and they'll offer up their fruit on their own. Lily wasn't entirely convinced. She tried to figure out what gentle even meant in this context. She put on her sweetest smile and cooed, is this gentle enough? Frost's eye twitched beside her. Shade decided to try it himself. He shifted into his giant serpent form and poured water generously over the sunflowers. The sunflowers trembled slightly. Everyone dove for cover, terrified of getting hit in the face with seeds. But to everyone's disbelief, the sunflowers didn't attack Shade at all. They actually offered up their seeds willingly. Everyone froze. That actually worked? Lily's heart had nearly leapt out of her throat. Who would have thought you actually had to sweet talk and coddle them? She reached out and gently stroked a sunflower, and it actually bent down and nuzzled against her. These mutant plants were something else entirely. They seemed to have their own personalities, almost like people. After Shade had collected enough sunflower seeds, he decided to try the green beans. He simply reached out and touched them gently, and the green beans rained down on their own. It turned out these plants were perfectly friendly, as long as you approached them with kindness. An idea struck Lily. She could use these mutant plants as a defense against enemies. The sunflowers could pelt intruders like a machine gun, leaving them black and blue. And the green beans, with their explosive pops, would make a perfect early warning system. So she pulled up the system and traded every last crystal stone she had for seeds. That left her completely broke. She quietly steeled herself. If she wanted more crystal stones, she'd have to keep working for them. Under Lily's direction, sunflowers and green beans were planted all around the perimeter of the clan. She also drew on her knowledge from the modern world to teach the beastmen how to build traps. Everyone marveled. There's a trick like this? Blaze decided they'd test it out first thing the next day. The next morning, Frost led the group in setting up the traps, while Blaze handled luring the prey in. Just as the prey was about to reach the trap, Blaze leapt up and grabbed a tree trunk, and the prey stepped into nothing and tumbled straight in. Captured without a fight, Frost ordered everyone to dig more, enough that any enemy approaching the clan would fall right in. Blaze suggested lining the pits with sharp wooden spikes for good measure. Frost's mouth twitched. That's brutal. Shade offered to supply venom to coat the spikes for an even more lethal effect. Everyone grinned wickedly. Step in there and you're either dead or done for. Lily planted markers around the traps to make sure no one on their own side accidentally fell in. Just then, Scarlet appeared overhead, silently watching Lily, a thought quietly turning over in his mind. Should I give her a little surprise? That night, everyone was exhausted and fast asleep, but Shade suddenly snapped awake. He had caught the scent of his own kind. A pack of giant serpents had infiltrated the clan. Shade slipped outside immediately to investigate. He followed the scent and found a sizable group of serpent beastmen gathered ahead. He looked closer. The one leading them was none other than Shaman Ma, the wolf clan's sworn enemy. Shade's gut dropped. He made his decision in an instant. He turned and bolted back to warn the clan. But Shaman Ma had already picked up Shade's scent. He ordered his followers to give chase at once. No matter what Shade tried, he couldn't shake them. Just when the panic was peaking, something caught his eye. Straight ahead, one of their own traps. Just as the serpents were about to reach it, Shade twisted sharply and swerved around the trap with precision. The serpents couldn't stop in time. They plunged in one after another. Shade seized the moment and slipped into the jungle, but the remaining serpents refused to quit and kept coming. They chased him all the way to the crop field. The moment they tried to charge in, the sunflowers erupted like triggered machine guns, firing a barrage of seeds. The relentless pelting sent the serpents howling in pain. The seeds hit with shocking force, sending the serpent beastmen scrambling in every direction. Shaman Ma watched the chaos unfold and ground his teeth in fury. He decided to burn the wolf clan's settlement to the ground. Shade raced back to the clan in a panic and told Frost what was coming. Frost heard him out and immediately rallied everyone for battle. When the others saw the serpents cutting down trees, they were confused at first. Blaze figured it out. They're going to start a fire. Facing an enemy as vicious and cunning as Shaman Ma, Blaze and Frost exchanged grave looks. Blaze made the call on the spot and turned to go find reinforcements. He scaled the cliffside all the way to the summit. The reinforcements he was after were the feathered tribe. Scarlet looked at him with suspicion. What brings you up here? Someone is about to set the mountain on fire. You can either get out now or fight alongside us. Scarlet tensed. Who is it down there? Envoys and guards from the Dark Moon Temple. Scarlet heard that and saw an opening. If you want our help fighting, you'd better show some good faith. Blaze's brow furrowed. What do you want? I want the little female from your group. Blaze's expression darkened, like a storm rolling in. He refused without a word and turned to leave. The Feather Clan leader looked mortified. Scarlet, what the hell did you just say? Scarlet smiled coldly. Are we going to go down and fight or hide up here like we did last time? But the chief was a coward. He didn't have the nerve to commit to a fight. Scarlet sighed inwardly. The feathered tribe, once rulers of the sky, had sunk to cowering at home and watching from the sidelines. How pitiful. Down below, the serpents had already broken into the settlement. Both sides erupted into fierce combat. Shade and Frost led the charge. Frost used his ability to freeze the enemies in place, while Shade coiled his serpent tail around them and finished them off. When Blaze saw the crop field getting destroyed, he exploded with rage. You're dead! He charged like a caged tiger finally let loose, cutting through the enemy so ferociously that they broke and scattered in terror. Up on the summit, Scarlet was trying to get through to the chief. We lost our home because of fear. Are we going to lose the last shred of our dignity as the feathered tribe to fear as well? The chief clenched his back teeth. His fists tightened until they cracked. He couldn't help but think of his late father. If his father could see him now, he'd be deeply disappointed. With the serpents on the verge of setting the mountain ablaze, Scarlet had finally had enough. He glanced at the chief. This is our last chance. And with that, he spread his wings wide and dove toward the serpents below like an arrow released from a bow. With one great sweep of his wings, a torrent of roaring flames burst forth and the serpent beastmen shrieked as they burned. Scarlet was engulfed in fire from head to toe. The sight made Shaman Ma snarl with fury. The Feather Clan leader finally found his courage. He called out loudly for all his warriors to ready themselves for battle. The Dark Moon Temple's people are at the base of this mountain. The time for revenge has come. With that, he shifted into his beast form in an instant. All warriors, on my command, defend our home and destroy our enemies. The warriors roared back in unison. Defend our home, destroy our enemies. They dove as one toward the base of the mountain, snatching up serpent beastmen with razor-sharp talons and hurling them down to the ground. With a sickening crack, the serpent beastmen were smashed flat on impact. When Blaze saw the feathered tribe join the fight, he let out a triumphant howl toward the sky. The wolf beastmen's morale surged. The serpents suffered devastating losses. Shaman Ma could see the tide had turned against him. He had no choice but to call a retreat. His forces slunk off into the dense forest. But Blaze and the others weren't about to let them off that easily. Shade saw and immediately shifted into his giant serpent form, launching himself after Shaman Ma. He opened his massive jaws, ready to swallow Shaman Ma whole, but bit nothing but air. The cunning Shaman Ma shifted instantly into a baboon form and grabbed a razor-sharp dagger. Both lunged at each other at the same time. Shade took a blade to the head. Something in his mind seemed to shatter with a crash, and a mysterious power surged through his entire body. It triggered an awakening in his bloodline. He transformed in an instant into a colossal creature. Shaman Ma was so terrified his teeth chattered. He scrambled blindly into the nearby undergrowth. Shade's eyes were razor-sharp, locking onto his target immediately. He lunged at Shaman Ma's baboon form with crushing force. Shaman Ma couldn't dodge in time and took a devastating blow from Shade's serpent tail. Blood poured from his mouth. He plunged into the river with a crash. Seeing their leader Shaman Ma fall, the serpents panicked and fled, but Shade appeared in front of them in the blink of an eye, faced with a creature of such terrifying size. The serpent beastmen trembled as dread consumed them. Shade snapped open his enormous jaws, and in that instant, lightning and fire intertwined. The entire swarm was swallowed by that overwhelming force, and not one of them survived. Every bird and beast in the forest fled in terror. Blaze sensed something was off. Frost moved to go in and check, but Blaze grabbed his arm. "There's too much dark energy in there, we go in carefully." At that same moment, Lily felt a sharp pain in her chest. The ring on her hand had begun to burn hot. A wave of dread washed over her. She quickly pushed open the hidden cellar door, threw on her cloak, and ran out. The moment she stepped outside, the scene before her was horrifying. Birds and beasts were scattering in every direction. The ground was littered with bodies and wreckage. Just then, Scarlet appeared behind Lily. "What are you doing down here? Something's happened to Blaze and the others. Please take me to them." Scarlet flashed a sly grin, his mind immediately going somewhere it shouldn't. He swooped right up to Lily's face. "Give me a kiss and I'll take you there." Lily was absolutely speechless. She pursed her lips in frustration. This bird is insufferable. Scarlet kept pushing. "Wait any longer and there might not be much of them left." Lily gritted her teeth. "Fine." She gave Scarlet a quick peck on the cheek and stepped back fast. "Good enough?" Scarlet was still savoring the moment. "That was a little quick." Lily threw him a look. "Are you serious right now?" Scarlet grinned shamelessly. "Fine, I'll take it." And with that, he grabbed Lily, and they shot up into the sky. Meanwhile, Blaze and Frost moved into the deep forest. They found Shade, now a colossal creature, and stared in disbelief. How had Shade become this? His size had multiplied many times over, and his star rank had jumped 5 levels at once, something completely unheard of, and he'd wiped out the entire serpent swarm by himself. Just then, Scarlet arrived at speed with Lily. Blaze and Frost looked up. "How did you get here?" Lily rushed toward them. Scarlet muttered under his breath, clearly put out. "She uses me and tosses me aside like that." Lily had no time for him. "Where's Shade?" Blaze and Frost both glanced to the side at the same moment. That was when Lily spotted Shade lying there. Her jaw dropped. How did Shade end up like this? He has demon blood running through him. Both Blaze and Frost went still at those words. Lily didn't understand. "What's the demon tribe?" The demons are monsters that crawled out of the endless abyss. They feed on the flesh of beastmen. Wherever they go, the land becomes a wasteland, nothing survives. Lily raised her voice. "Shade is a good person. He can't be a demon." "That's because his demon bloodline has always been dormant." Scarlet pointed to the dagger still lodged in Shade's head. That blade was carved from demon bone. It woke his demon bloodline. Lily's chest tightened. Scarlet pressed her. "Still sure you want him?" "In my eyes, he's not some demon, he's Shade, he's our family." Scarlet gave a cold smile. "You sure about that?" "The demon tribe is dangerous, your compassion could get everyone killed." As he spoke, Scarlet's expression shifted without warning. He made a move to kill Shade right then and there. Lily threw herself in front of Shade. "Touch him, and I will fight you to my last breath." Scarlet turned to Blaze and Frost. "She doesn't understand how dangerous the demon tribe is. You two do." Blaze and Frost fell into a heavy silence. Lily spread her arms wide, planting herself firmly in front of Shade. Tears began to fall. "If you want to kill him, you'll have to go through me first." Scarlet was seething. Lily was sobbing desperately. Frost quickly moved to comfort her. "Hey, don't cry. We're not going to hurt him." Blaze gently wiped the tears from her face. "I promise, we won't hurt Shade." Scarlet's face went dark as a storm cloud. "The cost of sparing a demon is far greater than you think." Lily stuck her tongue out at him. "Our family business is none of your concern." Blaze approached Shade. "Can this blade be pulled out?" Scarlet said it was worth a try. So Blaze climbed up onto Shade and pulled the dagger free from his skull. Shade's body shuddered violently for a moment, then slowly began to shrink back to its original size. Then he returned to his human form. Scarlet clicked his tongue in amazement. "Interesting." He shifted back from demon to beastman. Lily was overjoyed at the sight. Scarlet shot her a sour look and left without another word. Lily looked down at Shade lying on the ground. She turned the ring on her finger and produced a piece of hide, which she gently draped over him. Frost stared in shock. Blaze quickly put a finger to his lips. "That's Lily's ability. Keep it quiet." Frost clamped his mouth shut and nodded vigorously. Then Blaze carried Shade on his back, and the group set off back to the Wolf Clan. Shade had been framed and set up before all of this. The scheme had triggered the awakening of the demon blood inside him, but when he came to, he had no memory of any of it. When Lily saw Shade wake up, she let out a long breath of relief. "Don't try to force it if you can't remember. Right now, the only thing that matters is resting and getting your strength back." Shade looked at Lily, exhausted from caring for him, and ached at the sight of her. He gently pulled her into his arms. Just then, Blaze and Frost walked in. Frost was about to bring up Shade's demon awakening, when Blaze clapped a hand over his mouth with a firm look that said, "Don't. You're okay, that's what matters. The serpents are gone. Don't worry about it." Shade nodded and let it go. Lily took out all the dried fish she had and planned to make a nourishing soup for Shade. Blaze watched and felt a pang of jealousy. He scooped Lily up, gently lifting her chin. "Watching you fuss over Shade like that, it stings a little." Lily's heart clenched. Before she could even respond, Blaze had already leaned in close and kissed her deeply. Lily was filled with guilt. She held him tight. "I'm sorry, I've been neglecting you." Blaze knew she was comforting him, and they kissed again. But right in the middle of that warm moment, Blaze suddenly pulled back. He looked at Lily. She hadn't rested properly in days. "Let me take you to bed. You need to sleep." And before she could argue, he'd already swept her up. I'm fine, really, I still need to make dinner. Blaze wasn't having it. I need you well rested, that's what matters most right now. Lily kept insisting she didn't need to sleep, but the moment she lay down, she was out. Blaze gently stroked her cheek, holding back the urge that stirred inside him. He settled for a soft kiss on her forehead. Then Frost came in. He looked put out. I thought you were going to be with her. And then he proceeded to smother her sleeping face with nuzzles and kisses. Blaze stared at him. You really did copy that exactly, didn't you? That night, Lily slept more soundly than she had in a long time. She woke up the next morning still yawning. Then a commotion broke out outside. Lily went to look, and found none other than that infuriatingly handsome Scarlet. Scarlet visibly brightened when he saw her. A beastman nearby was about to greet Lily, when Scarlet smacked him in the face without a second thought. Lily, I heard you're a healer. I need to borrow some herbs. Just then, Shade stepped out. The moment he saw Scarlet, his expression darkened. Scarlet didn't look any warmer toward him. Lily caught the tension between them, and quickly held up a bundle of herbs to break their line of sight. But both of them were so tall, it barely did a thing. Lily just handed the herbs to Scarlet, hoping to get rid of him quickly. Scarlet gave her cheek a little pinch. I'll come find you again soon. Then he took off into the sky. Lily muttered under her breath, good riddance. Then she turned to Shade. Stay away from Scarlet, he's nothing but trouble. Shade nodded obediently. Whatever you say. Lily melted at how sweet he was. She quietly swore to herself that she would protect him no matter what. The next morning, Scarlet showed up again looking for Lily. Lily could not believe it. Don't you have better things to do as an elder? Scarlet brushed it off. You know I'm an elder and you're still talking to me like that? Careful, or I might cause trouble for the Wolf Clan. Lily gave an awkward laugh. Petty. Scarlet just shrugged, unbothered. I heard your roasted sunflower seeds are delicious. Share some with me. Lily clutched the seeds to her chest. If you want some, go pick them yourself. Scarlet spread his wings at that, and sparks flew in every direction. Lily's heart lurched. She rushed to stop him. Stop! You'll destroy my sunflowers. Scarlet grinned. Weren't you the one who told me to go pick them myself? Lily had no comeback. She tossed a bag of sunflower seeds at him, fuming. But that wasn't enough for Scarlet. He wanted them roasted Lily's. Teeth clenched. With demands like that, why don't you just fly off somewhere? The moment the words left her mouth, Scarlet shot up into the sky. I literally can fly, you know. Lily threw her hands up. You insufferable bird, get out of here. Back home, Lily was still fuming. She asked her three mates which of them could take Scarlet in a fight. Blaze admitted the last win was a fluke. Frost said the whole clan might have a chance if they all went at once. Shade said Scarlet's true power was beyond measure, no one here could match him. Lily's face fell completely. She grabbed a drumstick and bit into it aggressively, nothing to do but eat her feelings. But a few days later, Scarlet came knocking again. As a thank you for the sunflower seeds, he brought her a lotus seed in return. Lily stared at it, puzzled. Scarlet explained it was a rare half-stem lotus seed. Just drop one drop of blood on it, toss it into a pond, and it'll grow on its own. Lily decided to give it a try. She picked up a dagger and made a small cut on her hand. She let a drop of her blood fall onto the lotus seed, and something magical happened. The lotus seed turned pink in an instant. Lily found it absolutely fascinating. She hurried to the pond and dropped the seed in. The moment it hit the water, it began to grow at an astonishing pace. In the blink of an eye, it had grown into a full flower bud, ready to bloom. Lily marveled aloud. It looks just like a lotus. I wonder if there are lotus roots too. And the moment the words left her mouth, lotus roots came bursting up out of the water one after another. Lily stood there with her mouth hanging open. Then the flower swayed its way over to her through the water and nuzzled affectionately against her hand. Lily was quietly amazed. A lotus with a personality. What a world. She asked curiously, are you giving me all these lotus roots? The little lotus swayed. Mama likes them, so they're all for Mama. Lily couldn't believe the lotus could talk. Just like that, she had a lotus baby. Then Scarlet appeared overhead. You two seem to be getting along nicely. The little lotus caught sight of Scarlet and bobbed around excitedly, calling out over and over, Daddy, Daddy! Lily went completely still. Calling me Mama is one thing, but why is it calling Scarlet Daddy? What is happening? Scarlet's lips curved into a smug smile. The half-stem lotus is a rare species. It evolves from a plant into a humanoid form. Whoever feeds it blood before it's born becomes its parent. Before I gave it to you, I fed it a drop of my own blood. Lily stomped her foot. You did that on purpose. Scarlet grinned shamelessly. Obviously. Lily balled up her fists. You are absolutely shameless. The little lotus, seeing the tension, hurriedly tried to make peace between its two parents. Lily quickly soothed it. We're not fighting. Go back now. The little lotus swayed obediently and floated back toward the center of the pond. Scarlet swooped down right over Lily's head. Mother of my child, how about roasting me some sunflower seeds? Lily's cheeks puffed up in irritation. She shoved a bag of sunflower seeds into his hands. Take it and leave. Don't. Come back. Scarlet caught it with ease. Have a child together and suddenly I don't exist anymore. Cold-blooded. And with that, he flew straight up into the sky. Lily was beyond words. She couldn't help but mutter, that guy is way too handsome to be this shameless. Lily waved goodbye to her little lotus baby and promised to visit again tomorrow. Market day came around once more. Beastmen scrambled to buy Lily's lotus roots and roasted sunflower seeds. Everything sold out almost immediately. That's when Scarlet strolled over. Any sunflower seeds left? Lily gave him a look. You eat that many sunflower seeds, you're going to give yourself a heat stroke. Scarlet extended a finger and a small flame shot from its tip. Do you really think fire is something I worry about? Lily was completely at a loss. The two of them were clearly talking on completely different wavelengths. The sunflower seeds are sold out. Come back in a few days. Scarlet pouted. I'm the father of your child, you know. You couldn't save a little for me? Frost happened to overhear that. Lily's heart sank. She was terrified Frost would misunderstand. And Scarlet, ever the troublemaker, poured fuel on the fire. Lily and our child has already grown up, you know. Frost absolutely exploded. What? When did Lily have a child with you? Scarlet summoned the little lotus right then and there, declaring it was his and Lily's child. And the little lotus kept calling out to Lily, Mama, Mama! Frost's brain completely short-circuited. Lily looked at Frost in this state and had absolutely no idea how to explain how she'd suddenly ended up with a child. After Lily explained everything in detail, Frost's ears drooped as he asked carefully, So, Lily, if you ever have a child of your own, it would be mine, right? Lily nodded rapidly. Yes, of course it would be yours. The little wolf perked right up and broke into a goofy grin. Lily loves me most after all. Scarlet couldn't stand watching Frost look so pleased with himself and decided to stir the pot. Lily, I'm taking our child home. Come back soon. Frost roared at Scarlet. That's our home. You have absolutely nothing to do with it. Scarlet laughed it off. You never know how things turn out. Scarlet had failed to win Lily's heart, so he decided to play shameless instead, and shamelessly moved himself into Lily's home. You're all back. Come on, sit down and rest. Lily and Frost were both speechless. What are you even doing here? Scarlet grinned with that signature smug smirk of his. Didn't I tell you I'd be back first? You guys took forever. Blaze demanded to know what he was really after. Scarlet's lips curved up. I brought the kid to find its mother. Blaze stared at him, completely lost. And its mother would be? Lily, obviously, Scarlet said, as if it were the most natural thing in the world. The moment Lily heard that, she nearly exploded with rage. She jabbed a finger at him and shouted, Stop making things up! You and I have absolutely nothing to do with each other. Scarlet didn't seem bothered at all. He called Lotus out instead. Little one, looks like your mom's disowning us. What should we do? Lotus swayed its little body and shot out its vines, wrapping them around Lily and dragging her right next to Scarlet, all while chanting, Mommy and Daddy, together, together. Scarlet beamed with pride. That's my smart little one. Daddy hasn't spoiled you for nothing. Lily's face went blank. She had no words. She thought if Blaze hears any of this, there'll be hell to pay. At that very moment, Blaze's expression had darkened to something downright terrifying. He had clearly heard every word. Lily rushed to explain herself. Blaze, the ring you're wearing, you can sense for yourself it's not the way Scarlet makes it sound. Blaze gave a quiet nod. Deep down, he did believe her, but Lily misread his silence as doubt and frantically shoved Scarlet out the door. Blaze knew the truth. Scarlet had genuine feelings for Lily, but the choice was Lily's to make. Scarlet put on his most pitiful, wronged expression. Lily's eye twitched. Yeah, keep on acting. Just then, the system notification chimed. Congratulations, host. A special mission has been unlocked. Lily's eyes lit up immediately. Convinced the rewards for a special mission must be extraordinary. The system displayed 3 options: plant gathering, mineral mining, and hunting. The system recommended the mining mission. Lily curiously asked why. The system explained that completing it would reward her with crystal stones. Lily's eyes went wide with dollar signs. We're rich. I'm picking mining. The system then cautioned her. Don't celebrate too soon. Failing the mission comes with a penalty. Lily's smile vanished. What kind of penalty? Failing a basic mission means 7 days unconscious. Failing an advanced one means death. Lily's chest tightened. She quietly thanked herself for not choosing the advanced option. She then pulled out a compass and turned it the way the system instructed. The next second, the compass went haywire, spinning wildly without stopping. Lily quickly asked the system what was happening. The system explained that when the needle spins like that, it means there's a mineral vein directly beneath. Lily was stunned and thrilled at the same time. There's actually a vein right under my feet. She told her 3 partners about the discovery and asked whether they should dig. Blaze pointed out that reckless digging could cause the mountain to collapse and destroy the tribe. Lily went pale at the thought. They had no choice but to look elsewhere. With only 3 months left before the deadline, Lily was starting to panic. Terrified of failing and being knocked out for a week, she grabbed Blaze right away and set off to search for a vein elsewhere. On the way past the vegetable patch, they ran into Shade. Lily waved to him, and Shade immediately insisted on coming along. The other beastmen nearby told Lily to take Shade, they'd handle the watering. Lily thanked everyone and gently patted Shade on the head, and together the 3 set off to find the mineral vein. But the compass stayed completely still the entire way. They did stumble upon one unexpected find, though. Shade had discovered a nest full of eggs. He swiped the whole nest, eggs and all, and handed it over to Lily. Lily didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Looks like you've made a habit of stealing eggs. But Blaze had never been a fan of eggs. Lily had a sudden idea, a way to make him fall in love with them. Taking advantage of the blazing midday sun, she decided to fry a sunny-side-up egg using nothing but the heat of the sun. Before long, the egg was sizzling and filling the air with a mouth-watering aroma. Staring at the perfectly cooked egg in Lily's hands, Blaze couldn't help but swallow. One bite, and the flavor was incredible. Lily fed Shade a few as well. As she ate, Lily found herself overwhelmed by emotion. She couldn't believe she was eating sunny-side-up eggs in a strange, unfamiliar beast world. Mom, Dad, I'm going to make it here, I promise. Just then, Blaze handed her a flask of water. Lily took it and gulped it down. Well, pretty good eggs, right? Blaze gave a slow, dangerous smile. I'd much rather have you. Lily choked and sprayed water all over his face. Shade, hanging upside down from a tree, poked his head out. What happened? Lily rubbed her mouth awkwardly. Nothing. She looked at the compass needle still motionless and felt a quiet wave of disappointment. Shade couldn't stand to see Lily looking so down and suddenly spilled a whole pile of crystal stones out of his mouth. Lily stared, jaw dropped. What in the world, does that guy have a storage pocket in his mouth? Ever since Lily had become Lotus's mother figure, Scarlet had been constantly using Lotus as an excuse to keep showing up and hovering around Lily. repeatedly. He came knocking time and time again. The little one misses its mom. What kind of dad would I be if I didn't bring it over? Lily pressed her fingers to her temple. She thought, I can't keep letting Scarlet drag this out like this. She pointed straight at that arrogant bird and snapped, if you want a cub so badly, go find someone else. I already have partners, stop talking like this. The moment Scarlet heard that, his expression went dark. Lotus swayed anxiously, calling out, Mommy, Mommy, over and over. Lily steeled herself, thinking it was better to get it over with quickly. I'm sorry, I'm not your mother. Scarlet's eyes went cold, and a deeply unsettling smile crept onto his face. He lifted Lotus up, and the little thing trembled with fear. Lily's heart lurched. That smile, it's terrifying. Blaze immediately stepped in front of Lily. Frost and Shade closed in around her. Scarlet pinched Lotus's bud between his fingers, his voice turning vicious. If your mom doesn't want you, then what good are you to me? The words had barely left his mouth before Lotus was engulfed in flames. Lily rushed in without hesitation and pulled Lotus out of the fire. Lotus sobbed, trembling. Mommy, it hurts! Lily cradled it protectively against her chest. She turned on Scarlet, voice shaking with fury. It still calls you Dad. How could you do something this cruel? Scarlet gave a dismissive wave of his wings. Isn't that what you wanted? A clean break? It carries both our blood. Burn it, and you're finally free of me. With that, he spread his wings and disappeared into the sky. Lily gently set Lotus down in its pot, then bit her finger open, and let her blood fall onto Lotus. Lotus's bud unfurled instantly. Lily softly stroked its little head. From now on, you stay with me. Forget that jerk, Scarlet. Frost, watching from behind, turned red in the face and muttered under his breath, that little plant is just shamelessly latching onto Lily. If this keeps up, when will Lily ever have my cub? The thought barely crossed his mind before he yanked Lily toward him, but at that very critical moment, Blaze grabbed him by the collar and pulled him away. Outside, we need to talk. Frost pouted, fuming. Then spit it out already. Lily went out today to look for a mineral vein. Let's dig up the one in Rock Mountain. Shade and Frost exchanged uneasy glances. If we mine Rock Mountain, a tribe could be in danger. But for Lily's sake, Frost was ready to take the risk. He was just about to organize a crew when Shade's tail coiled around him and pulled him back. Hold on, if we start mining, won't it be dangerous for us still living on the mountain? Blaze said a small vein should be fine. But if it turned out to be a large one, they'd relocate the living quarters. The next morning, Lily woke up to find all three of her partners gone. Then she heard a commotion coming from the base of the mountain. She looked toward the noise and spotted Blaze and Shade. She immediately ran over, practically bouncing with excitement, and leapt straight into Blaze's arms. What's everyone digging for? She asked, puzzled. You mentioned there was a vein at the base of Rock Mountain, Blaze replied. It would be a waste to leave it. Lily felt a warmth bloom in her chest. So you changed your minds about digging, all because of me. She made her way to the riverbank afterward, and the moment Lotus spotted her, it burst up through the surface, wriggling with excitement, and plucked one of its own lotus leaves to hold over Lily's head as a parasol. Lily asked for a few more leaves, then trotted happily back to the mining site, and handed one each to Blaze and Shade. The moment they put them on, a wave of cool relief washed over them. Just then, urgent footsteps came rushing toward them. This is bad. The chief and the chief of the Feather Clan are fighting. Lily was just dealing with her period, but Scarlet mistakenly thought she was injured, and rushed over in a panic, desperate to check on her. Lily's heart nearly stopped, and she quickly insisted she was fine, urging Scarlet to leave immediately. But Scarlet ignored her and scooped her up without a word. Don't tell me something happened with the baby? Those words hit Lily like a bolt from the blue. She raised her hand and slapped him across the face. Shut up! Do I look like I'm about to have a baby? Then what's going on with you? It's my time of the month, okay? Scarlet stared blankly. You're what? What does that mean? Lily gave up trying to explain. It's a normal thing, I just need to rest. Scarlet nodded, and finally left her cave. Lily was feeling absolutely miserable. After changing her clothes, she collapsed onto the bed and noticed there were feathers tucked beneath the mattress. Just then, she heard Scarlet's voice again. Lying on those will keep you warm and comfortable. It dawned on Lily all at once. So you were the one who put these here, thank you. Scarlet brushed it off like it was nothing and vanished in the blink of an eye. Lily never expected that cold, ruthless Scarlet had such a gentle side to him. But Scarlet hadn't actually gone far. He couldn't bring himself to leave her alone. He was worried she might be in danger. Suddenly, a rustling sound came from behind him. He turned. It was Shade. The moment Shade saw Scarlet, his expression soured immediately. This is our home. What are you doing here? Lily was bleeding. I just wanted her to lie down. Scarlet hadn't even finished when Shade shot past him and disappeared into the cave, rushing straight to Lily's side. Outside the cave, a smirk tugged at Scarlet's lips. That snake isn't even her partner. What gives him the right to be so close to her? Just looking at it irritates me. That wave of murderous intent made Lotus shudder from head to toe. Please, Mommy and Daddy, don't fight. Shade felt that overwhelming killing intent seeping in from outside. A force powerful enough to penetrate solid stone. Just what exactly was Scarlet? Meanwhile, Frost and the chief of the Feather Clan were going at it hard. Lily rushed to the scene the moment she heard and was just about to step in, when Scarlet grabbed her arm. Don't. A fight between males, no one interferes. But Lily was determined to get through. Scarlet reached out and yanked her right back. Blaze stepped in and took Lily from Scarlet's grip. Let them fight it out. Better to get it all in the open than to let it fester. It'll do both sides good. Lily considered that and nodded. She could only stand back and silently cheer Frost on. Scarlet's eyes were fixed on her. Their gazes met. Lily looked away with a scoff. Scarlet let out a cold laugh. The more you do that, the less I want to let you go. At the same time, the two chiefs had stopped fighting. The fight ended without a clear winner, but somehow the two had ended up becoming friends. Lily hurried over to Frost, and her heart ached when she saw he was hurt. The moment Frost saw her, his tail wagged like crazy. "I'm fine. As long as you're here, there's nothing I can't handle." Watching the two of them being so openly affectionate, the Feather Clan chief got a generous eyeful of that sweetness and looked thoroughly fed up. Someone couldn't resist teasing him. "You actually have a thing for such a tiny female? That's quite the taste you've got." Scarlet just chuckled. Small and adorable, someone you can hold right in the palm of your hand and cherish. The Feather Clan chief was left completely speechless and couldn't help but mock Scarlet for fooling himself. Scarlet's expression darkened in an instant. "What did you just say?" The chief stumbled and fell straight to the ground in fright. Frost wanted to team up with the Feather Clan for the mining operation. The chief agreed without hesitation, but Scarlet shot it down. His dangerous eyes locked onto Lily, making her skin crawl, like she was being stalked by a predator. Frost's face twisted with irritation. "What do you want in exchange?" Scarlet grinned, his intentions written all over his face. "If you can solve the Feather Clan's fertility problem, we'll not only relocate, we'll join you in mining the vein." Blaze and Lily both frowned. Frost was furious. Lily quickly urged him to calm down. "The Encyclopedia of Flora and Fauna has remedies for fertility issues. I'll take your deal." The beastmen around them erupted in surprise. Even Scarlet hadn't seen it coming. He never expected Lily to agree so readily. "Then it's settled. We help mine the vein, and you handle the fertility problem." He shot toward Lily in an instant. "If you dare try to trick me, I will not let it go." Just moments before, Lily had been playing around with Lotus. When Scarlet showed up, shameless as ever, Lotus spotted its dad before anyone else. Lily looked up at the sound and found Scarlet staring straight at her, his gaze burning with intensity, tinged with something unreadable. Lily instinctively covered herself. "What are you staring at?" Scarlet smirked. "How's the progress on that fertility remedy you promised?" "These things take time. I still need to gather more herbs." A glint crossed Scarlet's eyes as his gaze slowly traveled over her. Something about it made Lily feel deeply uneasy. Before she could even process it, Scarlet closed the distance between them and stole her first kiss of the day. Lotus immediately covered its eyes. "Daddy, you're so shameless." In that moment, Scarlet had eyes only for Lily. The urge to claim her completely was overwhelming. Lily fought with everything she had but couldn't break free. Lotus cried out at Scarlet, "Daddy, stop hurting Mommy," at the last moment. Lily pulled out her dagger and slashed it hard across him. A cut opened across Scarlet's chest. He looked at her with an expression of pure innocence. "I just wanted a kiss." Lily wasn't buying it for a second. She warned him furiously to back off, or she'd make sure the Feather Clan never had another cub. Terrified she might genuinely turn on him, Scarlet had no choice but to apologize. "I was wrong. I never meant to hurt you." He tried to step closer as he spoke. Lily immediately raised her dagger. "Leave, and don't come near me like that again." But Scarlet kept inching forward one slow step at a time. "Lily, I mean it. I like you." Lily froze. "You can't be serious." She thought of how dangerous Scarlet was. He had once considered killing Shade without a second thought. The memory made her blood run cold. "If he's serious, I need to shut this down right now, completely." Scarlet caught that look of absolute resolve in her eyes and could only laugh bitterly to himself. He forced out the words, "I was just joking." Lily finally let out a breath. Scarlet raised an eyebrow and gently brushed a strand of hair from her face. "I already have someone I care about. I wouldn't really do anything to you." Lily swatted his wandering hand away with a look of disgust. "Can I ask who it is? If you're willing to have a cub with me, I might consider it." Lily was beyond words. "Please keep that secret to yourself forever." Scarlet clicked his tongue and made a face. "You have absolutely no fun in you." Lily gave an awkward laugh. Little did she know the person Scarlet had been talking about was her all along. 3 months passed in the blink of an eye. The Beastmen had used Rock Mountain as a foundation and built a formidable fortress. Lily was in the middle of making mashed potatoes when the system notification suddenly chimed again. "Congratulations, host. A growth mission has been triggered. Increase the tribe's population and expand its territory." Lily heard this and immediately thought she needed to help the Feather Clan females conceive as soon as possible. Back home, she was completely distracted, lost in thought, wondering if it was time for her to think about having a cub of her own. Just then, Frost walked in dripping wet, water trickling down his toned abs. Lily immediately lost her train of thought. Her eyes practically glazed over. Blaze and Frost exchanged a confused look. Lily flushed red and quickly looked down. Before long, summer faded into autumn. Lily led the Beastmen in trading fruits and vegetables, and business was booming. She also built a proper washroom inside the cave and furnished it with tables, chairs, and beds. The females were overjoyed and thanked Lily endlessly, saying she was like a divine healer sent from the heavens. Just as the Wolf Clan was thriving more than ever, a group of fox women suddenly arrived at the tribe and brazenly set their sights on Lily's partners. One of them sauntered over to Blaze with a swaying stride, dripping with charm. She pouted flirtatiously, took his hand, and pulled out every trick in the book. But Blaze wasn't having any of it. He shook her off without a second thought. But the foxwoman refused to give up when gentle tricks failed. She boldly announced in front of everyone that she was willing to offer herself to him. The declaration made Lily's jaw drop and sent the whole crowd into an uproar. The males nearby were wide-eyed and practically drooling with envy. Magnolia nudged Lily from beside her. "You're just going to sit there." Lily kept her composure. "I trust Blaze." Sure enough, Blaze's brow furrowed. A cold, razor-sharp glare cut through the air, and the fox woman instinctively let go. Blaze was blunt. He pushed her away entirely. "I'm sorry, I already have a partner." And without another glance, he turned and walked away. Magnolia erupted. "That's how it's done!" She couldn't help but tell Lily how lucky she was to have him. Blaze came over and sat beside Lily. Lily leaned close to his ear, half joking, half serious. "Such a beautiful fox woman just confessed to you. Aren't you just a little bit happy about that?" "No," Blaze said without hesitation. Lily pretended not to believe him. Blaze immediately took her hand and kissed it several times. "You're the most beautiful one to me," he said softly. Lily's heart melted on the inside, but she kept up the act. "Sweet talk, I'm not falling for it." The rejected Jade sulked alone in a corner. Just then, a pack of wolf beastmen appeared out of nowhere and surrounded her, each trying their luck, but Jade only had eyes for Blaze, and didn't give any of them so much as a glance. That evening, the wolf clan built a roaring fire, and skillfully began roasting meat over it. The fox women watched in amazement. The wolf clan wasn't afraid of fire, they could actually use it to cook. Jade's eyes drifted to Blaze, and she thought to herself, a clan with warriors this powerful would one day become a force that ruled the entire region. Just then, someone called out to Lily. It was Frost. The fox women's eyes went wide at the sight of him, especially when they caught a glimpse of the star-shaped markings on his torso. They were practically drooling. Even Petal, the Fox Clan chief, couldn't help but cast a flirtatious glance his way. Jade stared in disbelief. Frost was a soul beast too? When Jade saw everyone gathered around Lily fussing over her, she was consumed by jealousy. "That tiny little thing," she seethed through gritted teeth. "How could she possibly be better than me?" What really pushed the fox women over the edge was Frost dragging Lily out in front of everyone and showing her off. "Beautiful, isn't she?" Lily didn't know whether to be annoyed or amused. She smacked him on the arm. "Let go of me, you shameless idiot." Blaze smiled and handed Lily a skewer of roasted meat. Frost pouted indignantly, then cupped Lily's chin in his hand and kissed her before she could say a word. Blaze looked over, eyes narrowing, and released a jolt of electricity. That fried Frost thoroughly. He crumpled to the ground with a thud. Blaze pulled Lily into his arms, and the corner of his mouth curved up. "You're still a long way from beating me," Frost roared in outrage. "Oh, so impressive, you can shoot lightning." The fox women nearby stood there completely dumbstruck. They were being completely ignored. Just then, a loud commotion erupted overhead. The Feather Clan had shown up to join the excitement, diving down one after another, and among them was the cold, striking Scarlet. The fox women looked up at the sound, and every single one of them was instantly captivated by him. Jade couldn't believe her eyes. Scarlet, the most powerful male in the entire Feather Clan. A sly smile crept onto Jade's lips as she set her sights on him. But Petal had already beaten her to it, rushing over to introduce herself. "My, what a striking male, what's your name?" Scarlet lifted her chin with one finger and gave a slow, dangerous smile. "My name? You don't have the right to know, foolish woman." Petal jolted and erupted with fury. "No male has ever dared speak to me like that." Scarlet dusted off his hands with an expression of pure contempt. "Disgusting. I dread to think how many males have touched you." That was the last straw. Petal lunged at him. Scarlet's eyes flashed, and Petal's hand burst into flames. The foxwoman panicked and frantically doused her with water. Before the fire was finally put out, Petal was shaking with rage. "You're dead!" The words had barely left her mouth when Scarlet appeared right in front of her. Petal's courage vanished on the spot, and she turned and fled with her tail between her legs. But Jade still clung to her fantasy, determined to win over the icy Scarlet. Scarlet dropped down beside Lily and the others. "Give me some sunflower seeds too." Lily rolled her eyes and reluctantly handed him a bag. Just then Lotus came bouncing over, calling out for Daddy Scarlet. Lily broke into a cold sweat. "Lotus, he literally tried to burn you. Why are you still calling him Dad?" Scarlet laughed with smug satisfaction. "It's the bond of shared blood. It can't help but love me." Lily told Lotus to stay away from Scarlet, but Lotus just acted cute and refused. Suddenly, a melodic tinkling of bells drifted toward them, and Jade came dancing gracefully into view, swaying her body with seductive elegance. Every beastman in the area was instantly transfixed. Lily was genuinely surprised. She hadn't expected anyone in this world to know how to dance. Jade threw flirtatious glances at Scarlet with every move, slowly closing the distance, and after one final spin, rested her hand on his shoulder and gently caressed his cool, chiseled face. Jade released a faint, intoxicating scent, and both Blaze and Frost were pulled in by it. Lily's instincts immediately told her something was wrong. At first she thought they were just attracted to Jade, but she quickly dismissed that thought. They weren't that kind of men. Something was off about Jade herself. Jade threw everything she had at Scarlet, and thought she was on the verge of winning him over. But Scarlet wasn't affected at all. "You reek! Get away from me!" He shoved Jade away without hesitation. Lotus, caught in a cloud of fox scent, began shaking violently. And the next second, it mutated, sinking its teeth into Jade's arm. Jade screamed in pain and raised her sharp claws, about to slash down at Lotus, when Lily cried out, "Stop!" Blaze and Frost snapped back to their senses, both disoriented and unsure of what had just happened. Scarlet reacted in an instant. He slammed Jade to the ground and roared, "How dare you use fox scent on me?" Lotus, still reeling from the fox scent, had gone wild, and immediately coiled itself around Lily. "Lotus is scared," it whimpered. Lily gave it a flat look. "You were just absolutely ferocious, and now you're playing scared?" Blaze could sense something was deeply wrong with Jade, and immediately stepped in front of Lily. "Watch out, she used fox scent." Frost was seething. "If you fall under fox scent, you lose your mind completely, you become nothing but a puppet." Even now, Jade was still trying to play her tricks. Scarlet launched into the air and swept his hand forward, a ball of fire hurtling straight at her. It left her in tears, begging Scarlet to spare her. Scarlet withdrew the flames, his expression ice cold. "Do it again and I'll let you experience what it feels like to be burned to ash." Just then, a young wolf beastman stepped toward Jade. Magnolia's heart sank. It was her younger brother. Magnolia's expression went dark, and she cursed at him to get back over there immediately. But he was completely under Jade's spell, and helped Jade back to the Fox Clan's side. Petal was furious. "Fox scent is forbidden. Where did you get the female remains you used to make it?" Jade tried to talk her way out of it, but the evidence was undeniable. There was no escaping this. Petal turned and led the Fox Clan away from the tribe, intending to deal with Jade once they were back. Jade collapsed to her knees. Lily let out a long sigh of relief. "Thank goodness Lotus reacted so fast, otherwise you two might have ended up as puppets." Lotus swayed bashfully. "It was nothing, he." Magnolia saw that her brother was still hovering around Jade and was so furious she could grind her teeth to dust. Leaf, get back here right now! Jade put on her most pitiful expression. I'm fine, go on back. But Leaf couldn't bring himself to leave. He had made up his mind to walk Jade back to the Fox clan himself, and the two of them left the Wolf clan together. Blaze and Frost watched this unfold, and decided Jade needed to be dealt with. Just then, Shade came walking over with a jug of wine, and asked what had happened. Frost told him they'd run into some trouble. Shade flicked out his venomous fangs with a gleam in his eye. There's no trouble that can't be swallowed whole. He handed Lily a bamboo cup of wine. Lily knocked it back in one go like a seasoned drinker. Frost's face went bright red after just a few sips. Blaze refused to drink. He was still haunted by whatever he'd done last time. Just then, a small wolf cub came toddling over to him and called him daddy affectionately. It turned out to be Magnolia's cub. Watching Blaze with a cub, Lily felt something stir inside her. She found herself wondering what it would be like to have a little cub with him, lost in that daydream. When Frost suddenly threw his arms around her from behind, declaring loudly that he wanted to have a cub with her, Lily stared at him. He was drunk again. But then she thought about the mission, the one that required her to grow the tribe's population, and she picked up her cup and drank steadily. All three of her partners stared at her, completely bewildered. Frost eventually drank himself into a stupor, and Shade dragged him back with his tail. Blaze offered to walk Lily home, but Lily was flushed and restless from the wine, her mind drifting back to the matter of growing the tribe. She threw her arms around Blaze and insisted she wanted to go bathe in the river. The two of them made their way to the riverbank. Lily waded in slowly, her heart pounding, then slowly slipped off her outer robe and called for Blaze to come in. Blaze shifted into his human form and walked slowly toward her. Lily looked breathtaking in the moonlight. Their eyes met, and everything that needed to be said passed between them without a word, and they kissed, unable to hold back any longer. Sometime later, Lily quietly wondered to herself whether she might soon be carrying a cub of her own. When they returned to the tribe, they heard Frost's quiet sobbing. Shade told Lily, he came back and wouldn't stop asking for you. When he couldn't find you, he climbed up on the roof and cried until now. Lily looked up at the roof and called out, Frost, get down from there, what are people going to think? The moment Frost heard her voice, the dullness in his eyes vanished. He leapt down and pulled her into a tight embrace, burying his face against her cheek and nuzzling her relentlessly. Don't leave me. Blaze watched and quietly told Lily to spend some time with Frost. So Lily took Frost back to their room. Frost wore the expression of someone truly heartbroken. I know you love Blaze, and you care deeply for Shade. Becoming my partner, I know that wasn't really your choice. He clutched the edge of her sleeve tightly. I just want a little more of your heart, even just a little. Lily felt a rush of emotion. Who said I don't care about you? She leaned toward him and kissed him with everything she had. Frost froze. He never expected her to kiss him first. And then his eyes lit up with a joy he couldn't contain. He rolled over and pinned her gently against the bed, showering her face with affectionate nuzzles. Frost's face turned scarlet, his breath quickening. In that moment, the whole world fell away, leaving only two figures holding each other close, speaking a love that needed no words. Outside, Shade caught the soft murmurs drifting from inside, and felt a hollow ache settle in his chest. Blaze came over and asked Shade whether he wanted to become Lily's partner. A flicker of panic crossed Shade's eyes, followed quickly by something that looked a lot like hope. What do you mean by that? The next day, Lily was too exhausted to move, until Blaze walked in with a bowl of fresh fruit juice. She immediately sprang upright and took it from his hands, but spat it out after just one sip. She had heard Jade's voice coming from next door, and quickly threw off the covers to get up, only to throw out her back with a loud crack. Blaze rushed over. Let me carry you. Lily shook her head frantically. If anyone finds out I overdid it with Frost last night, I'll never live it down. They made their way to Magnolia's place, where Magnolia was in the middle of a furious scolding, telling her brother he had no business being with Jade. But Leaf was completely bewitched and refused to give her up. Magnolia put her foot down. Jade could see things weren't going her way, so she played the sympathy card and claimed she was carrying Leaf's cub. Leaf confirmed it was true, and announced he intended to leave the Wolf clan. Everyone's jaw dropped. Just then, Chief Frost walked in, and fixed Jade with a hard, unyielding stare. He said he needed to speak with Leaf alone, and the two stepped outside. But after a short while, Frost came back alone. Leaf had chosen to go with Jade after all. A few days later, Lily was playing with Lotus, when Scarlet suddenly showed up, asking whether she had made any progress on the fertility remedy for the Feather Clan. Lily's stomach dropped. She had completely forgotten. She quickly tried to change the subject. Just give me a little more time, I'm making progress. Scarlet tilted her chin up. You didn't forget everything, did you? Lily shook her head frantically, trying to look innocent. No, absolutely not. Scarlet pressed her back against the wall and smiled slowly. You'd better not be lying to me. Lily broke into a cold sweat. I never lie, I swear. Just then Frost came charging over. Back off, you overgrown bird! Scarlet stepped aside smoothly. Frost placed himself in front of Lily. Keep your hands off her. Scarlet scoffed with that signature arrogance of his and licked his lips. And what are you going to do about it? Frost's fangs ground together. Don't think for a second I won't hit you. Lily urged Frost to calm down. Scarlet isn't interested in me, he has someone else. There's nothing between us. Scarlet's eye twitched slightly at that. Frost remained deeply skeptical. Then why does he keep putting his hands on you? Lily forced an awkward laugh. He's just like that. He'd flirt with anyone, doesn't matter who. Scarlet's mouth twitched. I flirt with anyone? Do I really come across as that desperate? Lily took Frost's hand and told Scarlet to leave if he had nothing else to say. Frost and I have things to take care of. It's not a good time for company. Scarlet felt an inexplicable irritation rise in him. We share a baby together. How exactly am I an outsider? Lily shot back. Why do you always have to say things like that? I don't even. But she never got to finish. Scarlet spread his wings and his expression went dark. Don't.